Chapter 501 _ Pick up _ pick up _ Go, my warrior, Aju. Finally, Mu Chen could also experience the feeling of closing the door and letting the dog go. To rescue the unfortunate child Aju from the predicament, Mu Chen decisively chose Aju's attack tactic. The current situation is obvious that Rika and Kazuki are special training, and this is the best time to take them down in one fell swoop. To face two heavenly kings independently, although it is not impossible to use Mu Chen's strength, the pressure is too great. Considering that one more thing is worse than one less thing, of course, Mu Chen will not be reckless. As this Aju said, if he had one more to deal with Pear Blossom, if he only dealt with Kazuki, wouldn't his pressure also be much lessened? Not to mention, when Aju was released, Mu Chen didn't hesitate at all, and rushed towards the two of them in the special training. Between Lihua and Aju, Mu Chen was too far away, and many details could not be carefully observed. This time, the priority was to rescue Aju, and Mu Chen couldn't continue watching just now. But now, I don't take a thorough look first. Wouldn't that be a waste of this great opportunity? Kazuki, you bastard. You could have 3 minutes before. Why did you stop in 2 minutes a day? When Mu Chen and Aju moved, Kazuki, who was frantically working on the farm, suddenly stopped moving. When a tree stopped, the pear blossom stopped. Just tell the old lady that I said he has made progress. It used to be 3 minutes before, but now it's not enough for 2 minutes. Someone is in. Facing Rika's rebuke, Kazuki didn't explain much. After saying that, Kazuki fell into a still state once again. Obviously, Mu Chen and Aju, who were on the move, had already caught Kazuki's attention, and this guy was using his superpowers to sense the positions of Mu Chen and Aju. What? Someone came in. Damn it. Hearing Kazuki say that, Rika was shocked. Before she had time to think about it, she kicked Kazuki off her body, and Liwa hurriedly ran towards the clothes scattered on the ground. Pick up _ pie _ Want to get dressed, dream, or keep this cool look. Coincidentally, Mu Chen was also killed at this time. Seeing Lihua's movement, Mu Chen didn't have time to think about it, and immediately hit him with an electric shock. Zila _ Damn it. Pikachu. Kazuki, you bastard. Why are you still there? The enemies had already appeared, and Kazuki was still feeling there, and Lihua almost died of anger. No, there is one more. It's Aju. Damn you, get me out. Mu Chen wanted to seize the last opportunity to observe, so he rushed forward without any cover. Aju, who just got out of trouble, would definitely not. Whether the pear blossoms are up and down, inside or outside, where has Aju not observed? Don't say it's observation. People have already experienced it. Concerned about Kazuki's powerful superpowers, Aju's original intention was to hide in the dark, waiting for an opportunity to launch a sneak attack on him, and by the way, get back his Pokemon ball. You know, Aju, who was caught before, had all his Pokemon balls confiscated by Kazuki. He never thought that even though Aju was so cautious, he was still discovered by Kazuki and made the first target of his attack. But this is not to blame the family. For Pikachu, Kazuki had indeed thought about attacking and used Apollo, but that was in the past tense. Apollo's sneak attack failed, and Kazuki himself had never attacked Pikachu, so he had completely abandoned the idea. But what about Aju? This guy, but let himself come to the Qingqing Prairie. With such a deep hatred, who would Kazuki look for if he didn't look for him? Damn, Kazuki, don't think I'm afraid of you. The stealth equipment was knocked out by Kazuki's superpower, and Aju could only angrily pull out the ninja sword that had not been confiscated. Without Pokemon, for Aju, all he can rely on right now is this pear flower. You block Pikachu first. Give me this Aju. Pikachu appeared. Aju got out of trouble, and the situation was very clear. At this moment, what Kazuki was thinking was to quickly take down and even kill the weak chicken Aju, and then go to help Rika to deal with Pikachu. Kazuki thought it was easy to deal with Pikachu by himself, but he forgot that it was just as easy for Pikachu to deal with the pear blossom that returned to his natural shape. Damn it. Damn yellow rat. It doesn't matter if you can't get the clothes. Anyway, who of the two men in this room hasn't seen her yet? But the problem is, the Pokemon ball hanging on the clothes is the most deadly. Without the Pokemon ball, her pear flower is nothing but a young lady with a fit body and good at special training. Not to mention this ferocious Pikachu, it is just a random attacking Pokemon, and the bare-handed Rika also has no way to do it. Of course, this situation is not uncommon in this world. Humans cannot fight against magical creatures like Pokemon with their bare hands. Humans can only rely on wisdom. Now, facing this Pikachu without getting a Pokemon ball, Lihua can only use her human wisdom. Little mouse, if I'm not mistaken, you like human women a lot, don't you? Sister, am I beautiful? Look at your figure, isn't it good? As the signature pet of Kanto champion Ash, Pikachu's abilities and temperaments have long been known. In the Chengdu area, although the attention to Pikachu is not as good as in Kanto, Pikachu's very special preference is still clear to Pikachu. Unarmed, the Pokemon ball could not be picked up. Kazuki was still dealing with Aju, and the helpless Lihua could only use her talent. Don't ask ask this Pikachu to be directly confused, even if it is only a brief hesitation. Lihua will be sure to bring the Pokemon ball over. Pick up. Nice face and nice figure, but unfortunately it's a bust. Goodbye. Watching countless movies, and having a personal battle with Xiaoxia, Mu Chen can be described as a fighter among the old drivers. Although this pear flower is really good for Mu Chen, it is just to satisfy curiosity and take a look. After watching it, it was completely boring. Not even the concave pear flower. The electric current on Mu Chen's cheeks began to jump. The requirement of the mission is to make Lihua and Kazuki lose their qualifications as Heavenly Kings in Chengdu. Is there any way that is simpler than killing it? Mu Chen was too lazy to think about things that cost his mind. At this moment, Mu Chen was ready to send 100,000 volt to this hair flower and let her take off. No, stop. When the electric current in Mu Chen's cheek began to jump, Lihua was the first to exclaim. Immediately after that, two male voices came one after another. Chapter 502 Back on track. Pick up. Nima. Kazuki didn't let Shilauzi understand that this was his bit. What are you so excited about, Aju? What's the matter? Special training. Also, special training to express feeling. Originally, he planned to kill Lihua, the dead girl, in one fell swoop so that he could help his little brother Aju. But I never thought that before I could do it. A girl had been begging for mercy in the past 2 years. Lihua's plea for mercy can be ignored, and Kazuki's plea for mercy can also be ignored, but his younger brother Aju's plea for mercy still makes Mu Chen hesitate for a moment. However, it was through Mu Chen's moment of hesitation that Lihua seized the opportunity. Come out, my warrior, the moon elf. A fish jumped and rolled, and Li Hua, who seized the opportunity, picked up a Pokemon ball closest to her, the moon elf. Pick up. Aju, your uncle. Nothing to shout about, barren hair. All the good opportunities were wasted. You can play by yourself. I'm going to clean up that Kazuki. Seeing that Lihua has summoned this barren and anti-fighting moon elf, Mu Chen was helpless. If you want to break through the defense of this B-play, you must use the charging big move. With this skill, it would be better to study Kazuki. Ignoring the pear blossoms behind him, Mu Chen twisted his buttocks and rushed up to the Kazuki shade tree floating in the air. Seeing Pikachu abandoning herself, instead of helping Kazuki, Pikachu strode out the door. Obviously, at this moment, in this situation, Lihua is the essence of the perfect power. Damn, Lihua abandoned herself and fled. Kazuki felt sad in her heart. However, what annoyed him even more was that Pikachu had already rushed over before he could take Aju on his side. Having played against Pikachu before, Kazuki knew that he was not a rival. Originally, I thought that after killing Aju, he and Lihua would join forces to take down this Pikachu. However, plans can never keep up with changes. How angry Kazuki was. Mu Chen didn't bother to pay attention. Sending 100,000 volt can be regarded as announcing his arrival. Miss Lip, Frozen Fist, block 100,000 volt. Pikachu's 100,000 volts had already been delivered. Of course Kazuki didn't have the strength to ignore it. Unable to continue chasing Aju, in a panic, Kazuki quickly gave an order to Sister Millip and changed his target. Just Lulong. After receiving Kazuki's order, Millip Senpai uttered a cry and swung her right fist, and a force of ice was attached between her fists. Boom! As soon as the shape was set, Mu Chen's 100,000 volt had already hit. Just Lulong. The previously imposing Millip sister tweeted again, but this time, his voice was full of desolation. Damn! Miss Lip blocked the instant 100,000 volts and then screamed and retreated, and Kazuki panicked even more. However, at this time Pikachu has already rushed to his close, and there must be no chance for anyone who wants to escape. Damn yellow-skinned mouse, look at the trick. Natural bird, used to predict the future. Miss Lip, look for opportunities to use the devil's kiss on Pikachu. Shinado, cooperate with me. Use psychic power to limit the movement of this Pikachu. Millipsama failed miserably, and Kazuki gave up his pursuit of Aju completely, and put all his power on Pikachu. B. Just Lulong. Wow. Following Kazuki's order, the 3 Heavenly King level Pokemon under Kazuki acted independently, hitting Pikachu with all sorts of crowd guild. At the same time as the Pokemon made a move, Kazuki's forehead also flashed pink energy ripples, and together with Shinado's thought power, he hit Mu Chen together. Obviously, at this moment, this was already Kazuki's strongest fighting state. Pick up. Nima, 4-on-1. Can you still have a face? Seeing this there was no room for him to shoot. Mu Chen knew that this guy was going to die. What else is there to say? Charge and start. The electric light flashes. Let go. With the charging skill turned on, Mu Chen ran away frantically towards the periphery with the help of a flash of electric light. Just kidding. Being controlled by Kazuki's thought power can be tolerated. As long as he keeps accumulating energy, he can blast it away. But the problem is, what about the devil's kiss from this lip-smacking sister? Let this disgusting game come to a bite. Mu Chening could be beaten a few times times by other attack guild. At the same time, just as Mew Chen was dodging Kazuki's combined attack and using his charging skills to wait for an opportunity to counterattack, Aju, who had come down safely, also moved. At first, Aju and Pikachu agreed that he would be in charge of dealing with Lihua and let Pikachu deal with Kazuki. However, Kazuki's B was too vigilant. Even during the special training, he still used his mind power to observe the situation around him, and this made Aju lose the first move, and instead was targeted by Kazuki. Fortunately, those are over, and everything will be back on track. Pear Blossom, quote, holding a ninja knife in his hand, Aju, who summoned the cross-shaped bat, also exuded a powerful aura that belonged to the Heavenly King. Damn it, Aju, you give me the way. Just as she was about to run for her life and didn't want to be stopped by this Aju, Lihua was instantly furious. Get out of the way, you bitch. Do you know why I ask for mercy? It's because I want to kill you with my own hand. Being caught by Kazuki, Aju admits that this is unfortunate, and it is indeed that he did it inappropriately. But the problem is, this was obviously Lihua's initiative, but instead of speaking for herself, this dead girl suggested that he be executed. He even characterized with Kazuki in front of his own face, which was a great humiliation for Aju. Such humiliation, as a man, how could Aju be able to tolerate it? At this moment, the only thing in Aju's heart is to kill this hair flower to show the evil spirit in his heart. Aju, let me go. I will serve you well in the future. Against Aju, Lihua is not afraid, but the problem is, behind Aju is an unbelievably strong Pikachu. After the battle in the morning, Lihua's Pokemon state did not recover at all. In other words, this thickened moon elf can still fight. It was precisely because of this that Rika chose to run away instead of fighting against Pikachu with Kazuki. If she was stopped by this Aju at this time, and she waited for Pikachu to deal with Kazuki, how could she be better? Let go of you. First ask the ninja sword in my hand if you agree or not. Pikachu came to rescue himself. Aju said in his heart that he was not moved. That was a lie. If this pear flower escaped because of his own reasons, and sought revenge afterward, wouldn't he be blamed by Pikachu? It's just a woman. For Aju, it's just a special training object. Ninja that never knew what emotion was. Chapter 503 Counterattack in desperation. Just Lulong tilde. Just as Aju was entangled with Pear Blossom, the battle on Mew Chen's side also heated up. Kazuki and Shinedo's thoughts were locked on Mew Chen all the time, so he could only avoid Kazuki's shackles by constantly moving quickly. Pikachu couldn't fight back, and Miss Lips came to the spirit. Although it was said that it was enough to let Pikachu send 100,000 volts of electricity before, but the lip-smacking sister is still a king-level existent. No matter how bad it was, it wouldn't be enough for Mew Chen to take it down with 100,000 volts. Seeing this Pikachu who was dodging constantly now, Miss Lips pursed her bloody mouth while chirping, wanting to give this nimble yellow-skinned mouse a soulful sip. Pick up. Nima. Disgusting play. Do you dare to stay away from me? Seeing that this lip-smacking sister was chasing even faster than her mind power attack, Mew Chen was completely speechless. Okay, what is this for? What the problem? Can't we talk? Does it have to be so simple and rude? You are a big mouth. I really can't enjoy it. However, the charging skills have not been completed at this time. It is absolutely impossible for Mew Chen to interrupt the charging skills and turn over to attack Sister Milla. What's more, even if the charging skills are completed, it is also impossible for Mew Chen to waste this big move on Sister Milla. Put it bluntly, this B game should be a good player in addition to being disgusting, and its combat effectiveness is just like that. If the charging big move is really wasted on this B play, then the battle in the back is really not easy to fight. Ha ha ha. Good job, Miss Lip. Entangle Pikachu and limit its dodging space. The space in the room was originally small, and Lihua and Aju even ran outside the door to fight, but now in this room Kazuki can shoot without any worry. Seeing that Pikachu was forced to run around by Miss Lip, Kazuki burst out laughing wildly. What? It turns out that this Pikachu can't be right. He had fought against Pikachu once before, and Kazuki, who was tortured by blood, should have a shadow in his heart for playing. That's why he gets so nervous when he sees Pikachu. But looking at it now, as long as you do your best and several Pokemon fight together, it is not impossible to defeat this Pikachu. Kazuki became excited when he thought that he could defeat Pikachu, and even kill Ash directly, to capture the dragon's elder brother Latios and the dragon's younger sister Latias. This is an opportunity. Natural bird. Predict the future. Start. Shinedo. Increase the power output. After some entanglement, the natural bird's ability to predict the future has been bruised. Seeing that Pikachu was cornered, Kazuki decisively issued an order to kill. As long as he and Shinedo cooperate with Miss Lip to trap Pikachu and limit his movement space, the natural bird's foreseeable future can directly smash it. You know, the natural bird's ability to predict the future. The power of this skill is very terrifying. Kazuki is confident that as long as this predictable future hit Pikachu, he can take advantage of the situation to solve it and win this sudden battle. level. Beep tilde tilde tilde. Following Kazuki's order, the natural bird hovering in midair flapped its wings and uttered a loud chirping towards the roof of the house. Under the chirping of natural bird, a large number of fire elements suddenly rose up in the house. Obviously, this one predicts the future, and the attack launched by the natural bird is the fire-type skill attack. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. Nima. Play for real. Seeing the natural bird posture, and looking at the incomparably strong fire element, Mu Chen knew that if he was really hit by this move, it would definitely be the rhythm of lying in the nest. However, even though Mu Chen had the heart to dodge at the moment, the two pink psychic beams on the left and the right limited its movement space. What's more, the disgusting lip-smacking sister, still pouting her flaming red lip, rushed towards her mindlessly. How can this be broken? Seeing that the unknown future of the natural bird was about to come down, Mu Chen fell into a huge tangle. How to do? The charging skill has not been completely completed, and even if it is used reluctantly, the effect will definitely not be the best. Even, it may not be possible to break the combined attack of art. But the question is, if you don't use it, in the current situation, how to dodge it? Attacking Kazuki and Shinado is unrealistic. These 2B plays should stand far from the thief, and even before Lao Su's attack has passed, predicting the future has already slammed down. It's even more unrealistic to attack a natural bird. This guy's skills have already been activated. To say that the only one who can attack is the lip-smacking sister with flaming red lip. However, when a charging skill hit this B playing, Mu Chen really couldn't bear it, etc. Miss Lip. Holy crap, I have a solution. More first novels are in the hands of the group owner, please. When Mu Chen, who was in a tangle, thought of Miss Lip, a brilliance called inspiration suddenly flashed out of his mind. Father, am I stupid? Why must it be charged? Why can't I let the disgusting play of Millip's sister should take my place in the next attack of predicting the future? As the saying goes, heartbeat is worse than action. After confirming what was in his heart, Mu Chen no longer hesitated and put it into action decisively. Pick up tilde pick up. Come on tilde. Miss Lip, little baby. Fit up. Come on. Enjoy my warm hug from the neck. Lao Su. High-speed movement blessing. The electric light flashes to start. Mu Chen no longer dodged anymore. Instead he pounced on the girl with flaming red lip. Just Lulong tilde tilde tilde. After chasing it all the way, I didn't touch a half of Pikachu's hair. Now that she saw this, Pikachu jumped up on her own initiative. Sister Millip was excited. However, before she could send her flaming red lips up, Pikachu, who was killing him, suddenly fell to the ground. Just Lulong tilde tilde. What going on? What is this? Lost the front of the skin. Why did you fall? Seeing this Pikachu fall down, Sister Millip's not so developed brain obviously didn't realize what the situation was. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. Evil B. Feel the hell rolling with one shot. Mu Chen threw himself down. Of course it wasn't some bloody skin front losing his claws. His only purpose is to hug Sister Millip and then hit her with a 7-wound fist. Hell roll. Don't you foresee the future? Come on then. I am here to see if you can predict who you are attacking. Just Lulong tilde tilde tilde. Being hugged by Pikachu's leg, and even rushing up to the fire element that fell head on, Sister Millip finally understood. However, it's too late. Chapter 504 Super King Kazuki. Damn, how is this possible? At this moment, the person who panicked has become a tree. Originally, this guy was confidently preparing to take down Pikachu with this combined attack. I never thought that the situation would change. In Pikachu's hell roll, the situation was immediately broken. Sister Millip was countered, and she even took the place of Pikachu to resist this attack of predicting the future. Under the powerful skill of predicting the future, and under the attack of fire-type energy, Miss Lips directly lay in the nest without any accident, and she couldn't see her life. This is not the most important thing. When Miss Lips lies in the nest, Kazuki's encirclement of Pikachu will be completely declared bankrupt. Natural Bird's predictive future has just been used, and if you want to activate it again, I don't know how long it will take. What's more, the electric current flashing on Pikachu's cheeks reminded Kazuki all the time. At this moment, Kazuki no longer thought about how to kill Pikachu. For Kazuki, being able to run is a victory. Xanadu, use Phantom Light. Block it. Confirming that he was not an opponent, Kazuki sacrificed Shinado without hesitation. I saw that at the same time as he ordered Shinado, Kazuki used his superpower to teleport and dodged towards the door of the room. Wow tilde 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 tilde. Although the IQ of ordinary Pokémon is not low, but that is relatively speaking. If Pikachu received this kind of order to act as cannon fodder to die, it would definitely be a twist of the butt. Whoever loves it. But this Shinado, under Kazuki's order, this guy changed his skills very decisively, and shot a spinning spiral beam at Pikachu. Pick up tilde tilde pi tilde. Keep rolling for Lao Su. I have no time to pull you. Shinade duo intercepted. Of course Mu Chen was not in the mood to pay attention. For Mu Chen, only Kazuki is his only goal. Needless to say, with the blessing of high-speed movement, the lightning flashed, and Mu Chen chased after Kazuki in the direction Kazuki Kazuki was fleeing. If this tree is Natsu, then Mew Chen's speed is really bad. But it was just Kazuki, not Nazu. Compared to Natsu, Kazuki's Pokémon might be a lot more powerful, but in terms of his personal superpowers, it's not on the same level at all. It was precisely because of this that when Kazuki arrived at the door in an instant and was about to slip out of the door, a golden yellow figure followed. Damn it. Damn yellow-skinned rat. Get out of here. Seeing Pikachu chasing after him, Kazuki didn't think much about it, and hit this guy with a thought force. Pika tilde tilde chew tilde. Why do you still want to run? I will let you die today in this room where you are often specially trained. It's just Kazuki's superpower, and Mew Chen doesn't care at all. The charging skills have been completed, and thanks to the blessing of high-speed movement, Mew Chen did not stop. He jumped up high, flicked his tail, and a black electric ball was thrown out by him. Crackling tilde 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 tilde. The black electric ball exudes bursts of destruction. Feeling the terrifying energy in the black electric ball in front of him, Kazuki panicked. Natural bird. Go. Block it. Kazuki didn't feel the possibility of resisting the super electric ball after Pikachu's charge. At this moment, the only way for Kazuki was to let the natural bird act as cannon fodder to delay the bombardment of the electric ball and buy him time to escape. Beep tilde tilde tilde. Obviously, the natural bird's heart is a little more than Shinado, who intercepted Pikachu before. Hearing Kazuki's obvious order to send himself to death, Natural Bird did not rush up without hesitation, but instead let out a suspicious cry. But because of this the Natural Bird missed the last chance to resist. No tilde. Seeing the black electric ball slamming in front of him, Kazuki, who had no time to start teleportation, let out a desperate cry. Boom. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. What barren place should be. That's it. What a king. After killing Kazuki, Mew Chen was full of contempt. This tree seems to be much weaker than the King of Heaven in the Kanto region. It's just how Mew Chen knew. Kazuki is not weaker than the King of Heaven in the Kanto region just because this guy has become stronger. Shutna tilde tilde. The master was killed in front of his eyes, and Shinado, who stayed in the house, let out an angry cry. Pika tilde pi tilde. What the hell is barren? Either die or get out. Looking at the sad and angry Shinado, Mew Chen was really too lazy to answer. Hurry up and get rid of this stuff, and then I'm going to kill that pear flower. Although it was said that Aju had already gone to deal with Lihua at this time, Mew Chen was really worried about this Aju. If this is a careless thing to let Lihua run away, where am I going to chase me? Wow tilde tilde. I was still screaming in anger, but when Shinado heard Mew Chen's threat, he hesitated. Swoosh tilde tilde swoosh tilde tilde. You don't kill me. Originally, according to Shinado's understanding, this Pikachu killed his two companions, and even killed his master. In the end, he was left alone, and that was by no means fair. Never thought that this Pikachu actually said that he wanted to let him go. Who can live, who wants to die? Seeing Pikachu saying to get out of the way, Shinado was moved. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Fuck off. Get the hell out of here. You are a bitch. I am too lazy to kill you. He has an old lover of Shinado. If it's not necessary, Mew Chen really doesn't want to kill this thing. Otherwise, when did Yi want to change his taste? Wouldn't there be a shadow when he asked Shinado to learn from each other? Wow tilde tilde. Thank you. Once again confirmed by Pikachu, Shinado ran out without looking back. However, this guy just took 2 steps, and before the teleportation started, Shinado spoke again. Wow tilde tilde. I have to admit, you are the most powerful Pokemon I have ever seen. But, your eyes are not very good. I am male. Leaving a sentence, Shinado decisively activated teleportation and disappeared in front of Mew Chen's eyes. Pick up tilde tilde. Nima. What to play? Fuck. Are you following along to deliberately disgusting Lao Su? Hearing that this guy told himself that he was a male before he left, Mew Chen almost died of anger. Uncle, I just want to not leave a shadow. I really think I have an idea for you. After swearing at the long disappeared Shinado, Mew Chen started again. Aju and Lihua didn't know where they went outside, so why don't you find them quickly and help Aju take down Lihua? Thing. For Mew Chen, this was the most important thing at this time. However, Mew Chen didn't know that Aju didn't take him as disappointed. At this moment, the battle between Aju and Lihua has come to a critical moment. Chapter 505_Subdue Pear Blossom. After killing the super powerful Heavenly King Yeshu, Mew Chen naturally hurried out of the house, trying to help the unreliable guy Aju to take down the pear flowers in one fell swoop. As he traveled fast, Mew Chen became more and more flustered as he ran. What's so special about this? Aju is this cold. Why is there no sound of fighting? You are a king after all. Give me some strength. When he thought that Lihua might have escaped, Mew Chen was even more angry. Just this piece of trash. Aju, what do you think I'm going to do to save you? Clap tilde. Clap tilde. Clap tilde tilde. Didn't you say you want to conquer the old lady? Tell you. Just these 2 times. The old lady. I am not afraid of you. What the fuck? What going on? Just when Mew Chen thought that Lihua had successfully escaped and was sulking, a series of collision sounds came. With the sound of the impact, Li Hua's voice also entered Mu Chen's ears. Pick up, pick up. These two are still fighting. I am relieved then. After confirming the direction of the sound, Mu Chen trotted all the way, and shot away in the direction of the sound. However, when he finally came to the position of the voice and saw the two who were fighting fiercely, Mu Chen was done. Pick up, pick up. What the hell? What's up with this Nima? A Jew, do you want to be so tiger? I really underestimate you, daddy. Seeing the current situation of the two, Mu Chen knew that the two must have fought an extremely fierce battle of life and death before. The Pokémon who haven't seen these two are already lying on the side, and even these two are full of scars. Then Li Hua didn't wear anything when she escaped, but what happened now? Has a Jew's ninja suit been beaten? What the hell? I really blame you, Lao Su. Ah, Jew. Seeing that a Jew was so hardworking, even being forced into such a situation by Li Hua, she still clenched her teeth and frantically pressed Li Hua against the tree to attack. Mu Chen clicked his tongue. This kind of life-threatening little brother is hard to find. Because he was too shocked, Mu Chen forgot to control the volume this time. This Pika tilde came out and immediately alerted a Jew and Li Hua who were attacking hard. Lord, Master. Ah, when a Jew saw Pikachu, he was just a little surprised and embarrassed. On the other hand, Pear Blossom screamed. A Jew can't handle it by himself. This Pikachu is still here. How can he be better? And no one is a fool. Kazuki fought against Pikachu, but Pikachu killed him now. Obviously, Kazuki must have been taken by Pikachu. Thinking of this, Li Hua's legs were even more frightened. Ignoring a Jew, who was still attacking instinctively behind him, Li Hua, whose legs were weak, collapsed directly to the ground. Pick up, pick up. What the hell? Go on, don't stop. I didn't come at the right time. Can I leave? Seeing that Li Hua completely lost her fighting spirit because of her appearance, Mu Chen was helpless. This is so special. I feel very surprised. Daddy, okay. Who would have thought that the two of you would start special training? Master, please bypass the pear flower. The game of special training will still make people feel dependent. At least this is the case for a Jew. Li Hua could guess Kazuki's fate, but how could a Jew not guess? Seeing Pikachu's arrival, a Jew was shocked and ignored her unsightly appearance, so she knelt down on one knee and started begging for pear blossoms in front of Mu Chen. Forgive me. I am willing to serve you as Lord like a Jew. I will listen to you in everything in the future, and you can let me do anything. A Jew's begging for mercy. Li Hua immediately saw hope for life, and following a Jew's actions, Li Hua turned on the begging mode for the Pikachu, who only made her terrifying. Pick up, pick up, do anything. What the hell? Can I have a special training with Lao Su? Hearing Li Hua actually say this, Mu Chen almost couldn't control the boiling flames in his heart. Of course, this is just thinking. There is Xiaoxia at home, and a group of old ladies such as Mina, and there is a Lingxi outside who has not yet won. Mu Chen is not so interested in the bus of Li Hua. Pika tilde pi. Ignoring the two who were begging for mercy, the first thing Mu Chen had to do was to call out to the system lord. System gentleman, does this count as completing the mission? Kazuki electrocuted Lao Su to death, and this pear flower also surrendered, so it should be considered as completing the mission, right? To Mu Chen, it didn't matter whether Pear Blossom was dead or alive. As long as you can complete the task and get the reward, that's enough. Anything else doesn't matter at all. Even after this pear flower surrendered, he had two heavenly kings who obeyed him in the Chengdu area. How could he be more comfortable than a Jew, a single seedling, right? The help of these two heavenly kings to level those abominable rockets in one fell swoop. Post. The mission requirement is to make Kazuki and Li Hua lose their position as the heavenly king of the Silver Alliance. Facing Mu Chen's inquiry, the system responded extremely coldly. Pick up, What about you and me, the rigid electronic program? Stop bullshitting. This special pear flower has surrendered to Lao Su. Isn't that the same? Hurry up. I'll ask you if you can. Hearing that the system responded like this, Mu Chen quit. You are so old acquaintances. You and I install an electronic program for wool. Any special mission requirement? Bullshit. Aren't all tasks issued according to your mood? Anyway, as long as the world line is changed, does the process matter? Seeing that Mu Chen turned on the rogue mode again, the system kun could only be silent. Okay, then this task is yours to complete. Pear blossoms can be subdued. In the end, the speechless system gave a response. As Mu Chen said, as long as the result is good, the process doesn't matter. The system still has a deep understanding of how rogue this guy Mu Chen is. Comparing with him about those, it is purely to find oneself uncomfortable. Pick up, pick up. Shouldn't it be over already? What the hell are you doing? After getting a satisfactory reply, Mu Chen refocused his attention on Li Hua and Eiju who were begging for mercy. Pick up, pick up. Come on, don't fight with that. I accept your allegiance, Lao Su. But, isn't your special training finished before? Continue. Don't worry about me. You continue. I will observe and learn. Anyway, he knew what his nature was like, and in front of his younger brother, Mu Chen didn't bother to hide it. This on-site special training battle can also be observed without any worries in all directions directions and from all angles, which is also the first for Mu Chen. Chapter 506 Receive reward. Transform into extended. Pick up tilde. System. Hurry up. Let Lao Su and I have a great turntable tour. Under the order of Mu Chen, Aju and Li Hua went on the special training. Embarrassingly, special training between Aju and Li Hua cannot enter the previous 8 anyway. In the end, after watching for a while, the dull Mu Chen chose to give up. If I continue to look at this special man, it is estimated that Aju's B will have a shadow in the future. As a promising young man with high quality in the new century, Mu Chen certainly wouldn't do such a thing that would cut off his sons and his grandchildren. Needless to say, Mu Chen, who had chosen to give up, left the battlefield in 3 steps and decided to study System Jun. The task is completed. Should the reward be distributed? I don't ask for anything else. Let's extend the transformation time. Having tasted the forbidden fruit for the first time, Mu Chen is now very interested in this aspect. Even this product has given up the pursuit of strength for this reason. Anyway, the strength of the game should be improved sooner or later, and we are not in a hurry at this time. Right at this moment, for Mu Chen, the most important thing is to improve his transformation time. Xiaoxia's slightly contemptuous eyes can be said to have deeply stabbed Mu Chen's fragile little heart. Rewards are issued. Please receive the host. I wish you a happy lottery tilde. Although the system is often unreliable when it comes to the distribution of reward, Mu Chen has never been embarrassed at all. Hearing that this product asked for a reward, the system's voice sounded immediately. Pick up tilde. Reward issued. Bring it on. Big turntable. Let me turn you around tilde. As the sound of the system landed, a model of a large turntable appeared in Mu Chen's mind again. This time, the rewards of the big wheel have been significantly changed from the previous one. Previously, the rewards on the big wheel were race value, skill, gene, and question mark. For Mu Chen, except for skills that are useless, everything else can greatly improve the combat effectiveness of this guy. But at this time, the skill options on the big turntable have disappeared, and replaced by the extension of the transformation time that Mu Chen most eagerly desired. Seeing that the system was so considerate, Mu Chen was naturally extremely excited. The most disgusting one was gone, replaced by the most desirous one. The system is so powerful, what else can I say? Needless to say, the big turntable let go. Under Mu Chen's expectant eyes, the big turntable slowly turned up. As the pointer kept jumping, Mu Chen's heart also hung up. It is success or failure, but it depends on this hair. Transform. I don't want any other fathers. I just want a transformation today. Finally, under Mu Chen's expectant gaze, the pointer of the big turntable turned slower and slower. And, seeing the pointer slowly resting on the transformation options, Mu Chen became excited. Pick up tilde. System gentleman. You are so powerful. I love you, daddy. Regarding this big turntable, Mu Chen had always suspected that the system was operating in the dark. That's why he kept talking about the reward he wanted to get when he was using the big turntable. At the very least, Lao Su keeps emphasizing that the system can also know his urgent desire. Right. Congratulations to the host for winning the transformation time extension reward. Ask the host to perform a second extraction to confirm the extension time. Pick up tilde. A second draw. Isn't it the same as gene? Confirm the exact time to extend the transformation time. Right. No problem. Come on. I'm not too demanding. A 30-minute shot is enough. The last 8 minutes, Mu Chen, who was quick to fight, was deeply despised by Xiaoxia. This time, Mu Chen said that he must revive his glory, and told Xiaoxia that he is a pure man of iron blood. However, when the excited Mu Chen saw the lottery option of transforming into an extended reward, the good mood of this guy disappeared. Pika tilde pi. Nima. Is it too much? What is this all about? Looking at the options in front of him, most of which were 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, and 10 minute, Mu Chen was angry. It's only 10 minutes at most, plus Lao Su's original 5 minute. He only has 15 minute. What a shit. Of course, this is just the majority. Between these countless 1 minute, 2 minute, occasionally mixed with a 30 minute, 1 hour or even 1 day of super transformation. The question is, with a 100 to 1 chance, can I have this luck? In this regard, Mu Chen was deeply suspicious. But this time, the system chose to ignore Mu Chen's doubt. Pick up tilde. Fuck, how about love? Smoke. Anyway, the chance of transforming in 10 minutes is not low, and in the end, Mu Chen can only put his hope on 10 minutes. But what Mu Chen didn't expect was that he immediately experienced what it means to reach the pinnacle of life. Closing his eyes, he let out a random shot. When Mu Chen opened his eyes, seeing that the pointer stayed at an option so tiny that one could almost ignore it, Mu Chen was so excited that he almost shed tears of excitement. Thanks system. Thank goodness. Thank you CTV. Thank you MTV. Thank you 8 generations of ancestors. The reason why Mu Chen was so excited was precisely because of the reward for his transformation. Transform time 30 minutes. 5 minutes before adding himself. That's a full 35 minutes. Although 35 minutes is not too much much time. If you ignore the previous warm-up and directly enter the competition stage, it will be enough for Mu Chen to play. Thinking of being able to raise his head in front of Xiaoxia, how could Mu Chen not be excited? Congratulations to the host. You won the 30-minute transformation to extend the reward. This reward is a one-time reward and disappears immediately after 10 seconds. The reward will be distributed and the timer will start. What to play? I can understand the one-time reward, but what the hell is the timing when it is issued after 10 seconds? What the hell is it? Mu Chen was not a fool, and in an instant he thought of the answer. Obviously, the system B is doing itself. Why did the time start in this wilderness? Doesn't that mean that the time I spent running back Lao Su should also be counted in this? Bang! Just as the panicked Mu Chen was about to start the high-speed movement and return to Xiaoxia's residence, a muffled sound rang from his body. Immediately, white light rose. When the white light dissipated, Mu Chen sadly discovered that he was forced to transform. Looking at the needle-like timer in his mind, Mu Chen immediately cursed his mother. System. Father, I am XXOO, your uncle. This is such a wild country. You turned Lao Su into a human, and you started the clock. Did you ask me to find a big tree to PK? Chapter 507_random mission to birth. Your uncle. The system is waiting for me. At this moment, in this vast wilderness, there is a handsome blonde man, who is angry and cursing in a return to nature, while helplessly squatting on a stone and drawing circles. This time, Mu Chen really miscalculated and let the system play. Who would have thought that this reward would be distributed and activated immediately? 30 minutes, more or less or less. If Aju and Li Hua hadn't left for the precious 30 minutes to transform, Mu Chen might also consider having a chat with Li Hua. But the problem is, people have already finished their work, and they don't know where they are going. Going back to Xiaoxia, there is not much time left. Even if I go back, I will be despised. Ling Zi still doesn't know where to go. In the end, the grief-stricken Mu Chen could only crouch on a stone and draw circles to curse the system, while waiting for the end of the transformation time. After all, Mu Chen is a healthy old man, and Mu Chen is not interested in the behavior of walking birds in the wilderness. Finally, half an hour was spent in Mu Chen's endless resentment. However, when Mu Chen, who was physically and mentally exhausted, was about to return to Xiaoxia to find a warm hug when he transformed back into Pikachu state, the voice of Lord System suddenly sounded. Host, random mission, accept or not. In a word, simple and rude, the task appeared. Pick up your bat. At any time in normal time, Mu Chen is full of expectations for random tasks, but this time, Mu Chen hated this shitty random mission. What the matter? It's not enough to play Lao Su 1. Why do you want to play a second time? Host, if you can complete this mission, I will give you a Fic item reward. Seeing that Mu Chen refused without hesitation, the system was not in a hurry. Pick up ... What to play? Fic item reward. Tell me the story. Having endured an extremely bad mission reward, Mu Chen originally did not intend to pay attention to this system in a short period of time, and did a shitty system mission. But, when he heard the Fic item reward, Mu Chen's attention was still attracted. Fic item. This is not the kind of transformation that accepts awards after unreliable completion. What is the reason why you can be so arrogant now? Mu Chen knew that his attack power was so terrifying. A large part of the reason was the bonus that the electric ball brought him. Now that he heard the fixed item again, how could Mu Chen not be excited? Excuse me, host, do you accept the mission? Pick up ... Pick you up, uncle. Hurry up. First tell me what the reward item is. Seeing that this guy in the system ignored his own inquiry and still pretended to be a dead person, Mu Chen quit. The system B is too unreliable, and after being fooled once, Mu Chen is absolutely unwilling to believe him easily. Well, it's okay to tell you. The bonus item is a time grid. It was found that Mu Chen's attitude this time was extremely firm. Knowing that the system that could not fool him finally chose to compromise. What else can I do? If Mu Chen doesn't play, the system can only watch it in a hurry, right? Pick up ... Time grid. What is that? Hurry up. Explain to me what it does. Hearing the content of the reward, Mu Chen was even more confused. Time sounds quite high, but what is the specific utility of this game? In the spirit of breaking the casserole's question to the end, Mu Chen asked again. Time grid. A container for time. In your current situation, the host, this thing is an artifact for you. Speaking of time grid, there was a hint of pride in the system's voice. Obviously, this game should be very powerful in the view of the system. If it weren't for the fact that the mission this time was too urgent, the system would not be willing to hand over such a treasure to the rogue Mu Chen. Pick up ... Pick up ... Artifact. What is it? Can you explain it clearly? I'll tell you the system. Don't try to fool me again. If you don't explain all the functions of this thing clearly today, I'm sure I won't be fooled. Speak bluntly. Aren't you worried that you will be transformed when you receive this transformation reward, which is often inappropriate? This time grid allows you to store the transformation time and release it for one-time use. After cheating on Mu Chen, the system can also understand the mentality of this guy at the moment. The system has absolutely absolute confidence in the function of time grid. To improve his rank, Mu-chen might have to make irresponsible remark. But what about the storage time? Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. What the hell? So arrogant. Heck, I'll take it, Daddy. Now you ask me to challenge Feng Wang. I will accept it. Hearing that the system reward turned out to be this thing, Mu-chen was excited. What do you need? Isn't it just a matter of transformation time? If I have this, do I still worry that I don't have enough time to transform? And I also worry about receiving Xiaoxia's contemptuous eyes. I can totally save this time for a day, and then have a good time with Xiaoxia. Pika tilde pi tilde. Correct, sir. Can this transformation time? I also store 5 minutes of my day. After the excitement, Mu-chen suddenly thought of a key question. 5 minutes of transformation. In addition to talking about love, basically it is not enough to do anything. But if it could be stored, it's totally fine. Don't worry, I can still fool you. Now, host, can you tell me, do you accept this task? The system's words are filled with strong confidence. Obviously, from the point of view of the system, Mu-chen would not refuse this task even if he was killed. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. No problem. Accept. Come on, no matter what the task is, I promise to give you a successful completion. As the saying goes, when there is pressure, there is motivation. He was severely hurt just now in the transformation, and now he sees hope from this sudden mission. How could Mu-chen refuse? Mission accepted. Ask the host to confirm the task content. Mewtwo's attack. Mewtwo, who escaped from Team Rocket, has regained his full strength after a period of recuperation. Now, Mewtwo is launching a frantic act of revenge against the Rocket, but because Mewtwo is an artificial Pokémon, there is no good or evil in its world. Under the destruction of Mewtwo, a large number of ordinary people will be affected. So, please, host, return to Kanto immediately and help Team Rocket resist Mewtwo's attack. Mission requirement: kill or defeat Mewtwo. Pick up tilde tilde. Let me help the Rocket. Are you kidding me? Hearing that the mission turned out to be this, and even the opponent was the perverted Xiaomang, Mu-chen was speechless. Sure enough, this special system is still tricking me. Chapter 508_hardworking. What are you doing tilde? People still need to sleep. Pikachu tilde. Obedient. Don't make trouble. Yesterday, after a night of tossing, I watched Xiaoji this bee play the King of Heaven challenge again in the morning. After returning to the room, Xiaoxia fell into a deep sleep. Sleeping soundly, Pikachu suddenly appeared. If you say that if you get in, just get in. At most, you will sleep with your arms around you. But what are you messing around with? In a daze, Xiaoxia didn't think that it was Mu-chen calling her to get up, but thought that this little bastard was starting to be dishonest again. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Ooh, get up now. Saving people is like putting out a fire. Don't delay. The requirement of the mission is to return to the Kanto region to repel Xiaomang. At this time, Mu-chen and the others are still in the Chengdu region. This is coming and going. Why don't you order a few days? It has been delayed for a long time. If the Rockets are not able to do their best, they will be destroyed directly. Although the destruction of Team Rocket had little to do with Mu-chen, it was even a very pleasant thing for Mu-chen. However, the system doesn't work. The mission requirements of others are clearly stated. Want to get rewarded. The Rockets can't be destroyed. At the very least, its core mission, Boss Sakagi, cannot be killed. This made Mu-chen very embarrassed. It is precisely because of this that Mu-chen is so eager and desperate to wake Xiaoxia. It doesn't matter if Xiaoji accompanies him or not back to Kanto, Xiaoxia can't leave it behind. Not to mention that the two of them were just humming. Their relationship was just warming up rapidly. Even if Xiaoxia is put down alone, Mu-chen doesn't worry about her safety. Right. Protecting Xiaoji is a requirement of the system, and Mu-chen can only deal with it helplessly. Protecting Xiaoxia is something that Mu-chen would not hesitate to sacrifice his life for. Pikachu, what the hell are you doing? Finally, under the torment of Mu-chen, Xiaoxia opened her bright eyes extremely angrily. Pick up tilde pick up tilde. Ooh, I'm going. You're awake. Seeing Xiaoxia awake, Mu-chen's short hand immediately entered a gesture mode. Huh, Pikachu, you mean going back to Kanto? What the matter? Seeing that Pikachu said that he was going back to the Kanto region, and that he was going back immediately, Xiaoxia was done. What the situation? They haven't been away from the Guangdong area for a long time, haven't they? Why are you going back? Pick up tilde pick up tilde. Ooh, this is really troublesome to explain. Seeing Xiaoxia's puzzled look, Mu-chen became anxious. This is such a gesture. I don't know how long it will take. Come on. Anyway, the time grid is not in hand. I don't feel sorry for the transformation. Considering that relying on gestures was too laborious, Mu-chen decisively turned on the transformation mode. Yeah, asshole. What are you trying to do? Seeing Pikachu transform without saying a word, Xiaoxia instinctively retreated in shock. Hi. Xiaoxia, you must go back to the Kanto region immediately. Just now that God gave me a mission, saying that Mewtwo would go to the Kanto region to take revenge on Team Rocket. Then the God asked me to stop Mewtwo, kill it or drive it away. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if the Rockets die, and even the people of Kanto will be greatly implicated. Turning into an adult with limited limited time, Mu Chen quickly told Xiaoxia about the general situation of the mission. What? Protect the rocket. Xiaoxia is not stupid. Although Mu Chen deliberately talked about the people, Xiaoxia still grasped the point. Mewtwo's revenge attack was Team Rocket. This god even let Pikachu go back to fight for the rocket. What going on? Aren't the rockets the bad guys? Well, it's to protect Team Rocket. I don't know why, but this is the mission issued by the god. Xiaoxia, this time the god promised me that as long as I can complete the task, they can reward me with an artifact that can store the transformation time. At that time, my transformation time will be. Speaking of this, Mu Chen took Xiaoxia into his arms unconsciously, and his big hands were not on it. Ooh, asshole, get your hands off me. She shyly knocked off Mu Chen's big hand. Xiaoxia said again, is it going to go back now? What Mu Chen said this time is very clear. No matter what the reason for protecting the rockets was, that's how the mission of the gods was announced anyway. Of course, these are not the point. The point, of course, is the reward that Mu Chen said. Transform time can be stored. This is an artifact for Mu Chen, but why is it not for Xiaoxia? After tasting the forbidden fruit, Xiaoxia said it was false to say that she did not expect this kind of thing. However, this bastard Pikachu is not good enough. 5 minutes is really not enough for anything. If time can be stored. Thinking of this, Xiaoxia's pretty face instantly blushed. Well, go back now. If Team Rocket is completely wiped out, then this mission will be considered a failure. Okay, Pikachu, then you hurry up and end your transformation. Let's find Xiaoji. Seeing Mu Chen say this, Xiaoxia is also decisive. How about going back to Kanto for the sake of your future happiness? What about saving the rocket? Anyway, as long as the transformation time of this bastard Pikachu can give you some strength, then you have everything, right? However, after these 5 minutes were spent in Mu Chen's mess, Xiaoxia, who was blushing and pretty, carried Pikachu, who had been taught a lesson by herself, to the door of Xiaoji's room. She was embarrassed. Clap, clap, clap. A rhythmic rhythm came from inside the house. Before opening the door, Xiaoxia's pretty face was so blushing that it seemed like it was on fire. Pick up tilde tilde. What the hell? Xiaoji, this stuff is okay. Nima really deserves to be the son of the special world. This physical strength is really extraordinary. After tossing around for a night, why not Xiaoji? The results of it. I'm almost lying down here, but Xiaoji is still working hard on special training. Tis tis. This is so physical. There is no one else. Pikachu, what shall we do? Now that this situation comes in, it is definitely inappropriate. Xiaoji's special training to end. Standing outside the room, Xiaoxia's pretty face was not just explained by the word embarrassment. Pick up tilde tilde. Pick up tilde tilde. What is there to say? Leave him a message and we'll go right away. This time I go to Kanto. I don't have this whole oil bottle anymore. Let him play with it slowly. Besides, it left them a chance to be alone. Maybe it's been a long time. Is this really a special training to express feelings? Seeing that Xiaoji was working hard on special training, Mu Chen didn't want to bother this guy anymore. That's right, let's come to a two-person world separately. Chapter 509 Return to Kanto. Pick up tilde tilde. Pick up tilde tilde tilde. Become free. I am finally free. After embarking on the road back to Kanto with Xiaoxia, Mu Chen suddenly felt an unprecedented sense of ease. Being tortured by Xiaoji's stupid bee for more than a year, Mu Chen was really fed up. This time, with the help of the system task to completely get rid of that stupid bee, Mu Chen really let himself go. Ooh, Pikachu, asshole, be honest, there's a lot of people here. She was on the suspended train together with the Kanto and Chengdu areas, watching Pikachu, who was constantly scurrying in her arms, causing everyone else's eyes to come over. Xiaoxia was ashamed and angry. Being separated from Ash and traveling alone with Pikachu is also a new experience for Xiaoxia. In addition, at this time, Xiaoxia and Pikachu can be said to be doing what they should do, and they have done everything they shouldn't, which makes the relationship between them even more different. Now that she has embarked on this temporary journey of the two-person world, Xiaoxia is also full of expectations for the future. Bastard, I can tell you that the task that the gods gave you must be completed successfully. Only if the gods are satisfied and reward you with that time grit, we can. What can you do? You don't need to say more. They are all people who understand. There is no need for Xiaoxia to speak too white. Mu Chen already understands everything. Pick up tilde. Pick up tilde. Do not worry. I'm sure I'll get over that super dream. For the sake of his happy future, let alone a super dream, even if he gets a super beast full of date, Mu Chen absolutely has the confidence to turn it over. Just kidding. How long have I endured this? Although it is said that he is separated from Ash like this, the old ladies of Minas will be completely unable to take care of them within a short time. But does it matter? Although it will bring a different feeling to Mu Chen to learn from the old ladies of Minas. But in essence, Mu Chen is still a down-to-earth human being. In terms of human aesthetic, it is natural that Xiaoxia is more fragrant. If Mu Chen really had a choice, he would rather give up the entire forest of the old ladies like Minas for the sake of Xiaoxia. Pikachu, where are we going now? The greasy crooked all the way in. Xiaoxia and Pikachu set foot on the land of the Kanto region again. Because the mission was issued by the gods to the bastard Pikachu, Xiaoxia could only listen to his commands at this moment. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. How barren do I know where to go? Such a special mission is said to be attacking. Who knows where it is? Hearing Xiaoxia's question, Mu Chen helplessly rolled his eyes. System Lord, come out for me. In case of indecision, the system solves it. If I can't find where Chao Meng is, this task can't continue to be completed. Without any hesitation, Mu Chen immediately thought of the system. What the matter? You ask me to solve Chaomeng. You have to give an approximate location, right? The rockets are headquartered in Viridian City, but they also have a very large division in Rainbow City. The system did not give an answer directly this time, but instead announced the core information of the rockets to Mu Chen. Pick up tilde tilde. Nima, why are you playing with me? Can you give the exact answer directly? Mu Chen expressed extreme indignation at the system's wicked taste for making him guess. However, this time, no matter how much Mu Chen yelled, the system ignored him with incomparable coldness. How's it going, Pikachu? Where are we going? Pikachu beeped into the air, and Xiaoxia was not surprised by this. Obviously, this guy must be negotiating with that god. If the only thing that makes Xiaoxia feel strange is why Pikachu seems to be extremely angry. Is this bastard crazy? How dare you be angry with the god? Her heart was full of astonishment, but Xiaoxia didn't dare to disturb Pikachu at the moment. After all, the one who talked to him was a god. Finally, after Pikachu stopped, Xiaoxia hurriedly asked, pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. Let go. Go to Rainbow City first. The final stop of the suspended train is Gold City. In terms of distance, of course, Rainbow City is closer. No one knows where Chao Meng's bee is going to attack. Anyway, it's a choice between two. Of course, Mu Chen wants to find a closer place, right? However, what Mu Chen didn't expect was that the accident happened before he and Xiaoxia left the Golden City. Look, what is that? It seems to be Miss Nazi, the Super Queen. Oh my god, doesn't Miss Nazi rarely leave the gym? What's wrong with her? Yeah, why does Miss Nazi seem so eager? Just as those passers-by who eat melons discussed, Nazi, a senior otaku, left the gym, but in an extremely public way. She used her superpower to fly at a high speed. Pick up tilde pick up. Quick, Xiaoxia, let's catch up. Nazi is Team Rocket, which Mu Chen already knew. Seeing Nazi leaving the gym and driving fast in one direction, Mu Chen's first reaction was naturally Chaomeng. Only when Mewtwo launched an attack would Nazi appear so eager. It was originally a matter of luck, but when Mu Chen met Nazi, he knew that his luck had come. As long as you can keep up with this Nazi, you can definitely find Mewtwo. Although Chaomeng abused Mu Chen twice in the past, there is one sentence that he said well, and today is different from the past. Having become a junior skin god, and even having the blessing of an electric ball, Mu Chen is now really worth his dream. For Mu Chen, defeating Mewtwo is not difficult. The hard part is how to find it. Now that Nazi is the guiding light, how could Mu Chen not grasp it firmly? However, all this is just a beautiful dream. How fast is Nazi's flight? Without Xiaoxia, with the blessing of high-speed movement, Mu Chen might still be able to catch up. But with Xiaoxia, no, I can't. Pikachu, rest, I really can't run. If you don't say the last sentence, Xiaoxia's panting words will definitely cause great misunderstanding by others. Pika tilde pi. Seeing Nazi's receding back, Mu Chen could only sigh helplessly. She had just chased out of the gold market, so she couldn't tell where she was going. But Xiaoxia couldn't run, and of course Mu Chen wouldn't leave Xiaoxia alone in order to pursue Nazi. Speaking of which, isn't the route of this mission also for Xiaoxia? Now that guy from Mewtwo must have come to Kanto. If something happens to Xiaoxia, then Mu Chen really has nowhere to cry. Chapter 510 The trio join. Musashi, look, is that Pikachu? And that little girl? After failing to track Nazi, Mu Chen and Xiaoxia could only go to Rainbow City to try their luck as originally planned. However, they had just left the Golden City for a day when they were bumped into by the Rocket Trio. It's really them. Musashi, what do you say? Do you want to do it? Meow. The trio had been brutally abused by Pikachu before, and even attracted the duo of Armado and Kozaburo to fight. After they ended up with one death and one injury, they were also arranged by Team Rocket's old Osakagi to other places. I thought that I would never have anything to do with this Pikachu in my life. Never thought that at this critical period they actually met Pikachu. Are you two idiots? That Pikachu is a champion Pokémon. Can we fight it? How to catch it? For Musashi. But is this difficult? Meow Meow said it, not me. After being slashed twice by Musashi's eldest sister, Kojiro only dared to mutter in a low voice, Musashi, I mean, we can lure that Pikachu and let it deal with that horrible guy. Great idea. But, why is that little girl only there? Where's the damn kid? Are they somewhere else? You'd better inquire carefully. If we are stopped by the kid when we lead this Pikachu, we will be out of luck. Hearing Kojiro's suggestion, Musashi's eyes suddenly lit up. The strong enemy that suddenly appeared was not even the boss, and they rushed over, just waving the flag and shouting, but, if you can lead this champion champion Pikachu to the past. Is there any hope of defeating a powerful enemy? If this is the case, wouldn't they have become the heroes of the rocket? Musashi was fascinated by the thought of that bright future. Of course, while intoxicated, Musashi, who has been taught many times, is still very cautious. Oh, Musashi, you care so much about him. If that kid appears, we won't lead this Pikachu. Now the boss and they can't stop it. I heard that the King of Athena has been injured, and Miss Nazi has rushed to help. Now there is not so much time for you to find the whereabouts of that kid. As Kojira said, the rockets have fallen into a desperate situation at this moment. No one expected that when this Pokémon who betrayed Team Rocket appeared again, its power would be far greater than before. Insufficient preparation. Sakagi was first beaten by blood, and even had to abandon the base in Vibrant City and fled all the way to Rainbow City. After coming to Rainbow City, that powerful existence even chased after him all the way. In order to resist this powerful existence, Athena, the only remaining king of the rocket, and the only female king, came to fight. However, the boss Sakagi is not an opponent, let alone her. It is precisely because the situation of the rocket has fallen into an extreme crisis, so even cannon fodder players like the trio were ordered to rush to support. Ooh, alright, never mind. Come on, let go. Thinking of the crisis in which the rockets were caught, Musashi also ignored the danger. At this moment, it is God's will for them to meet this Pikachu. Pikachu, you bastard. I tell you, if you don't like enough time to transform in the future, don't just turn into a human. In secret, Xiaosha certainly didn't know. At this moment, Xiaosha is teaching this hateful yellow-skinned mouse a lesson with a face full of anger. What should be played? Dead bastard. Stinky bastard. 5 minutes to transform. You can't do anything, and you have to provoke others. In the end, the fire of others was stirred up. Why did you change back? For this kind of situation, Xiaosha can be said to be deeply disgusted. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. Let go. Don't hold on to Lao Su so much. You are depressed. Am I not depressed? Of course, Mu Chen knew why Xiaosha was angry, but what can be done? Even without Xiaosha saying, Mu Chen didn't plan to come a second time. It wasn't just Xiaosha that caught fire. Mu Chen was about to explode. I originally planned to carry a gun and mount a horse, but it turned out to be the end of the game over time. How can this be described as embarrassing? Just when Mu Chen was struggling depressedly, trying to get rid of Xiaosha and save his last faith, 3 figures suddenly appeared in the slash. Do not, to be precise, 2 silhouettes plus a cat shadow. Ha ha ha. Yellow-skinned mouse, let us meet you again. Today, you will definitely not be able to escape. What nonsense. Go, Arbor, use the solution. Eat me for a crazy grab. Meow. Suddenly, it was the Rockets trio. Mu Chen returned to Kanto to deal with Chow Meng. Of course these 3 guys didn't know. In order to attract Pikachu, these 3 guys turned on the offensive mode as soon as they showed up, apparently intending to arouse Pikachu's anger so that it chased after himself and others. Pick up tilde pick up. What the hell? What going on? Why are these 3 stupid hats still alive? The sudden attack of the trio really stunned Mu Chen for a moment. Who would have thought that these 3 idiots would still be encountered in this wilderness? But that Abergwai sprayed out the disgusting solution, and it was not Mu Chen's character if he didn't fight back. Pika tilde tilde chew. No matter what you are, 100,000 volts will be knocked down. Zila tilde tilde tilde. He did it when he thought of it, and didn't even break free from Xiaosha's hand. Mu Chen, who was being carried in midair, blasted the trio with 100,000 volts. Chaba cool tilde tilde tilde. Quote, meow tilde tilde. It hurt, meow. It was just an instant blast of 100,000 volts, and the world was quiet. Run. This guy is amazing. Damn it. Why is this Pikachu so powerful? Recovering the able monster who was electrocuted to the point of twitching, and holding Meow Meow, who had completely rolled his eyes, Musashi and Kojira started the rushing mode without hesitation. Originally, their plan was to fight and retreat, fight and walk. However, from the current situation, it seems that there is no need for it at all. If you can escape, it is already a victory. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Xiaosha, hurry up. Can't let these 2 idiots run away. To kill Musashi and Kojira, Mu Chen didn't have the intention. Although these 2 idiots used to discuss themselves, but those are the past tense. Now that his strength is enough to look down on these scumbags, Mu Chen is too lazy to care about those things in the past. As for why Mu Chen continued to pursue her, just kidding, these 2 are the rocket. Catch up with them. Don't you know where Cheomung is? Chapter 511 The Gigantic Transformation of Level 4. Damn it. What to do? They're catching up. What else can we do? Run. We are not far from Rainbow City. As long as we hold on, we will win this Pikachu. But I'm worried that we will be caught up by this yellow-skinned mouse before we reach Rainbow City. Meow. Pikachu and Xiaosha were chasing all the way in the back, and the Rockets trio who ran in front were even more desperate. After chasing and fleeing for nearly a morning, Musashi and the others finally collapsed. This is so special. Why did I imagine that I and others were tempted to stroll in the front, lure Pikachu, like an outing, to Rainbow City, and then let this abominable yellow-skinned mouse deal with the traitor Cheomung? However, However, the situation in reality is so different from the imagination. At this moment, Musashi and the others, let alone strolling in the courtyard, sweating profusely is not enough to describe them. Seeing Pikachu and Kasumi still chasing behind, Musashi and the others were about to cry. As for, how much hatred do you keep chasing? Isn't he fragrant to rest and rest? However, how did Musashi know that Mu-chen was constantly scolding his mother at this moment? Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. How can these three idiots run away like this? Why can't you stop for a break? I won't really treat you guys. It doesn't matter if you are yourself. Pokémon is just that good, and its physical strength far surpasses that of human. But the problem is, if she can hold on, Xiaoxia can't hold on. Looking at Xiaoxia's cheeks already soaked in sweat, Mu-chen said it was fake if he didn't feel bad. How to do? Can't go on like this. If you run further, I will be fine, and Xiaoxia will not be able to hold on sooner or later. Cheomeng appeared in the Kanto area, and only leaving Xiaoxia here alone, Mu-chen was absolutely unable to feel at ease. Correct. Fuck, I have thought of it. I have a big move. In a hurry, Mu-chen, who was running all the way, suddenly thought that there was another skill that had been strengthened to level 4 by him after constant use and training before, and it was extremely huge. Because of his own strength, Mu-chen really rarely used this skill in battle. PK with the old ladies like Minas and Shinado, in order to be able to deal a fatal blow to them more effectively. Mu-chen's gigantic transformation is basically a CD, and it never stops. After this steady stream of hard work, Mu-chen's Jujuhuan level has also soared, and he has already reached the 4th level. Although the 4th level gigantic transformation could not make Mu-chen's entire body bigger, for now, that's enough. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde tilde. Baby Xiaoxia, let me show you my big move, but don't scare you tilde. Do it when you think of it. Ignoring the rocket trio who were still fleeing in front of them, Mu-chen, who was running, stopped decisively and began to scold. Pikachu, what's wrong with you? Don't worry about me. Keep chasing. Seeing Pikachu stop moving forward, Xiaoxia's heart suddenly became sweet. Obviously, this guy Pikachu felt distressed when he saw that he was chasing too hard. Although very tired, Xiaoxia doesn't plan to give up. As the bastard Pikachu judged before, as long as you catch up with the rocket trio, you can find the exact location of that Mewtwo. Why did they come all the way back to Kanto from the Chengdu area? Isn't it to defeat the Super Dream and complete the mission of the gods? Short-term hard work doesn't matter. As long as the task can be completed and the bastard Pikachu can store his transformation time, then the two can usher in a real happy life in the future. For the sake of that happy life, Xiaoxia said she could definitely stick to it. However, Mu-chen did not intend to let Xiaoxia continue to insist. Pika tilde tilde chew tilde. A chirping sounded, and Mu-chen's body instantly grew larger. 4. It was already possible to make Mu-chen's body and limbs bigger. As for the parts that haven't gotten bigger, tail, and then there is the key part of Mu-chen's dignity. There is no way, only when you reach level 5 can you fully transform. But now how can Mu-chen have time to improve the level of Jujutsu? Anyway, it's for the pursuit, and it doesn't matter if the dignity changes. My god, Pikachu, you are. Saw that Pikachu, which was 3 to 40 centimeters in length, turned into a giant yellow-skinned mouse that was 1 meter high and 2 meters long. What the hell kind of skill is this? Can it make the body bigger? Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Be cool. This is called gigantic transformation, which can make any part of the body bigger, but there is a time limit. 4th level gigantic transformation can last for 30 minutes. Whether it is to learn from the old ladies like Minas and Shinado, or to fight with others, it is basically enough. Any part. Hearing Pikachu say this, Xiaoxia's pretty face instantly blushed. Musashi, isn't it? Pikachu seems to be lost. Yeah, I just found out. Pikachu and the others don't seem to be following. Meow. Just as Mu-chen was showing off his powerful gigantic skills, the Rockets trio who were running in front finally found something different. This is so good to chase. Why are people gone? Could it be that our strength is too strong to get rid of that Pikachu? If it was normal, Musashi and the others would definitely celebrate with joy. But now what? What about this? Are we going to go back and find the yellow-skinned mouse? It's very embarrassing to attract monsters and lose them. If Pikachu didn't follow, would the three of them rush to Rainbow City to be cannon fodder? Although the IQ of the Rockets trio is not online many times, they are not really fools after all. Look back. If we happen to hit, can we still run away? Meow. Meow meow is right. If we collide head-on, we're afraid we won't be able to run away. Musashi's suggestion was ruthlessly refuted by Meow Meow and Kojira. Then what should I do? Can't just waste it like this. Who knows? Oh my go. What that? Just as Musashi was entangled, a huge yellow-skinned mouse suddenly appeared at the end of her field of vision. On the back of the yellow-skinned mouse, it was Xiaoxia who chased them before. When I saw Xiaoxia, I took a closer look at the huge yellow-skinned mouse. Wasn't it the previous Pikachu? I'm going. Run. Damn. Why did Pikachu get bigger? Why can't I get bigger? Meow meow. Meow. Musashi saw it, and so did Kojira and Meow Meow. meow. Seeing that the huge Pikachu was rushing towards the three of them at a frantic acceleration, the trio ran wild and burst into tears. Is it even possible to do so? Chapter 512 ask for direction. No, no, we surrender. We surrender. Xiaoxia came to her back, and Mu Chen no longer had any worry. A high-speed movement blessing, a flash of electricity and a flash start. However, in a short while, Mu Chen had caught up with the team of rockets who were running at a very fast speed in front of him. Seeing the giant Pikachu standing in front of him and the others, Musashi, Kojira and Meow Meow Sanran kneeled very decisively. What are you kidding me? This little thing is something that can kill even the Heavenly King level powerhouse. Are they a fart? Tell me, has your Team Rocket been attacked by any Pokémon recently? They have the same mind, and facing this trio of begging for mercy, of course they don't need Mu Chen to make a gesture to ask them. Huh, what was this little girl asking just now? She seems to be asking if Team Rocket was attacked by Pokémon. Meow. Facing Xiaoxia's sudden question, the trio were stunned. What's happening here? Change the script again. Why didn't you let us know? Although we are a dragon, but this dragon has human rights anyway, right? Originally, according to the idea of the trio, even if Pikachu, who had caught up with him, didn't kill them directly, it would definitely be a slap in the face. After all, in the beginning, they were a lot of trouble for Pikachu, and they even attacked this little girl and that stupid bee of Xiaoji. According to the normal script, it would be reasonable for Pikachu to attack them. The result now, not only did Pikachu not attack herself, but the little girl asked if Team Rocket was attacked. Ooh, we're just pawns of Team Rocket. We don't know if we've been attacked. Yeah, we're the pawns. How could we know if Team Rocket was attacked by something weird? That's right, we really don't know that Mewtwo has attacked Team Rocket. Meow. There was nothing wrong with what Musashi and Kojira said, but this meow. Pick up tilde. I gather, do you treat me like a fool? Am I an idiot? You all said that the Super Dream is coming, and then you tell me you don't know. Hearing Meow Meow say that, Mu Chen decisively rolled his eyes. The same are all Pokemon. Why is the gap between this baby and the baby so big? Meow Meow. Meow Meow, you are stupid. Mu Chen reacted here, and of course Musashi and Kojira also heard Meow Meow's previous language sickness. Because they don't know what Pikachu's intentions are, they really don't want to tell the story of Team Rocket's attack. Result, met a pig teammate, which was very hurt. HMPH. Be honest, where is that Chow Meng now? What is the distribution of your rocket team? What about the boss of your rocket? Where is he? Also, your rockets should still have a king, right? Where is he? Meow Meow's words were low, and of course the smart Xiaoxia of Bingshe also directly grasped the key point and asked them repeatedly. Sakagi hides very deeply, except for a few people in the Kanto region who know his true identity. No one thinks that the gym owner in Jobin City is the boss of the rocket. As for the last female king, Athena, this girl has brought the attributes of a house girl to the extreme. Even within the rocket, many soldiers also do not know the true identity of this person. Is this a problem? The sixth sentence was caught. Xiaoxia asked again and again, and Musashi and others fell into a huge entanglement. Pika tilde chu tilde. Zila tilde. Confused. It doesn't matter. I specialize in treating various intractable diseases such as entanglement. Seeing that Musashi and the others were playing vague words and didn't want to explain directly, the electric current on Mu Chen's cheek jumped decisively. 3. At 40 centimeters, the deterrent power of Mu Chen's jump is very terrifying, not to mention now that after it has grown bigger, the sense of oppression it gives people is even more terrifying. Don't say it. We say it. Seeing Pikachu's posture, Musashi resolutely softened. What are you kidding? This electric current with a thickness of nearly half a meter keeps jumping in front of him. Who can see that his scalp doesn't go numb? Yes, our rockets were attacked. The one who attacked was the defected Pokemon, Mewtwo. Before Mewtwo appeared too suddenly, Sakagi boss was not ready, so the headquarters of Vibrant City had been destroyed. Now, boss Sakagi has retreated to the underground base of Rainbow City where King Athena sits, and Cheomung is also nearby. Under the threat of her life, Musashi Bamboo Tube poured out everything she knew. However, Musashi didn't notice that when she said these words, it was richer than the information that Meow Meow had exposed before. The name of the old Osaka wood is not counted, but the name of the last king is also exposed in front of them at this time, that is, Xiaoxia and Pikachu. If this is replaced by the official staff of the Alliance, it will be really haha. Pick up tilde. Come on, Xiaoxia, let them get out of here. After inquiring about the current situation of the rockets and the location of Cheomung, Mu Chen was no longer interested in talking nonsense with these three guys. Although Miss Musashi is still so bright and attractive, for Mu Chen at this time, defeating Mewtwo is the most serious thing. Okay, you can leave now. Upon receiving Mu Chen's reminder, Xiaoxia waved her hand, which was considered an amnesty for the three Musashi. Ignoring the reactions of the three guys, Mu Chen twisted his butt and took Xiaoxia to the three guys with a handsome back. Musashi, that Pikachu, the direction it runs, Seems to be Rainbow City. Yeah, if I remember correctly, this direction is the Rainbow City we're going to, right? Seeing the back of Pikachu leaving, Kojiro and Musashi were confused. What the situation? Doesn't it all know that Chow Meng has gone to Rainbow City? Why are you still going there? Is it difficult? It is to team up with Mewtwo to deal with the rocket. In an instant, the trio thought of a terrible possibility. Ooh, a Mewtwo is hard to deal with, and if this Pikachu goes too, the boss is really in danger. Before, I wanted to lead Pikachu to Rainbow City to fight Mewtwo, but only when they calmed down did they think about it. It seems that this Pikachu and the rockets are also hostile. Right, people, there is no need to help you rocket. Quickly inform the boss that they are prepared. Meow. Just when Musashi and Kojiro were in a mess, Meow was the first to react. No matter what, please let me know first. Chapter 513_Athena and Naz. What did you say? Damn it, you idiot. Wait, what a wait. In Team Rocket's Rainbow City underground base, Sakajimoto, who was making defensive deployment, was in a bad mood. Now, when he received the information from Team Rocket Trio, he fell into a rage. These three wastes are really more than failures. Such a super dream has already made the rockets devastated, and I don't know what method to deal with. But I never thought that the problem of this super dream has not been solved yet, and the three idiots of the trio actually attracted Pikachu again. Before that, Takagi was really interested in Pikachu and wanted to capture him. However, when this little thing defeated the top management of the rockets one after another, Takagi gradually let go of this idea in his heart. Obviously, Pikachu's strength is too strong, and it is no longer an existence that can be arrested by their team of rocket. As a result, I don't know how to solve this super dream problem, and there is another Pikachu whose strength exceeds the level of the king. This time, Banmu's brain is really buzzing. Athena, Chow Meng has chased after me. I suspect that he may attack us at any time, so I can only stay at the base now. That Pikachu, I'll leave it to you. It doesn't need you to defeat it, as long as you can delay it and prevent it from attacking our base with Mewtwo. Mewtwo is Team Rocket's sworn enemy, so why isn't Pikachu? Seeing that Pikachu is about to attack, the helpless Banmu can only divide another main force under the situation of insufficient manpower. No way. If Mewtwo cooperates with Pikachu to attack Team Rocket will be really dangerous. Don't worry, boss, I will definitely block that Pikachu. Following Banmu's order, a beautiful woman with blonde hair half knelt in front of him. Boss, let me go with Athena. If the two of us can fight off Pikachu faster, then we can support you. Today, most of the Rocket's top management has withered away. Seeing that the Rockets are about to enter the moment of life and death, the Super Queen Nazi, who has never been seen in public, also came to the front. Among the Rocket, Athena is Nazi's only friend. Seeing that her best friend was going to deal with that dangerous Pikachu, Nazi, who was worried, naturally volunteered to fight. Huh, the two of you together. Banmu was slightly taken aback when he saw that Nazi, who was usually like an ice cube, took the initiative to ask for a fight. Okay, then you two go together. Be careful, if the situation is not right, then retreat immediately. Don't go to war. I'm still here, and I don't allow you to have any accident. Rarely, there was a hint of warmth in Banmu's word. Although these two women usually play soy sauce in the Rocket. However, Banmu knows that the most loyal to the Rockets are these two women. Father, please rest assured, our Rockets will definitely get through this difficult time. The majestic Banmu played with warmth, and Athena couldn't roar suddenly. A father-in-law expresses the relationship between the two. Athena is the righteous daughter of the Rocket's boss Banmu. This is also the reason why she can be the king of heaven at a young age, and she can die in the Rainbow City base without completing any task. Well, let go. As long as Banmu is alive for another day, no one can move our Rocket. At this moment, the Rocket's boss Banmu can be said to be in the air, full of arrogance and arrogant. That is all kinds of side leak. At the same time, just when Banmu received the news of Pikachu's attack and made corresponding arrangement, Mew Chen stopped running outside Rainbow City. Pick up tilde. Xiaoxia, wait for me here. The gigantic time is about to end, and it has come to the periphery of Rainbow City. Seeing that he might be attacked by Chow Meng at any time, Mew Chen naturally wanted to place Xiaoxia properly. Although Mew Chen was able to score at this time, his opponent was Cheomeng, who was comparable to a superheroic beast. In order to prevent Yi, how could Mew Chen put Xiaoxia in danger? Well, Pikachu, don't worry, I'll take care of myself. Bingshe is smart and considerate. Talking about Xiaoxia, knowing what level of existence Mew Chen's opponent was, of course Xiaoxia wouldn't be petty at such a critical moment. Pick up tilde. Don't worry, I will make a quick decision. After today's game, our future happy life will come. After explaining to Xiaoxia, Mew Chen ran into Rainbow City without looking back. However, what Mew Chen didn't expect was that Cheomeng didn't see the two beautiful girls appearing in front of him. HMPH, damn Pikachu, with us here, you can't go any further. What to play? Looking at the beautiful blonde girl in the Rocket's uniform in front of her, Mew Chen was done. This is so good for what? What am I doing? Daddy, What bothering you? Why am I here to help you today? If it was in the past when the rocket's success was met, then there is no need to say it must be started directly. But this time, Mu Chen really didn't want to fight with these two beautiful girls. Athena. Mu Chen didn't know him, but Mu Chen saw the iceberg beauty Nazi at a glance. Although Nazi said that she was only the owner of a gymnasium, but if her real strength is a low-end king like a Jew, she is definitely not an opponent. Nazi is here, and it is natural to imagine the strength of the blonde beauty who can come with this Nazi. Two suspected heavenly king level powerhouses. Even Mu Chen would be troublesome to deal with. It is possible to encounter Chao Meng at any time. In such a crisis, how could Mu Chen be willing to waste his physical strength here? However, before Mu Chen could make a gesture, the two beautiful girls started to do so. Knowing Pikachu's strength, Nazi certainly won't be too big. Taking advantage of Athena's appearance, Pikachu was shocked and direct, and Nazi had secretly activated her superpower. Seeing the stunned Pikachu stand up, the two short hands are even more ready to make move. The preparations have long been completed, and Nazi launched it without hesitation. Pick up tilde. I Nima, what the situation? Give me a chance to speak. He was suddenly attacked by Nazi's thought power, and even lost control of his body, slowly floating into the air, and Mu Chen was completely speechless. Where does all this come from? I am really here to help today. However, Nazi and Athena, who have already activated, do not know the truth of the fact. Chapter 514 against Nazi and Athena. Athena, I have it under control. Attack quickly, seize the opportunity, and take it down in one fell swoop. A sudden psychic attack naturally received a miraculous effect. When Mu Chen was unprepared, Nazi's mind attack successfully controlled him into the air. Seeing that the opportunity could not be missed, even Nazi, who was usually taciturn, also shouted loudly, reminding Athena to attack Pikachu. Darkrow, come out. Use Chase. Overlord Flower, you also join the battle. Use the toxin on Pikachu. If you don't make a move, it can be described as merciless when you make a move. Seeing that Nazi successfully controlled Pikachu with her superpowers, Athena did not hesitate. With a wave of sus hand, two heavenly king level Pokémon were summoned by it. Got Dafu . Following Athena's order, the two heavenly king level Pokémon summoned by her rushed towards the yellow-skinned mouse hanging in the air. Pick up. Nima. Pikachu is not arrogant. You are my father and I am Hello Kitty. Seeing that these two girls couldn't help but do it to himself, and they were so direct to kill, Mu Chen was also angry. This is so special. I am here to complete the mission this time, and I can also help you Team Rocket once. By the way, I didn't want to pay attention to you at first, but you two dead girls took the initiative to seek abuse, didn't they? Come on then. Pika . The enemy's attack was imminent, and Mu Chen no longer hesitated. The pursuit of the Darkrow is okay. At most it is just a few stabs off by it. But the toxin of that Overlord Flower. Unless Mu Chen was a fool who would stand there waiting for the baptism of the poisonous poison in vain. Needless to say, at the same time as a loud chirping was issued, electric currents began to fill between Mu Chen's cheeks. When Xiao Ji, a foolish bee, challenged Nazi to the gym, Mu Chen was controlled by Nazi and could only get rid of it with the help of the system. But now is different. Now he has already become an elementary skin god, and even obtained the divine artifact electric ball. How terrifying is Mu Chen's electric energy? With the beating of the current, Nazi's mind control immediately appeared ripples, as if it were about to burst at any time. Athena, quick, this Pikachu's energy is too powerful, I can't control it. As a party, Nazi of course has the most say in her own mind power attack. Pikachu had just activated the electrical energy, and Nazi had already felt a powerful anti-shock force. Obviously, this Pikachu is no longer what it used to be, and it is definitely not the yellow-skinned mouse she played with at will. Damn. Darkrow, use a flash of electric light to interrupt Pikachu's charge. Pikachu's energy intensity exceeded the two girls' expectations. Seeing that Nazi's control was about to fail, Athena hurriedly changed the attack order to Darkrow. If it is pursued, although it is suitable for the evil attribute of the Darkrow, the power is not bad. However, when Pikachu was about to break free, it was obviously too late to use pursuit or something. Got . Under the order of Athena, the Darkrow made a harsh chirping. At the same time as the chirping, the charging Darkrow turned into a pure black electric current and slammed into Pikachu fiercely. However, the Darkrow is fast, and the speed of Mu Chen is even faster. Pick up . Little duck, come on, eat my 100,000 volt. Although she didn't use charging and accumulating power, Nazi's mind control was already in a fragmented stage under the constant impact of the current. The situation at this time was entirely a matter of Mu Chen's own mind. As long as he wants to, that sincerity can control this thought force to break through at any time. Seeing the Darkrow rushing up, Mu Chen didn't hesitate, and hit the game with a 100,000 volt. The electric current of the thickness of the arms suddenly jumped out from above Mu Chen's cheek. At the same time that it broke through the control of mind power, the current turned into a golden light, and it hit the Darkrow rushing towards it fiercely. Damn it. Darkrow, use Yanfan to avoid Pikachu's 100,000 volt. The 100,000 volt attack came too suddenly, and when Athena discovered it, it was too late. At the moment of crisis, the only thing Athena can do is to remind the Darkrow that has already launched a charge, eager for it to be powerful enough to avoid Pikachu's 100,000 volt attack. However, the reality is cruel. Although the Darkrow made an extremely elegant and unrestrained turn, the moment it just turned its body, Pikachu's 100,000 volt slammed on the tail of this guy. As the so-called chrysanthemum residue, the ground is injured. After being bombarded by 100,000 volt, the Darkrow Naniu bid farewell to the battlefield with a full face, and decisively entered the state of being pulled out and dying. Damn it. Athena, be careful, I'll restrain it. Seeing that Athena's king-level Pokemon Darkrow was taken by Pikachu with a quick 100,000 volt, Natsi was even more anxious. The progress of this Pikachu is terrifying. With the power it has shown so far, that is, to gather all the strength of the rocket, it is not so easy to deal with it. What's more, Mewtwo has already launched an attack on the rockets at this time. If this Pikachu, who is no less powerful than Mewtwo, rushes over, the rockets will only be destroyed. Natsi doesn't care if Team Rocket perishes or not, but Sakagi must not be in trouble. This is Natsi's insistence. With the idea of helping Sakagi, Natsi summoned her main Pokemon Yanjira and Hooty without hesitation. Yanjira, Hooty, my two buddies, help me. Let's control this Pikachu together. If you want to defeat Pikachu, you must first limit its mobility. Ying give it ... Woo ... In the face of the master's request, the two super-type Pokemon who practice together with Natsi all year round will certainly not hesitate. I saw that after the two Pokemon tweeted separately, they both closed their eyes, posing as a pair of legs sitting cross-legged, and slowly rose into the air, coming to the left and right of Nazi. Damn Pikachu, with me Natsi, you can't do any harm to Sakagi. Silently muttering to herself, Nazi also closed her beautiful eyes. Immediately, waves of pink energy slowly rose from Yanjira and Hooty, and finally, with Natsi as the core, all gathered between her eyebrows. Chapter 515 Overloaded Natsi. Pikachu, look at the trick. With the help of Hooty and Yanjira, Natsi brewed the most powerful psychic attack in her life. Resisting the damage caused by her powerful thought, blood oozes from the corners of Natsi's eyes, nostrils, ears, and mouth. Obviously, this overloaded psychic attack would also cause great damage to Natsi. However, in order to protect Sakagi, Natsi has obviously tried her best. Pick up ... Pick up ... Nima, do you want to fight like this? Blasting at him, Mew Chen was done. If this special is bombed, it is not a problem of being controlled. As far as my small physique is, I don't have to be directly bombed to death. That's a big fate. Needless to say, in the face of Natsi's desperately overloaded psychic attack, Mew Chen definitely had no desire to take it or resist it. Mew Chen didn't want to accept it, and Athena, who was fighting with Natsi, obviously didn't intend to give it this chance. Overlord Flower, use the toxin and release it in the direction behind Pikachu. Seeing that Natsi was desperate, Athena did not hesitate. Directly using the toxin to attack Pikachu has a great possibility of failure. But, what if I let the Overlord Flower attack behind you with a toxin to limit your movement space? For this fierce poison, Athena did not expect to hit at all. As long as she can delay Mew Chen's movement space a little, this is enough for her. Dafu ... After receiving the order from the trainer, Bawangwa, who was running all the way with short leg, did not hesitate, and behind Pikachu, who was about to escape, a thick dark purple mist erupted. Pick up ... Pick up. You sir, are you kidding me to kill you? Mew Chen was unwilling to fight against these two beautiful girls, Natsi and Athena. This time, his goal was Mewtwo. However, these two idiots didn't ask the reason at all. They just started working when they came up, and that was not the slightest chance to explain to Mew Chen. Seeing that the back road was cut off, and the bucket card thought power attack in front was getting closer and closer to him, Mew Chen panicked. No, I have to think of a way. If this special is bombarded, it will be a barren Mao Cheomong, and it will be a cold fart. With incomparably rich combat experience, Mew Chen knew that the more critical it was, the more he had to keep his composure. If he fell into a panic state because of nervousness at this time, then he really had no chance. I quickly observed the surroundings, and the left and right dodges were easily pursued by the mind power attack, and it was even more unreliable behind him. As for the underground, fuck, I don't know how to punch holes. Front, back, left and right, the underground retreat has been blocked, leaving the only way out for Mew Chen as the sky. As long as I can escape to the sky at this critical moment, then Natsi's thought power will inevitably fail. Even if I am under her control and continue to pursue after turning a corner, I have enough space to dodge. Pika ... Chew. Do it if you think of it. At this critical juncture, Mew Chen didn't hesitate. Zila tilde tilde tilde. Electricity flash, and a series of electric shockills were used frantically by Chen, creating a fleeting ladder on his way to the sky. It was not the first time to walk on thunder, and Chen also had ample experience in this juggling skill. Needless to say, when the electric shock ladder appeared, Chen quickly jumped up in the air. Damn! Seeing that Pikachu avoided her overloaded mind power attack in this way, Nazi almost fainted from anger. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Beautiful girl, how's it going? Isn't my dodging action so handsome? In the air, looking at Nazi, who was almost bleeding from the 7 orifices, Chen became excited. You have been dodged by this overloaded mind attack. What other means do you have? Pikachu, give me death. Forcibly holding back the severe tingling in her mind, Nazi broke out again, and the failed psychic attack was as expected by Chen. She forcibly changed the direction, and slammed toward Pikachu, who was in the air. Pika tilde pi tilde. You have no chance. Just now, the back road was cut off, so Chen had to do it. At this time, he was in the air, and the toxin of the Overlord flower did not spread so fast, but Chen had a lot of space to avoid. Not to mention, the electric light flashed and started. With the strong impact of the flash of electric light, Chen, who was in the air, quickly fell, and charged up to Nazi, who was using his mind power there. Sister Nazi, be careful. Seeing Pikachu in mid-air smash down towards Nazi like a cannonball, Athena panicked. However, her Heavenly King level Pokémon Darkrai was still twitching. Although the Overlord flower has thick skin and flesh, the speed is too touching. Seeing that she couldn't resist, the only thing Athena could do was to remind Nazi, hoping that Nazi could use teleportation to evade Pikachu's attack. But it is a pity that Athena's expectations for Nazi are still too high. If it was normal, facing Pikachu's swaying flesh bomb attack, Nazi would naturally be able to make a dashing teleportation without touching her body. But Nazi has reached the limit at this time. This overloaded psychic attack has already made Nazi's brain dizzy. After that, Nazi endured the pain again and forcibly changed the direction of the psychic attack. As a result, the pressure on Nazi was even greater. Seeing the flesh bombs bombarding down from midair, although Nazi wanted to avoid it, she was helpless. Even because of Nazi's distraction, the energy in her body instantly produced a huge chaos. The energy is chaotic, and the power of backlash right. PFF. A mouthful of blood that Nazi had suppressed for a long time spurted out, and Nazi, who was floating at a low altitude, couldn't hold on any longer, and fell backwards on her back. Sister Nazi, pick up tilde tilde. Nazi suddenly fell down, and Athena was naturally anxious. Likewise, not only Athena was anxious, but Chen was also anxious. What kind of trick is this? Are you still playing like this? It doesn't matter if you faint. What should I do, Daddy? I'm in an accelerating state in midair right now, and I can't change the direction at all. Originally, Nazi was not dizzy, but Chen's flesh bomb could hit her directly. As a result, Nazi fell to the ground in such a daze. Chen lost his goal, and there was only the cold dirt left on his path. Looking at the soil that was getting closer, the panicked Chen waved his short hands again and again, trying to reduce the speed of his fall. However, this is completely futile. Chapter 516 finally understood. The scene of the fierce battle was once caught in a strange embarrassment. Nazi's use of superpowers caused her to suffer backlash. At this moment, she has completely lost her fighting ability, and she can only collapse on the ground and continue to breathe. Because Athena was worried about Nazi's injury, she naturally strode forward and ran towards Nazi's position. As for our protagonist Chen, on the hard soil ground, several long gaps have been cracked. In the center of the gap, two short yellow legs were constantly struggling and fluttering. The missile card that had fallen from high altitude before was bombarded by lightning, but it failed to hit the target, so Chen was forced to learn the digging skills, and had an affectionate and intimate contact with the ground. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Nima, it hurts me to death. After a thump, Chen finally relied on his strong waist and abdomen to forcibly pull out his upper body from the ground. After finally getting out of trouble, Chen, who had a big horn on his head, didn't care to attack the two girls, and first took care of his poor forehead. Cough cough tilde tilde. Athena, be careful Pikachu. Athena was busy taking care of Nazi, and naturally she would not find out what happened to Pikachu at this time. But when she got Nazi's reminder, she reacted immediately. This is not the time to pay attention to Nazi's injury. Enemy, but they have not yet been defeated. Damn Pikachu, with my Athena here, you can't hurt Sister Nazi or Team Rocket. I have never played 2-on-1, and relying only on one Athena is not Pikachu's opponent. However, even so, in the face of the powerful Pikachu, Athena did not flinch at all, but stood in front of the seriously injured Nazi with a resolute look, posing a fighting style. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. I said, you two little girls, can you let me have a few words first? Seeing that Athena was about to start a film with herself again, Chen was helpless. Fighting with these two people is a waste of physical strength, but also delays delays your time. Although Nazi was already lying in her nest, and there was only one Athena left, Mu Chen still had no desire to continue fighting with them. This is so special, it's no good to fight. I can't guarantee that these two beautiful girls have any secret trick to hide. Why should I bother? If this is going to be annoying for a while, and I will get some desperate kills out, I will force me to use up the charging. Then what should I do when I see Cheomong? Discuss with it the ideal of life. Joke. It is precisely because there is no desire to fight in his heart. Facing this Athena like a little lion at this moment, Mu Chen did not choose to attack her, but tilted her buttock, found a wooden stick, and gestured towards the ground. Before Nazi, that bitch couldn't help but say, "Don't give me a chance to explain. Now you can't stop me, right?" According to Mu Chen's assumptions, this Athena would definitely be in a panic, and if she didn't do it, she would never dare to take the initiative to attack. However, Mu Chen soon discovered that he was thinking too much. Athena, this little girl, is no worse than Nazi when she is crazy. Come out, Arbor, rush up and use the binding. In the face of a strong Pikachu, although I don't know what this guy is doing at the moment, but Athena still decisively chose to strike first. Although Arbor is also a Pokémon of the Heavenly King level, it is one level lower than the Dark Crow lying in the nest before. But in the face of this powerful Pikachu, Athena, who had no choice, could only hope that the Aberdeen could make a contribution and create opportunities for the slow-moving Overlord flower. Pick up tilde. Nima, come on, can we stop for a while? Just after writing a few words here, the Aberdeen summoned by Athena rushed up, and Mu Chen was speechless. What the matter? Why are chicks so violent now? Study how to make up at home. Study the techniques of special training. Isn't he fragrant? Complaining in his heart, Mu Chen could only dodge and get out of the way of this Arbor's attack. If it is really entangled with it, it is impossible not to waste physical strength. He had already wasted a lot of physical strength under 4 circumstances, but Mu Chen didn't want to waste any more. Aber monster, pursue. This Pikachu can't be allowed to escape. Overlord flower, you also rush up and cooperate with the Aber monster. Mu Chen retreated, and Athena came to the spirit, and kept making various orders to the 2 Pokémon under her command. Pick up pi tilde. You are paralyzed. Are you really forcing me to turn you over? She gave in, but Athena was still motivated, and Mu Chen quit. Do I really have a good temper? I'm so gentle to the beautiful lady, but you can't go too far again and again, right? Do you really think you are Lao Su's baby Xiaoxia? Needless to say, he had already decided to fight back, and the electric current on Mu Chen's cheek flickered again. Zila tilde. Damn, Overlord, use leap powder. Seeing that Mu Chen was about to fight back, Athena was even more anxious. If he really let it turn the Aber monster over, he really wouldn't have the ability to fight it. Wait, Athena, don't fight. Pikachu, please stop. Don't fight yet. Just when Mu Chen was brewing a 100,000 volt, just when Athena was about to let Bawangwa use sleep powder to interfere with Mu Chen, Natsi's voice suddenly entered their mind. Pick up tilde. What? Soften. Hearing Natsi's voice, Mu Chen withstood the 100,000 volt that had not yet been activated. Sister Natsi, what's wrong? Mu Chen was puzzled, and Athena was equally puzzled. What's happening here? Why didn't Natsi let her do it herself, but also took the initiative to pray to Pikachu? What going on here? Pikachu, what are you going to say to us? Please keep talking. Athena won't do it. When Natsi's voice sounded again, the doubts in their hearts were immediately answered. It turned out that Mu Chen's gestures on the ground were discovered by Nazi. Although it was written too little, Natsi couldn't understand Pikachu's meaning, but Natsi still understood the word help. At first thought, this Pikachu didn't seem to have any hostility towards them before, but they were constantly attacking Pikachu on their own initiative. Natsi didn't know how. The purpose of this Pikachu's coming here was probably not that simple. Pick up tilde. Finally figured it out. Damn, is it easy for me, Daddy? Damn girl, you must let me teach me a lesson before I know how to be soft. Seeing that Nazi had discovered her intention, Mu Chen complained, raised his butt again, and began to gesture. Chapter 517 Sakaji's giant needle bee. Pikachu, hurry up, come with me. At this moment, although Athena's words were still full of urgency, what was different from before was that there was a trace of joy in this urgency. Originally, I was ready to fight with my life, but I never thought that this Pikachu was actually here to deal with Mewtwo. When Athena learned the truth from what Pikachu wrote on the ground, it was like to say she was overjoyed. Athena has personally experienced Pikachu's rank. With the help of this guy, the rocket grasp of Mewtwo will be much better. As for why Athena doesn't doubt Pikachu, just kidding, the strength of others has crushed you. Is it necessary to play this routine with you to deceive you? It is precisely because of this that when Athena learned of Pikachu's destination, Athena left Natsi, who was seriously injured, to recuperate alone, and took Pikachu to run towards the rocket base. Pick up tilde. Wouldn't it be better sooner? Let me educate you guys. Seeing that Athena finally stopped fighting with him, but took him to Team Rocket's base, Mu Chen was satisfied. It's It's obviously a very simple thing, so why make it so complicated? How good this is. Go straight to Cheomong. I can complete my task quickly, and you can also suffer a little less loss. But, having said that, this Athena's figure is not bad. Running behind this Athena, the scenery in front of Mu Chen is naturally unobstructed. Seeing Athena's toned figure, Mu Chen suddenly realized that this beautiful girl who fought against him before was really the best of the best. Human. Now, it's time for you to pay the price. Just as Mu Chen was running wildly with Athena, Chao Meng, who chased Sakagi to Rainbow, finally appeared. At this moment, the underground base of Team Rocket is already in a mess. The so-called elite members who were guarding Sakagi were either in a coma in the end, or their ability to move was directly suppressed by Chao Meng's powerful mental power. There were even a small number of Team Rocket elites who were not tenacious enough to die on the spot. At this moment, the only one who can remain in good condition is the boss of the Rocket, Sakagi, who confronts Chao Meng. Chao Meng, you traitor. Your life is given by me. What's the problem with me directing you? The reason why Chao Meng came to take revenge is because he was manipulated and enslaved by Sakagi. However, in Sakagi's view, since he created Mewtwo, it is only natural to use it. This kind of thing is because everyone's senses of things are different, and the final results of dealing with this matter are also different. To put it bluntly, Sakagi or Cheomong is just standing in his own position. For the two of them, it's really hard to tell who is right and who is wrong. Then go to hell. Of course, there is no way to tell the difference. It is naturally the one who has the biggest fist and who is the boss. Seeing that Sakagi still didn't repent, Cheomong floating in the air slowly raised his right hand, and a pink energy light curtain slammed toward Sakagi's position as Cheomong's right hand was raised. Super Dream. You're just a Pokémon. Do you really think I can't do anything about you? Sakagi, come out, my strongest buddy, the Horned Bee. Show this guy a glimpse of our vibrant power. As the boss of the Rocket, Sakagi is naturally not an ordinary person. Exercising in the vibrant forest all the year round has cultivated this extremely powerful giant stinger. Facing Cheomong, Sakagi is not without the strength to fight. Buzz tilde tilde tilde. Following Sakagi's summoning, a giant stinger bee with a body shape far exceeding appeared, with a body length of 1.5 and 6 meters, appeared in front of him. Big Needle Bee, use double tap to defeat Mewtwo's Phantom Wave. Without further ado, as soon as the giant Needle Bee appeared, Sakagi gave an attack order to it. Buzz tilde tilde tilde. After receiving Sakagi's instructions, the giant Needle Bee waved its sharp double needles and hit the Phantom Wave that was coming towards him. Boom, boom, boom. With the attack of the giant Needle Bee, there was a violent explosion in the air, and Mewtwo's Phantom Wave also dissipated. Human, I didn't expect you to enslave such a powerful Pokémon. Today, I'm going to rescue it. The Phantom Wave was defeated, and Chao Meng was slightly taken aback. I have fought against this Sakagi before, but I have never seen him use this giant stinger. Now, through that round of fights just now, Chao Meng has discovered the strength of the giant Needle Bee, which has also made it serious. Obviously, this giant stinger is the most powerful Pokémon in the hands of this human named Sakagi. Don't talk nonsense. If you want to fight, let's fight. Big Stinger, rush up and use the crazy attack. The general giant stinger is poison type plus insect type attribute. It can be said that it is restrained to death by the superpower guy like Chao Meng. But Sakagi's is different. Sakagi's great Needle Bee, because he has been training with Sakagi in the Joban forest all the year round. While Sakagi obtained the power of Joban, this giant Needle Bee also received the blessing of the power of Joban. At this moment, in the face of Mewtwo's restraint attribute, the giant Needle Bee can completely ignore it. In other words, if you want to decide the winner and loser between Cheomong and Big Needle Bee, that is to completely ignore the restraint of the attributes of both sides, but to decide the winner through hard power. You scumbag who work for mankind. Seeing the Big Needle Bee rushing towards him, Cheomong snorted coldly. Immediately, pink superpowers emerged from Cheomong's body, forming a huge energy shield. Therefore, it is the wall of light that can defend against physical attack. The wall of light had just been erected, and the attack of the giant stinger bee followed. The continuous sound of beating came, and the wall of light summoned by Chao Meng shook in wave. Big Needle Bee, use a straight punch. Seeing that the wall of light was unstable, Sakagi, who sees the opportunity, decisively ordered Big Needle Bee to use his ultimate move. Although the skill of straight drill is a ground-based skill, its attack capability is far superior to ordinary skill attack, and it is not much weaker than the power of the ground-based ultimate earthquake. Buzz tilde 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 tilde. With the order of Sakagi, the Big Needle Bee's tail needle lit up, and a stream of khaki energy rose from its tail needle. Boom! Without waiting for Mewtwo to react, the large Needle Bee, which had finished charging, slammed into the wall of light in front of him with a savage blow. Well, I can't think of it, since you can break my defense. The wall of light was smashed by a large Needle Bee, and Mewtwo had to use teleportation to change his position. Looking at the large Needle Bee with its tail needle lit, Chao Meng's eyes flashed with killing intent. Chapter 518 _ Pikachu is here. Pikachu, it's the front, we'll be there soon. Just as Sakagi in the base was fighting Cheomung, Mu Chen, who was running all the way, also came to the underground base of the Rainbow City rockets with the guidance of Athena. Looking at the destroyed gate, looking at the mess around, looking at the various settings destroyed by the aftermath of the battle, looking at the corpses of members of the rocket's uniform lying on both sides of the base road, how Mu Chen still didn't know. Super dream has come. Mu Chen knew that Athena was even more clear. Seeing that the rocket's base had been destroyed, Athena was in a hurry. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde tilde. Big beautiful girl, you can watch from the side for a while. See how I fucked that super dream. After running with Athena all the way, Mu Chen also admired it all the way. Mu Chen didn't have much hostility towards this Athena. Although she is also a member of Team Rocket, this little girl is not like the scumbags before, and she looks like a villain. Looking at the performance of Athena guarding Nazi, Mu Chen knew that this girl was not experienced, and she was more affectionate and righteous. This kind of top-notch beauty, her disposition is not bad. Of course Mu Chen is reluctant to kill it. Human, now, should you know the gap between you and me. Just as Mu Chen and Athena entered the rocket's underground base and ran towards the interior, the battle between Cheomung and Sakagi was about to be decided. Although the Big Needlebee is the most powerful Pokémon in Sakagi's hand, it has been blessed by the power of Vibrant, and has far surpassed the limit of its own racial ability. However, its opponent is Cheomung, the strongest artificial Pokémon comparable to the Super Bee. Although the Big Needlebee also brought some trouble to Xiaomeng, and even caused Xiaomeng, who had never been injured, to be stabbed a few times by its sharp tail needle, but after all, there is still a gap in its rank. After a fierce battle, the Big Needlebee was accidentally slammed by Xiaomeng using the Phantom Light. Sakagi's giant Needlebee has superior speed and amazing attack power, but it is still a giant Needlebee after all. After using these two attributes that are far superior to those of the same kind, the defense enhancement of the giant stinger is not so beautiful. After being slammed by Xiaomeng, although the large Needlebee did not directly lie down, its combat effectiveness also plummeted, and EPUB was not able to achieve the level of Xiaomeng, who could chase the teleportation before. Losing the advantage of speed, it is not surprising that Big Needlebee was defeated under the repeated bombardment of Cheomung. At this moment, the giant Needlebee has completely lost its ability to fight, and can only rely on its tenacious willpower to support it, flying in front of Sakagi, trying to resist the enemy's attack for its master, even at the cost of life. Traitor, even if you defeat me, you will always be just a tool made by us human. You will be punished sooner or later. Team Rocket's base in Viridian City has been destroyed by this Mewtwo, and the base in Rainbow City is about to fall. At this moment, facing this powerful Mewtwo, the defeated Sakagi was desperate. If the only thing that can comfort him is that at the last critical moment, he still protected Athena and Nazi. These two women, one is his adopted daughter and the other has a different kind of affection for him, are the most loyal existences to the rocket. Even if the rocket perish, as long as they keep them, the rockets will still have a day of recovery. In this regard, Sakagi firmly believed. However, Sakagi's firm belief completely collapsed before it lasted for a few minutes. Father, a slightly panicked voice came, and Athena appeared in Sakagi's eyes. Seeing Athena actually turning back, Sakagi's heart can be described as mixed. Girl, why did you come back? And come back when you come back. Why do you still bring the evil star Pikachu? Are you afraid that our rockets are not destroyed enough? Originally seeing Athena, Sakagi was still moved and worried, but when he saw the yellow-skinned mouse behind Athena, Sakagi was completely speechless. This is so special. A super dream will destroy the rocket. You are good. Bring another. Mu Chen was too lazy to pay attention to what Sakagi thought. Seeing the Cheomung suspended in midair, Mu Chen rushed out and came to this guy. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Big bald head. Do you still remember me? The big bald head is naturally the super dream. In the past, when Mu Chen faced Xiaomeng, it was difficult to even resist in front of him. But at this time, I am not what I used to be, and the shotgun has changed. It's you. Unexpectedly, I will meet you here. What, do you want to be my enemy too? Looking at Pikachu in a battle pose in front of him, Mewtwo's tone remained unchanged. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Is it your enemy? I'm here to fuck you. What the fun? I'm pretending to be cold here with Lousy. Let me tell you, in the past few times, I didn't take it seriously. Today I will let you see what is truly powerful. Although Cheomung is strong, Mu Chen himself is not weak. Although it was said that he had not yet fought, Mu Chen didn't know whether he would definitely be able to win this Xiaomeng. But these are all things to come. At this time, for Mu Chen, that is, the momentum must be there, and the shape must be sufficient. Unexpectedly, when we meet again, you will become so arrogant. Since you want to fight, come on. With the power of destroying the rockets and defeating Sakagi, Cheomung's momentum is obviously stronger than that of Mu Chenhua. Pick up tilde pick up. I'm the most annoying of me pretending to be B. Your uncle, eat my electricity. Mu Chen was angry when he realized that he was being suppressed by this super dream. Nemas, how dare you pretend to me? Electricity can't kill you. Zila tilde tilde tilde. He didn't talk for a while, but he couldn't do it in terms of momentum, and Mu Chen made a decisive move. When I'm afraid of you. Mu Chen shot. Cheomung's eyes narrowed, and a superpower shot out from between his brows, hitting the 100,000 volt that hit him. Nana, what going on? Why did Pikachu fight that Mewtwo? Is it not our enemy? Without outsiders, Sakagi didn't need to continue the concave shape, and directly called his adopted daughter Athena by the nickname. Adoptive father. I said I captured Pikachu. Do you believe it? Looking at Sakagi, whose face was full of astonishment, Athena showed a playful smile. Pikachu is here, and it is willing to help the rockets resist Mewtwo. I can finally save my adoptive father. So, really good. Chapter 519_Super Dream Big Move. Pikachu, I have to admit, your growth rate has exceeded my imagination. Now, you have enough strength to become my opponent. After a round of confrontation ended, Chao Meng's tone became solemn. Only as the opponent of this yellow-skinned mouse can you feel the most terrifying energy it possesses. Who could have imagined that in this inconspicuous little body, there is actually a terrifying energy comparable to that of a beast? Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Dress up chicken feathers. It's me. I never regarded you as a player. Okay. Seeing Cheomung floating in midair starting to play Gao Ling again, Mu Chen immediately refuted the past. Just kidding. Losers can't lose the battle. I will never be overwhelmed by you in terms of momentum. Pikachu, come on. I'm sure you will win. Seeing that Pikachu and Mewtwo started a confrontation after a round of testing, Athena was excited. Although Pikachu was not the Pokémon she had ridiculed that she had conquered, but at this time, the only one who could rescue Team Rocket and Sakagi was this Pikachu. Pick up tilde pick up tilde. Big head. See, I am wiser than you. There is also a lady here to cheer me on. Hearing Athena's cheers, Mu Chen became even more excited. What should be play? Compared with lousy, I am imposing. Then immortal Yuya. The momentum competition was completely defeated, and Chao Meng was too lazy to continue talking nonsense. I saw that he raised his hands slightly, and a pink energy began to condense between his hands. Obviously, this is unreasonable, and I intend to do it directly. Pika tilde pi. You rascal. If you don't have culture, don't take the initiative to pick things up. If you can't resist it, you will do it. Seeing Cheomung in such a stand, Mu Chen's mouth continued to babble. It wasn't just pointless beeping. Mu Chen's move is just to disturb Chao Meng. Even if it can make him have such a slight disturbance because of his beep, this is a profit, right? Of course, at the same time as the beeping, the electric current on Mu Chen's cheeks also began to roll and brew. In the face of an opponent like Mewtwo, any battle of attrition would be bullshit. Only by brewing out a big move, one hit can be divided into winners and losers. This is the most practical. Therefore, while Mu Chen provoked Cheomung, he also entered the charging state. Eat my trick. Finally, in the endless beeping of Mu Chen, Cheomung couldn't take it anymore. He also didn't care that his illusion technique had not been brewed, and Mewtwo slammed on Pikachu, who was still beeping constantly. What should be played? You obviously have the strength of a beast. Why are you still like a ruffian? Can we have a faith? Pick up tilde pick up. Big bald head. Watch Lao Su. Let me show you what it means to be swift and fast. The charging skill was charging, and of course Mu Chen couldn't let Cheomung interrupt it. Needless to say, while using the beep to disturb Chao Meng's mind, Mu Chen entered a state of high-speed movement blessing, and the electric light flashed on. Where are you going? Seeing that Mu Chen started to play shuttle, Chao Meng waved his hand, and the illusion technique that failed to attack chased after Mu Chen. Pick up tilde pick up. You've only had a couple of days. Can't you come up with something new? This makes me have no desire to take action at all. Chao Meng can skillfully control the direction of the skill attack so that it can track the attack, and Mu Chen knew it for a long time. Seeing that this guy started to repeat his old trick, Mu Chen didn't panic, and he continued to run around while making all kinds of mockery at him. Then you are looking at this. Seeing an illusion can't help Pikachu, and Mewtwo is no nonsense. I saw that the center of his eyebrows condensed, and a burst of pink energy spurted out, and blasted out at Pikachu, who was still running and dodging. Obviously, this is the second illusion used by Mewtwo. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Big head. You are so patient. This is useless to me. It's not the first time that Mu Chen has seen Cheomung's double shot illusion tracking. Therefore, after seeing Cheomung using this trick, Mu Chen said that he was also not panicked. Mewtwo. However, I already know your strength like the back of my hand. Seeing that the skills used by Cheomung did not exceed his expectations, Mu Chen was relieved. However, what Mu Chen didn't expect was that it was obviously too early for him to be happy. Pikachu. Today, I will show you my true strength. The energy of the electric current between Pikachu's cheeks is getting more and more terrifying, and Chao Meng also knows that he can't continue to give this product a chance to charge. Seeing that the double-haired illusion technique couldn't catch up with Pikachu, Chao Meng didn't hesitate, and directly launched the big move. I saw that at the same time as his voice voice fell. A terrifying pink energy began to rise from his body. Immediately, the ripples of more than 10 illusions suddenly shot out from Cheomung's body and slammed towards Mu Chen in all directions without any dead end. Pick up tilde tilde tilde. Nima, can you do this? One illusion technique doesn't matter. We can accept 2 illusion technique, but you suddenly have more than 10 hairs. How can I hide from this? Seeing Cheomung suddenly use such a big move, Mu Chen panicked. Judging from the current posture, it is impossible for him to avoid Mewtwo's sudden attack. Mu Chen knew that if he couldn't dodge, let's not talk about what kind of tragic he was being bombarded. Even his charging skill that was about to finish charging up with great difficulty would be a waste of time. If the charging is unsuccessful this time, there is basically no chance after that. Aberman, use burrowing. Just when Mu Chen fell into a huge crisis and saw that he could not avoid Mewtwo's attack, Athena's voice came again. Chao Meng attacked the rocket. That is to kill them all. Pikachu fights against it. That's allies. Athena is not a fool. If Pikachu loses, she, Sakagi and even Team Rocket will never have any chance of escaping. Therefore, after seeing Mewtwo using the ultimate move, Athena summoned the Aberdeen without hesitation. Helping Pikachu fend off Mewtwo's ultimate move is unrealistic. As far as the small physique of Abergwai is restrained, let alone more than 10 shots, just one shot can kill it. Therefore, Athena's choice is to let the able monster use digging to create an escape route for Pikachu. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. What the hell? Awesome. Why didn't I think of that? Hearing the cry of Athena, I saw that the Abera had already burrowed into the ground. Mu Chen didn't have any hesitation. As soon as the buttock twisted, it also began to plan against the feet. Although Mu Chen doesn't have this skill, isn't it also the instinct of a mouse family to dig a little hole or something? Chapter 520 _ ping-pong. Damn human. Damn lackey. I want you to die. The big move that was sure to hit actually allowed Pikachu to evade by burrowing into the ground, and Cheomung was furious. Seeing that Athena used the arbor to help Pikachu escape, the angry Mewtwo ignored the Pikachu who was still underground and waved at Athena. As Chao Meng waved his hand, a pink energy shot straight at Athena like a sharp arrow. Be careful. Seeing Athena's crisis, Sakagi, who was beside her, was naturally anxious. However, Mewtwo's attack was too sudden and strange, and even though Sakagi reacted mentally, he couldn't physically push Athena away. Similarly, as a client, although Athena also showed a look of shock and fear, but her feet could not take this step no matter what. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Just at this critical moment, just as Athena wanted to eliminate the jade damage, a loud chirping sound suddenly came from the ground. Bang! I saw a yellow-skinned mouse suddenly burst out of the ground, and Kankan knocked Athena, who was frightened with weak leg, to the side, avoiding the sudden attack of Cheomung. Boom! Almost at the same time that Athena was hit, a violent explosion came from behind her. Athena was rescued, and Chao Meng was even more angry. Pick up tilde pick up tilde. Ah, uncle, this chick is covered by me. You really want to attack the girl I'm covering, have you asked me? Others are afraid of its super dream, but Mu Chen is not afraid at all. After some tossing, the charging skills have now been completed. Mu Chen turned on the beak mode again, ready to take down this chaos dream with a big move when he found a flaw. I see how you covered it. Sure enough, when Mu Chen's beak mode was turned on again, Chao Meng, who was already angry, was so angry that he exploded. I saw that after he let out a cold snort, he stretched out his hands and waved his fingers towards the void in front of him. Following Chao Meng's movement, a terrifying pink energy blasted towards Mu Chen and Athena beside him. This is the most common but also the most terrifying big move in the super power system, psychic power. Pick up tilde tilde pi tilde. I'm afraid of you when you were my father. If it was before Cheomung directly used this big move, Mu Chen might still be more passive. But now, when I'm old, my battery is fully charged. Not to mention high-speed movement blessing. The electric light flashes to start. Without any hesitation, Mu Chen rushed towards the thought force from Cheomung. Just as the distance between the two gradually narrowed and they were about to collide, Mu Chen jumped high in the air. An extremely dashing front flip was used, and a pure black electric ball that jumped with bursts of thunder and lightning was violently thrown out by Mu Chen. Crackling tilde 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 tilde. After reaching the primary level of Skin God, he also has the power of the electric ball, plus the reinforcement after charging. The power of Mu Chen's electric ball is enough to destroy the world. At the very least, the psychic skills that Chao Meng used were completely unable to resist the attack of the super black electric ball. Boom! With an indomitable momentum, the super black electric ball easily defeated the power of thought and slammed into the super dream floating in the concave shape in the air. Damn! Finally, when Chao dreamed of Mu Chen's super black electric ball, this guy completely lost his previous calmness. Ignoring the defeated psychic attack, Mewtwo made a teleport while acclaiming. Obviously, in the face of Mu Chen, the super black electric ball, even Cheomung has no confidence to resist. Pick up tilde pick up tilde tilde. Want to run? Demo. Use skills to track opponent's attack. It's not just you can use it. Today, let me show you what is called super table tennis. Knowing Qiao Meng's abilities well, Mu Chen certainly knew that this guy would use teleportation at critical moments to avoid his super electric ball. Therefore, Mu Chen can be considered to have a response in his heart. Needless to say, the electric light flashed and turned on, and Mu Chen shot away in the direction where the electric ball landed. Pika tilde 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 chu tilde. Watch the ball. Leaping high, Mu Chen used his tail to slam the super electric ball that was about to hit the wall of Team Rocket's base while he used his iron tail. Crack! A crisp sound came out, and the fast-flying super electric ball changed direction, and slammed towards Qiao Meng, who had used the teleportation. What? How is this possible? Seeing that Pikachu actually controlled the attack direction of the black electric ball in this way, Qiao Meng was completely stunned. How can it be so? I'm sleazy enough, Lao Su, but you're even more sleazy. Huh. Of course, shock is shock. Qiao Meng's teleportation will never stop. Seeing the black electric ball slammed over again, Qiao Meng could only start teleportation while being shocked, and continue to avoid the attack of this super electric ball. Pick up tilde pick up. Where to run? Give me a stop. Finally, the offense and defense began to change, and of course Mu Chen would not miss this opportunity. Without a second word, the electric light flashed and turned on again, and Mu Chen's tail slammed on the black electric ball again. Pikachu, stop it. I can't beat you. You can't beat me either. It's pointless for us to fight like this. Finally, after using teleportation for the nth time to evade, Mewtwo collapsed. What the hell? Are you finished yet? Using teleportation time and time again, and being chased by the black electric ball again and again, the super dream mentality said that it would be false if it didn't explode it, but it is comparable to the existence of Super B since he came to this world. Apart from the stage when his mouth was controlled by Sakagi, when has Qiao Meng been so embarrassed? However, in the face of Pikachu's black electric ball, Qiao Meng really didn't have the courage to follow. Pick up tilde tilde pi tilde. What nonsense you are talking to, Lao Su. I won't leave if I don't kill you today. Although it was said that Mu Chen and Qiao Meng didn't have much hatred, at most they had been abused by it twice before. But, in order to complete the task of the system, in order to obtain that time grit, Mu Chen was desperately trying his best. The situation at the moment is very simple. Qiao Meng can only keep dodging under the pursuit of the black electric ball, and Mu Chen can only continue to charge and swipe to change the bombardment direction of the black electric ball. This is exactly the endurance competition between Mu Chen and Qiao Meng. In the end, whoever can't hold on first will be the loser in this battle. Chapter 521 beat Mewtwo. Enough. Pikachu, let me end this boring competition. Chased by the black super electric ball, even Qiao Meng fell into annoyance. Seeing that more than an hour has passed, the yellow-skinned mouse is still jumping up and down, and the black electric ball is still bombarding him constantly under its white, and the depressed Qiao Meng chose to change his move. Qiao Meng knows that if it continues, if it makes a slight mistake and is hit by this black electric ball, then what awaits it will be a future that it cannot face. Therefore, after using teleportation to dodge the black electric ball, Mewtwo seized this fleeting opportunity and chose to counterattack. I saw that while it was shouting furiously, a pink superpower suddenly rose from its brows and slammed toward Pikachu. Although this pink energy attack is not very powerful, but its speed is extremely fast, and the angle of attack is also very strange and tricky. Obviously, Mewtwo's goal is to use this power not to be strong, but to disrupt Pikachu's rhythm with a fast attack, making it impossible to continue chasing the black electric ball. As long as the black electric ball hits the entity, there will be an explosion, which even completely disintegrates this super move of Pikachu. Pick up tilde tilde pi tilde tilde. What the hell? So insidious. In the face of Qiao Meng's sudden change, Mu Chen, who had already entered the rhythm of parkour, said it was a lie not to panic. Seeing that the superpower light used by Qiao Meng blasted at him, Mu Chen could only change his direction and avoid it. However, as a result, Mu Chen's route of chasing the black electric ball changed. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. You sir. Seeing that the black electric ball was running farther and farther, Mu Chen became anxious. Against Super Dream, he has no chance of winning except for this black electric ball. If his ultimate move is cracked by Mewtwo in this way, he will really lose. It's not terrible to lose. Mu Chen is confident that he can escape from this Super Dream. But the problem is, what about the task? What about the reward? A bright future. For these, Mu Chen could only grit his teeth and speed up desperately, eager to catch up with the super electric ball and blast it out again. It's no use. The attack trajectory of the black electric ball changed, and Mewtwo was temporarily given a chance to breathe. Seeing that Pikachu began to speed up and chase after the black electric ball, how could Mewtwo give it a chance? No need to say, I saw Qiao Meng raise his hand, and a stream of pink super energy was like a sword, and it blasted towards the running Pikachu. This move is also not very powerful. It can be said that its overall power is also an illusion. But the goal of Qiao Meng is still to hinder Pikachu's former army route and slow down its running speed. Hiccup tilde tilde tilde. Nima. Can this be fun to play? Seeing that Cheomung turned out to be another round of interference blows, Mu Chen was anxious. It's hard to catch up quickly, and it turns out that this is humming again. Who can stand it? Mu Chen knew that if he tried to avoid this superpower attack this time, he would completely lose the chance to catch up with the black electric ball. But the problem is, if you don't avoid it and get hit by this black electric ball, Pikachu, I'll stop it for you, don't worry. Just when Mu Chen was in a great crisis, a crisp voice suddenly came from behind him. I saw that Nazi, who had been attacked before, also came here at some point. While speaking, a thought force was used by her, which blocked Cheomung's attack. Hiccup tilde tilde pickup tilde tilde. Do not worry, I can't kill it, old man. Cheomung's attack was blocked, and Mu Chen no longer had any worries, and rushed towards his black electric ball like a galloping electric shot. Damn woman, I want you to die. The attack was blocked, and Pikachu regained his beat again. Seeing that this guy was about to enter the ping-pong mode with a tail flick again, Chao Meng was furious. However, just when the angry Chao Meng brewed a powerful and terrifying psychic attack and was about to smash at Nazi, Mu Chen's attack was thrown first. Pika tilde 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 chu tilde tilde. Your uncle, give me a middle. With the help of Nazi's delay, Mu Chen started decisively, and with a flash of electric light, Mu Chen, who turned into an electric current, was able to knock the super black electric ball flying again before it hit the wall. Crackling tilde 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 tilde. Because of Nazi's appearance, the distracted Mewtwo didn't notice the situation on Pikachu's side at the first time. By the time it was discovered, the black super electric ball had already hit the front. Under the terrifying energy destruction of the black electric ball, the energy space around Mewtwo began to change. In this unstable energy space, it is obviously impossible to perform instantaneous movement. Damn, the teleportation could not be performed, and the helpless Chao Meng could only let Nazi go, and concentrated all his attention on the super electric ball that was blasted in front of him. Super Dream is still Super Dream. At the critical moment, Chao Meng raised his hand. A pink energy light curtain instantly appeared in front of his eyes and continued to expand. Therefore, it is the light wall skill that can resist superpower attack. The wall of light had just risen, and Mu Chen's super black electric ball that hurried back and forth countless times in Team Rocket's base had finally completed its mission. Boom! A violent explosion sounded, and Chao Meng's location was completely covered by the dust and smoke of the explosion. Pickup tilde tilde pickup tilde tilde. Nima. In the same way, because of the close distance, Mu Chen was also directly blown away by the strong impact energy under the impact of the explosion. In this regard, although Mu Chen cursed endlessly, he was still very excited at the moment. Ha ha ha. Finished. My job is done. The moment the super black electric ball hit the wall of light, the system gave Mu Chen a notification that the mission was completed. Obviously, under the attack of this super black electric ball, this Chao Meng was completely defeated even if it was not killed in second. The system task requirement is to defeat Chao Meng, and in this situation, Mu Chen naturally completed this task successfully. After successfully flipping Chao Meng and getting the task reward, Mu Chen seemed to have seen a bright future beckoning to him. However, what Mu Chen didn't expect was that the system's voice came out just after the system monarch reminded him that this task was completed. Congratulations to the host. Successfully completed the main task 2. Hiccup tilde tilde. I go. What going on? Main quest 2. Finished. I didn't do anything, daddy. Hearing the sound from the system, Mu Chen was done. Chapter 522_love. Chengdu area. Silver Alliance. Just when Mu Chen and Xiaoxia left Chengdu and returned to the Kanto region to pursue Mewtwo, Xiaoji and Selena also started a new journey. Because he has to wait for Pikachu's return in the Chengdu area, Xiaoji dare not switch the map casually and travel to other areas. However, Xiaoji, who was running around in the Chengdu area with Serena and doing special training every day, happened to meet his mother at a beach, Hanako, who was traveling. Seeing his mother, Xiaoji, of course, introduced Serena to the path. As a visitor, Hanako noticed almost at first sight that the relationship between Serena, a beautiful blonde girl, and her precious son, Xiaoji, seemed to be unusual. Considering her precious son's little face left, Hanako didn't ask questions face to face, but found an opportunity to invite Serena out alone. Selena, Xiaoji, this child must be worrying you. Looking at this beautiful girl with curly blonde hair, a pretty face and a lovely figure in front of her, Hanako was still very satisfied. Son's iron is a little iron, but this travel partner seems to be more reliable. Aunt Hanako, you are so kind. It's Ash who has helped me a lot. Facing Hanako, Serena was not so calm. This is Xiaoji's mother. Based on her current relationship with Xiaoji, it is definitely not an exaggeration to say that this is her mother-in-law. How could Selena not be nervous when she saw her mother-in-law? Hee tilde. Selena, Auntie wants to ask you. You and Xiaoji, where are you now? Don't worry, you tell your aunt, and the aunt promises that you will never tell anyone. Her own Tai Hanhan's son broke Hanako's heart. Look at Xiaomao, who is was facing the door. Although they didn't win the championship, they have always been a lot of beautiful cars when they go out. Looking at this iron-headed baby in my own home. Now that she finally sees this Serena, who is obviously very close to Ash, Hanako naturally asks questions directly. Auntie, Xiaoji and I, we are just ordinary friends. Hanako suddenly came straight to the subject, and Serena was obviously stunned. How to say this? Do I tell you that I have done everything that my son and I can and cannot do? Just kidding. Serena is a girl in the end, and the restraint that a girl should have, Serena is not less at all. Hee, what are you and Auntie embarrassed about? If you don't say it, then the aunt can only ask Xiaoji's child. Seeing Serena so panicked, Hanako was even more confident in her judgment. Auntie, me and Xiaoji, we have special training together. Of course, Serena knew exactly what special training was, but the problem is this thing, she can't speak to Hanako no matter what. Therefore, Serena can only use Ash's words to prevaricate his mother. Special training. Hearing what Serena said, Hanako was done. What going on? Am I thinking wrong? This kid is just training Pokémon with that iron-headed baby, Ash. Hanako fell into hesitation when she thought of her son whose head was so iron-hearted that an iron-clad rhino could cry. However, this hesitation did not last long. When Hanako happened to hear that her son asked Serena to specially train with him, the curious Hanako followed. This look, son, you tell mom, do you love Selena? On Hanako's face still did not fade away. No matter how she thought about it, she would never have imagined that the so-called special training of her precious son turned out to be this. Originally, Hanako was still worried about Ash's lack of enlightenment. Never thought that this kid was even stronger than his father. You know, Hanako is only 29 years old now. As a result, what about your precious son? Judging from the current rhythm, maybe when he and Serena's child is as old as Ash, Serena is a year or two younger than her. Even though people in this world generally grow up early in the morning, Hanako was shocked by this. My own son, there is still such a day. Of course, in order to prevent Xiaoji and Tai Hanhan from learning from that unreliable Xiao Mao, Hanako naturally wanted to have a talk between mother and son to him. Love, Serena is fine. We are good friends. But mom, what is love? Is it for Pokemon? If so, then maybe I don't love Selena that much yet. In comparison, I love Pikachu, Minos, and Shinado more. Obviously, Xiaoji is not as thoroughly enlightened as Hanako thought. Son, then, do you know what you and Serena are doing? Seeing that her son still didn't understand what love was, Hanako helplessly helped her forehead. We are in special training. Master G is always Master G, and his answer is always so simple and rude. Son, do you know what this special training is? Looking at Ash with a confused face, Hanako almost collapsed. Xiao Mao is a scumbag, but at least people know what he is doing. But what about your own baby boy? Why doesn't he even know what he's doing? This, you're not as good as a scumbag. With grief and indignation, she didn't care whether it was appropriate for a mother to explain this to her children. After spending a whole morning, Hanako finally let Xiaoji understand what he was doing. Selena, I'm sorry, I thought that our special training was just a way of exercising. Knowing what he has done in the end, Xiaoji is brave enough to take on it. Xiaoji, looking at Xiaoji with a face of shame, Serena only felt cold hands and feet. Could it be that this is going to be separated from Ash? After being in contact with Xiaoji for a while, Serena also knows the nature of this guy. Before that, he didn't know what special training was, so he still liked it. But now I know. Is that the end of it? Thinking of being separated from Ash, Serena's heart felt a tingling pain. Or, do you think too much? Selena, although I still don't quite understand what love is, but can you give me time to try to love you? Finally, when Serena was about to despair, Ash's voice sounded again. At this moment, Serena has already burst into tears. At the same time, when Xiaoji said the word love, Mu Chen, who was in the Kanto region, also successfully threw the super black electric ball on the wall of light of Chaomeng. Chapter 523 Simple and rough system. Get Mewtwo and get the coveted time grid. However, Mu Chen was very dissatisfied with this. Pick up system Kun. We are both in this relationship. Do you think we can accommodate and change the reward? This is so super dreamy. It's not a little boss. You said that I spent so much effort to win it, and finally came to this game. Even if you are the system lord, he can't justify it in terms of fate. Defeat Mewtwo and get the time grid. Originally, for Mu Chen, this reward was very worthy of his excitement, but everything has a contrast. Before he had time to vent his excitement, he learned that his main quest 2 had been completed inexplicably, and Mu Chen was unhappy. Main task 2. Mu Chen's reward is reasonable. It is still very powerful. Advanced Skin God. These 4 simple and rude words explain what kind of level Mu Chen is at now. After upgrading to a high-level Skin God, the rewards that Mu Chen received were also extremely rich. All attributes are increased by 20, which is a full doubling of the original Skin God. Relying on the added 20, that is, 120 attribute point, Mu Chen's total attribute value jumped to a terrifying 675. What is this concept? concept. A first-level super beast has an attribute of around 680. However, this guy, Mu Chen, has risen to this level as a yellow-skinned mouse that fills the street, and unlike those so-called super divine beasts that developed in all directions, Mu Chen's attributes were still extremely partial. Special attack 220, speed 200. Just these two attributes, he accounted for more than half of the total attribute, and this also made Mu Chen's combat effectiveness greatly improved again. However, this is just the panel property. What really greatly improved Mu Chen's ability was that dream gene. Previously, when the primary skin god, Mu Chen's increase was only 8%. Now, after being promoted to the advanced skin god, Mu Chen's increase has reached a full 25%. But it has tripled and it's a little bit more. 25% increase will not only further improve Mu Chen's ability when fighting, but also the transformation time. At 8, he just got the ability to transform, but at this time, it was a very embarrassing 5-minute fast shooter. As a pure man, how can Mu Chen tolerate this mere 5 minutes of transformation time, which is not enough for foreplay? Originally, Mu Chen pinned all his hopes on that shot of time grit, but who would have thought that happiness would come so suddenly? 25% increase. The time for Mu Chen to transform has been extended surprisingly. It used to be 5 minutes, now it's 150 minutes. But 2.5 hours of transformation. With a 2.5 hour transformation, Mu Chen can really do whatever he likes, and even have an after-the-fact cigarette, and then reminisce about the original passion. But in the same way, it was precisely because of this long transformation time that something that made Mu Chen angry happened. I can turn into a human for 2.5 hours a day. What the hell do I need to have a wool for the grit? 2.5 hours. I am not enough for what I do. Cheomeng is such a difficult super boss. And finally I added a decoration to me. Is this appropriate? From Mu Chen's point of view, the one that can be compared to this super dream is the Fina King he met before. The results of it. After overcoming such an awesome boss, the final reward is so pitiful. Who can bear it? Anyway, Mu Chen couldn't bear it. Host, this was confirmed by you before. The reward has already been issued and this cannot be changed. Under Mu Chen's constant urging, the system's voice finally came slowly. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. Fart, don't you pay attention to a humanized service in everything now? Then you can't upgrade this service and also come to a humanization. Really, I'm not very demanding. I just need to exchange something useful for me. Facing the rogue-like Mu Chen, the system said it was speechless. Is this special mission completed before the main quest? Do you want to return the rewards after all the rewards have been issued? Pick up tilde pick up tilde. Hurry up, give a letter of approval. Yes or no, one word. I can tell you, if it doesn't work, then I won't play. In the future, you will also arrange less tasks for Lousy and me. For 2.5 hours a day, Lousy, I am content. I turned back to look for Xiaoxia, and then we both stayed together and flew away. Seeing the system's delay in replying to the letter, Mu Chen's rogue energy was even higher than before. Not talking. If you don't talk, there is drama. Through the constant battle of wits and courage with this system, Mu Chen has gradually mastered his character. Obliteration or something. Maybe he really has the ability to do it. But to obliterate himself is to obliterate his system lord. Without Lao Su, I help him break the world line, and in the end, this system can only be an electronic program all the time. I believe no one can accept such a tragic fate. Right, okay, then talk about it. What type of reward do you want to replace it with? If it's not too much, then I can think about it. Finally, under the constant urging of Mu Chen, the system reluctantly asked a question. No way. For Mu Chen, the system can only admit that he is unlucky. Who made himself unkind and found such an unreliable host? Pick up tilde tilde. Do it yourself. What the hell? Wait a minute, I think about it. The system suddenly asked back. This time it was Mu Chen who was done. What do you want? Choose yourself. Strength. It seems that I can have the air in second. Transform. 2.5 is enough. Right. What have you been doing for so long? Beauty. I have Xiaoxia now. That's not right. What about Link C? And this blonde Athena, who clearly has a good impression of Lao Su and can develop a ha. Even that Kona is a mess. Suddenly, Mu Chen knew what he wanted. Pick up tilde tilde. I got it. I want beauty. Give me a way to make Xiaoxia not jealous and have Link C, Athena and other beauties at the same time. Thinking of what he needed, Mu Chen was excited. However, what he didn't expect was that the system's reply this time was so decisive and sudden. Go away. One word, simple and rude, expresses the very sincere attitude of the system. Host, the main mission 3 is released. Please accept it. Friendly reminder, if the quest host chooses to give up or fail this time, then just kill it. Not only did he simply and rudely attack Mu Chen, but the system returned to a cold state, and he directly brought up the third main quest. Chapter 524 be honest. Pick up tilde pick up tilde. I'm not going. How dare you kill me directly? In this way, you can be happy too, and so can I. Revenge. Naked revenge. Although he didn't know the reason, Mu Chen knew it in his heart. At this moment, the system is carrying out a brutal act of revenge against itself. What the hell, main quest 3? This is completely because I am afraid that I will not die. At this time, Mu Chen had already lost his previous excitement. What about the advanced skin god? How about being extended? No matter how good these are, can I still have the importance of my little life? I knew early on that this system was not well intentioned, but I really didn't expect that this product would be so impatient. Mad. I just overthrew Xiaoxia. I am so unhappy. Host, if you choose not to, then I will start the direct erasure program. I will not harm you, my lord. The task this time is your destiny, and it is also a task you must face. Don't worry, this young master. I will also always be with you. If you die, my young master will disappear completely. Do you think that I will choose to self-mutilate if I'm fine with this young master? Seeing that Mu Chen had great resistance, the system said more and more rare words, and couldn't help comforting him. Obviously, the mission system this time is also known to be unusual. However, in order to completely break the world line of this world, in order to be able to recover and get rid of the identity of the system gentleman also has no choice. As for Mu Chen, who makes only you who are not in this world, only you can break the world line. Pick up. Fuck gone, son. Having said so much, what do you mean anyway? I will order if I go, or if I don't. Bro, now that everything has been said, I have to ask you, honestly, who are you? Where did it come from? What is the purpose? If I don't make it clear today, I will definitely not go. After struggling to no avail, Mu Chen could only choose to face the reality. Of course, while facing the reality, Mu Chen also has the right to choose. Want me to work? Okay, then treat each other frankly. Don't play the mystery with Lousy and me. If you want to know, it's okay to tell you. My specific identity is meaningless to you, so don't say it. But I can tell you for sure that I came into this world by accident. In other words, I am the rule, the world line, and the ruler of one world. I have told you this one. Speaking of this, the system's voice gradually became heavier. My purpose is nothing. I just want to be resurrected and regained my ability. As for the world I used to live in, have you heard of parallel spaces? Do you know why I was angry just now? Because Athena is my love. Well, these people know why the system suddenly sent a death mission to themselves. Feeling, why did I accidentally step on a mine? Hearing what the system said, Mu Chen basically understood what the situation was. Obviously, this product is not half from the Earth. The world he lives in is also the world of this kind of Pokémon, just another world that exists in a parallel space. In that world, this system monarch is the maker of the rules, the ruler of the world, and the legendary god of the world. Then, for some reason, this bee ran into the current world, lost his ability, and was sadly suppressed by the world rules of this world, and could only be transformed into a system. This is also the reason why the system keep promulgating tasks and asking him to break the world line. As for that Athena, fuck, I didn't know it was your girl. I really want to know. Can I still think about it? Pick up. I apologize for Athena. My friend's wife is welcome. Bah, a friend's wife can't be deceived. I still know this old man. Can we discuss it? You are giving me some simple tasks, and when I am strengthening it, haha, we are going to do this final task. Knowing is knowing, and the conditions that need to be said are still to be said. This is so special. Now you let me challenge the final boss of this world. Don't you want to kill me? Host, this main quest 3 is not forcibly arranged for you because of my anger. Hearing Mu Chen say this, the system also sighed helplessly. You know, because we keep destroying the world line of this world. At this moment, you have been perceived by the ruler of this world. Even if you don't challenge it, it will come to you on its own initiative. So, let's face it. Pick up. What the hell? So suddenly, why don't you beep early? Beep early. I'll slow down the speed of completing the task a little bit. Hearing the system say that, Mu Chen was completely speechless. Okay, after a long time of trouble, it's not Lao Su. I'm going to challenge others. It's someone who took the initiative to find Lao Su's trouble. Lamenting the injustice of fate, Mu Chen asked again. Pick up. I said, Master System, can you sense how long it will take for the final boss of this world to come to trouble me? Is there any way I can strengthen it? You can't escape. You can only choose to face it. At this moment, all Mu Chen wanted to know was how much time he had left and whether he could strengthen it. Even if the racial value is increased by 1 point, can't it be safe to do so? Haha. The master of this world is still sleeping, but it won't be long before it wakes up. As for the way to strengthen, go hunt those super divine beasts. Every time a super divine beast is hunted, the world line of this world will be broken by 1 point, and I can also recover a little power, and can continue to help you strengthen. In the end, he was still standing in the same boat as Mu Chen. The system didn't hide anything about this. Pick up. So, Daddy, do I still have time? Then I played with Xiaoxia for 10 days and 8 days. Was it too late? About to face the final boss. Even if Mu Chen was reluctant, there was nothing he could do. At this time, Mu Chen could only try his best to spare time to accompany Xiaoxia. At least, he was the girl that Mu Chen loved the most. No matter matter what the final outcome is, you always have to leave a good memory with this girl, right? This can still be done, but not too long. Chapter 525 Going back to your mother's house. Pikachu tilde. How are you? How are you? Where's Mewtwo? Did you defeat it? Is your mission complete? As soon as Pikachu returned, Xiaoxia, who was waiting so hard, questioned him like a barrage of cannon. You know, this task that Pikachu received, although Xiaoxia is also full of expectation, but, while looking forward to it, Xiaoxia also misses Pikachu's comfort. Its opponent, that is Cheomong. How powerful Cheomong is, Xiaoxia has seen it with her own eyes. How could Xiaoxia not worry about her little man going to fight against such a formidable opponent? Now, seeing Pikachu returning safely, Xiaoxia naturally kept asking questions while she was at ease. Whether Pikachu can win or not is related to Xiaoxia's future happy life. Pick up tilde. Nonsense. Isn't it bad for me to be like this? Just kidding. What am I? Can that gum from Cheomong be my opponent? Is it okay to overturn it with a single shot? Seeing that Xiaoxia was so nervous about herself, Miu Chen was moved at the same time, and she also started the B mode. Man, what is it that is fighting the quartet outside? Isn't it just that when you go home, you can brag with your woman, and then accept the admiration of the woman? Pikachu tilde. Then, you got your reward. Through Pikachu's gesture, Xiaoxia also knew his victory. Seeing that Pikachu came back victorious, Xiaoxia was even more delighted. Of course, while rejoicing, Xiaoxia is more concerned about this reward. The first time she tasted the forbidden fruit, Xiaoxia was also very interested in this aspect. Pick up tilde. Is this problem? Seeing Xiaoxia asking about this, Miu Chen fell into deep thought. How to say this? Tell her that Lao Su will send it directly into the soul. No need for that barren time grit. Pikachu, what wrong? Didn't the gods reward you? Seeing that Pikachu didn't answer herself directly, Xiaoxia was anxious. Isn't it? Are the gods cheating too? OMG. What shall I do after that? 5 minutes. 5 minutes is really not enough. Pick up tilde. I'm in a hurry. How could I not be rewarded? Forget it. It's ill convenient. Seeing Xiaoxia's disappointed face, Miu Chen reluctantly chose to transform into an explanation. This is such a gesture. I am also very tired. Okay, do it if you think of it. Anyway, it's a lot of time to transform now. Miu Chen said that he doesn't feel bad. Bang tilde. The smoke rose, the yellow-skinned mouse disappeared, and the handsome blonde male protagonist appeared. Clap tilde. Yeah tilde. Get the hell out of there. You're going to die. What do you become when you are so good in the daytime? Don't waste your time. However, Miu Chen's side had just transformed, and before he could make a concave shape, the excited Xiaoxia threw her mouth up. This bastard. Your transformation time belongs to this girl and me. You just squandered it like that. There is not enough time. You are wasting it. It's been a long night. How can you let this girl endure it? Hi. Your uncle. What am I doing? What the matter? Damn girl, you're rebelling. Just after transforming, he was slapped before the shape was concave. Miu Chen expressed that he was very angry. Don't tell me. Is it wrong for me to hit you? Do you know how precious your transformation time is? It's just talking. What do you transform into? Is it bad to stay at night? You don't even think about me. Miu Chen was angry, and Xiaoxia was also angry. Obviously, Xiaoxia cares more about Miu Chen's transformation time than this guy himself. Hey, what am I doing? Don't worry, your husband and I can transform into 2.5 hours a day now, and I can guarantee that I will be able to serve you until takeoff at night. Hearing that Xiaoxia was actually for this reason, the anger in Miu Chen's heart disappeared. Well, the relationship is for the harmony between husband and wife. What is the problem of life? Understandable. Completely understandable. What did you say? 2.5 hours. What going on? Isn't your reward time grit? Hearing what Miu Chen said, Xiaoxia was done. What the matter? Isn't the time grit only able to store time? Why is it suddenly 2.5 hours? I have not only completed the task of turning the super dream of time grit, but also completed the love task of Xiaoji stupid bee. Now your husband, I am already a high-level skin god. Jinyi night walk. That bullshit. For Miu Chen of the Sao bag, if he has an achievement, he must show it off to his own girl. Xiaoxia is the perfect object for him to show off. Not to mention, with a beat, Miu Chen explained the cause and effect to Xiaoxia. Miu Chen did not elaborate on this main mission 3. After all, dealing with the ultimate boss in this world is too terrifying, and Miu Chen didn't want Xiaoxia to worry about him. Therefore, regarding this final main quest, Miu Chen's answer is that he can accompany Xiaoxia for a while, and then he has to complete the final test given to him by the gods alone. After the completion, he can come back and fly with Xiaoxia completely. So it's like this. Through Miu Chen's beeping explanation, Xiaoxia finally figured out the cause and effect. Dear tilde. After she figured it out, Xiaoxia's attitude changed drastically. Seeing her wink at Miu Chen like silk, she even gave a bird-like appearance, and directly got into the arms of this handsome blonde guy who returned to nature. I go. What going on? Nima. In such a hurry. Isn't it you? Seeing Xiaoxia in such a state, Miu Chen's first reaction was was that this little girl had a bad idea and wanted her to farm the land and pay the public grain. No need to say this kind of thing. Mu Chen said that he would definitely like it or not. I have tens of thousands of bullets, and the public food can be handed over anytime, anywhere. Do it when you think of it. This has always been Mu Chen's code of conduct. No nonsense. As soon as the arm exerted force, he directly hugged Xiaoxia, ran into the back room and walked in. Yeah, asshole, put it down. What are you doing? Suddenly being picked up by Mu Chen, Xiaoxia's reaction was a strong one. What am I going to do? Isn't this what you asked for? Didn't you see that I have already blown the horn of attack and am ready to go? Seeing Xiaoxia resisting so strongly, Mu Chen said that he was confused. What is this for? The husband and wife are old. What kind of restraint are you playing with me? What's more, this is not what you asked for it. What are you thinking about every day? When did I ask? Put me down now. Hearing what Mu Chen said, Xiaoxia was even more embarrassed. Damn it. Then what are you going to do? Just throw yourself into Lao Su's arms and win. I was thinking, since you can spend 2.5 hours a day, then just save it for a day or two, and then accompany me back to Wallendao's hall, and let my sister they'll see you. What to play? Why are you taking me back to my parents' house? Okay, there's nothing wrong, but absolutely not today. My horn of attack has sounded. I must fight. You can go back to your mother's house, but do I need to let out the fire first? You bastard. Chapter 526 Then Wallen City. Pikachu. How long have you saved your transformation time now? At this moment, Xiaoxia's pretty face is full of happiness. Being able to live a life of where you want to go, what you want to eat, what you want to play, what you want to see and watch, and even special training if you want to be able to live with your loved one, is for Xiaoxia. This is the real journey. As for the previous trip with Ash, what the hell is that? Every day is not to hurry, is to fight. Anti-shock. Xiaoxia can be described as disgusted by this. How many scenery did you miss on the trip? With Pikachu in the Kanto region for about 10 days without any shyness. At this time, Xiaoxia and Pikachu had come to Dry Leaf Town, which was not far from Nahualan City. Xiaoxia knew that Wallen City would be the last stop on their journey. Pikachu-chan accompanied Xiaoxia back to Wallen City. After staying for a few days, this guy will set off alone to complete the last task given to him by the god. As long as that task is completed, Pikachu will be completely free, and will live with her Xiaoxia forever. As a smart girl with ice and snow, although Pikachu didn't describe the final mission in detail to her, Xiaoxia can guess how difficult this mission is. However, in order not to distract Pikachu because of herself, Xiaoxia never asked a single word about it. At this moment, what Xiaoxia does is to enjoy the trip between the two with Pikachu. Just cherish every day you spend with this bastard. Of course, under the premise of cherishing the time spent together, what Xiaoxia is most concerned about now is how much time this bastard has saved. Going to Wallen City to meet her sisters, you can't let Pikachu play a big change, right? If you can accept it yourself, can those sisters accept it? Wouldn't it be embarrassing to scare people again then? Before the trip, Pikachu was still in the form of a yellow-skinned mouse. At most, he transformed into an hour every night for a special training or something. After all, along the way, Pikachu also saved a lot of time. Pick up. Only 11 hours, less than a day. What? Pikachu, tell me honestly, did you secretly transform yourself? Why did you take so much time? After hearing Pikachu say that it was only 11 hours, Xiaoxia quit. What the matter? Transforming for an hour a day can save 1.5 hours of time, right? 10 days. He should have 16 or 7 hours no matter how bad it is. How come it's only 11 hours? Pick up. Fart. I am sticky with you every day. When did I secretly transform? Hearing that Xiaoxia doubted herself, Mu Chen quit. Just kidding. When did I secretly transform? Don't you count yourself? Every time I say 1 hour, it turns out that 1 hour is enough. Don't need time for fitness before special training. Isn't it time to rest after special training? Sometimes even after special training, there is an extra game or something. Isn't that time? Oh, what can I do? I have already told the old sister and the others that we can reach Wallen City tomorrow morning. Hearing what Pikachu said, Xiaoxia became anxious. How can this be done? The greeting from the old lady is over, and the time for this bastard Pikachu to complete the task is coming. They really don't have any more time to wait. Pikachu, why don't you think this will work? Tonight, don't transform, so you can save a little more time. One day, 2.5 hours, plus the previous 11 hours, that is 13.5 hours. In Xiaoxia's opinion, it is enough if you are more careful. The big deal is to rest early, and don't mess around with these sisters at night. Pick up. Bullshit. How can this work? If you don't change, how can I train at night to enhance my strength? No, absolutely not. Hearing Xiaoxia say this, Mu Chen decisively opposed. Just kidding. Wouldn't I be at a loss if I didn't become an old man? This is about to challenge the boss. You won't let Laozi and I pay close attention to the special training to strengthen the strength. Seeing Lao Su, I'm about to start the road to challenge the boss. Can you bear it? Mu Chen Chen knew that when he left Xiaoxia and embarked on the road of the final challenge, he would no longer have any special training opportunity. At that time, wouldn't he spend every day alone in the journey, travel, and battle? Thinking of that tragic future, Mu Chen was even more reluctant to be with Xiaoxia every day. Just kidding, even if I'm going to find the boss desperately, I'll give it a special training first. Then what should I do? The transformation time is too short, and it would be embarrassing to be discovered by my sister and the others. How about this? Let's hurry up tonight and settle the fight in half an hour. In the end, Xiaoxia gave in. Pick up tilde. Half an hour. Father, am I such an incompetent player? No, an hour at least. Absolutely cannot be lower. No matter how low I am, I will directly use Pikachu to meet your sisters and the others. It's not that I haven't seen it anyway. What can I do? You tilde. Okay tilde. Okay tilde. Well, it's just an hour, no more. As soon as Pikachu's rogue spirit came out, Xiaoxia was helpless. How can this be? I can only try my best to make this guy surrender. The long late night was spent in the diligent special training of Mu Chen and Xiaoxia. What are the specific details? In Mu Chen's word, pick up tilde. Anyway, after I used the high-speed move, it took only half an hour for this girl, Xiaoxia, to surrender. Advanced in God. That's not blowing out. After a night of tossing, Mu Chen and Xiaoxia finally entered Wallen City. Wallen City. It's really been a long time since I came back. Wallen City is still Xiaoxia's hometown after all. Seeing entering Wallen City, Xiaoxia suddenly became excited. Pick up tilde. Excited to be patronized. Hurry up and get down to business. What is the business? Of course, shopping for clothes. Just kidding. To see Xiaoxia's sister. Do you want me to return to my natural state? I don't care. Xiaoxia doesn't want to strangle me. Chapter 527 Abandon the whole forest. Xiaoxia tilde. My lovely sister, you are finally willing to come back tilde. That's right, Xiaoxia, you're too irresponsible, aren't you? Wallen Dao's hall belongs to our 4 sisters, so you can just leave. Do you think it's really good to leave your 3 sisters behind? Ooh, alright eldest sister and second sister, isn't Xiaoxia all back? Let me see what's up with Xiaoxia's boyfriend. Wow tilde. So handsome guy tilde. Will you also stay in our Wallen Dao's hall in the future? Xiaoxia finally returned to Wallen Dao's hall. As soon as she entered the gate of Wallen Dao's hall, her 3 elder sisters came out to greet her, and scolded the girl Xiaoxia. Obviously, for the irresponsible behavior of this girl who left for a year, the opinions of several sisters are quite large. Of course, compared with the elder sister Cherry Blossom and the second elder sister Iris, the focus of the third peony, who has a relatively detached personality, is not the same. I heard Xiaoxia say that she has a boyfriend, and this time she will bring her boyfriend to the Wallen Dao's hall. The third child, Peony, has long been curious about this. What the hell? As sisters, no matter in terms of age, experience, body, appearance, which one is more attractive than Xiaoxia, a stinky, not yet fully developed little girl. As a result, this Xiaoxia has found a boyfriend, but how many of them are single? I am very angry about this. The third peony naturally wants to see what this blind man looks like. How can he like this little girl who is not fully developed? However, when she saw this, the eyes of the third child peony instantly lit up. Ignoring Xiaoxia, the third child peony stepped forward quickly, directly blocking the arm of the handsome blonde male protagonist, and asked him expectantly, what the hell? No, be restrained, let's not do this. Mu Chen, who was still in a concave shape, was almost unable to restrain the sudden jerk. This Nima, is it too much? Did you grow up eating cows? Yo tilde. Such a handsome little brother. Little handsome guy tilde. Welcome to Wallen Dao's hall. From now on, this will be your home. You don't have to be polite to our sisters tilde. Stop by Peony. The eldest Sakura and the second Iris, who were reprimanding Xiaoxia, finally saw the handsome blonde male protagonist behind them. Seeing a handsome guy of this level, the eldest and second sisters, who were also very unrestrained, also greeted them. Obviously, the 3 sisters who are open-minded are very thoughtful about this handsome guy. Big sister, second sister, third sister, pay attention to me. This is my man. Third, let go of your hand to me. While Mu Chen is enjoying life here, Xiaoxia is completely blown away. Xiaoxia knew very well about the dispositions of her sisters. These 3 girls, although they are not the generation of young Hua with the surname of Shui, are definitely not fuel-efficient lamb. As long as it's a handsome guy, these 3 dead girls must have made a mistake in killing them. It doesn't matter if others, the sisters, can do whatever they want, but not this Pikachu. This is her Xiaoxia's man. What's more, Xiaoxia not only knows the virtues of her 3 sisters, but also knows the character of Pikachu as a bastard. If this is not to be watched, these guys get together, wouldn't it become a dry fire? A little bit, or even a large piece. At this moment, Xiaoxia suddenly felt a sense of regret. Why did I forget the disposition of these dead girls who can't walk when they see handsome guys? Why am I suffering? Why are you coming back? Oh tilde. Xiaoxia, don't be so selfish tilde. That's it tilde. Xiaoxia, you are still young. You don't understand Tilda. Xiaoxia, don't leave when you come back this time. Does the handsome brother also stay? Ignoring Xiaoxia's anger, the three sisters were still surrounding Mu Chen with all kinds of wink. Ha, Tilda. Sisters, thank you for your enthusiasm. But, resisting the reluctance in his heart, he broke free from the shackles of peony, and glanced at Xiaoxia, who was so angry that Mu Chen put on a serious poker face. You better let me go. I just came back with Xiaoxia this time, and after a day, I will leave. Thank you sisters for taking care of Xiaoxia. When I come back next time, I may have to trouble the sisters even more. At that time, I will marry Xiaoxia directly. These remarks were regarded as rejecting the various hints that the three sisters such as Sakura kept making to him, and even more expressing their intentions to Xiaoxia. If it were Mu Chen from a year ago facing the three sisters, he would have surrendered. Just kidding, this has been made clear. Okay. Seeing the look of the handsome blonde male protagonist, the three sisters gathered around to wink. Mu Chen is not the first brother. He can't guess what the three sisters want to do. Obviously, this is so special to see a handsome guy and want to play a friendly match with himself. As for Xiaoxia, anyway, it's just boyfriend and girlfriend, and he's not married, so it's nothing, right? But, at this moment, Mu Chen is no longer the little Diao who just came to this world, can't walk when she sees a beautiful young lady, and has nosebleeds with a little stimulation. After constant experience, Mu Chen's mood is also growing. At this moment, Mu Chen already knew what he wanted. Although the forest is extremely beautiful, the temptation is endless. However, these are not enough to match the tree of Xiaoxia. If he had to choose, then Mu Chen would rather give up the entire forest for the tree of Xiaoxia. In other words, Mu Chen, the prodigal son, has long since turned back. To him, no matter how precious the young lady is, it is not as important as Xiaoxia. If he hurt Xiaoxia for the sake of Miss Sister, he would be a pure fool. What's more, these are Xiaoxia's sisters, so he can't mess around. Oop, Tilda. It's so boring. How old are you? Are you considering getting married? Little handsome guy Tilda. You are so hurtful Tilda. Seeing Mu Chen say this, Sakura and the other three sisters could only stop there. What else is there to say? People's attitude is very clear, and they are not really thirsty for this handsome guy. If it's just boyfriend and girlfriend, it's okay to say, but if you're already talking about marriage, the three sisters ask themselves that they can't take action against their brother-in-law. Hi, Mu Chen, thank you. Seeing Pikachu with a serious face and getting rid of the entanglement of several sisters, Xiaoxia showed a sweet smile. Knowing the nature of Pikachu very well, Xiaoxia is naturally very clear how much determination and courage it takes for this guy to be able to reject his three older sisters. Chapter 528 _ The challenge begins. The first target. Ho-oh. Xiaoxia, wait for me. When I come back, I will marry you and we will live together forever. He hugged the girl in his arms fiercely, and the handsome blonde Mu Chen was saying his final goodbyes. Yeah. Hi, Mu Chen, promise me, you must take care of yourself. I'm waiting for you. You have to remember, I, Xiaoxia, will always be your lover. I will always be here waiting for you. Being held in Mu Chen's arms, Xiaoxia's pretty face was already soaked with tears. Usually fighting, laughing, Xiaoxia seems to be heartless. However, only the girl herself knew how reluctant she was in her heart and how she didn't want Pikachu to leave her. But Xiaoxia is not a fool. The gods are punishing Pikachu, and the gods have issued tasks to Pikachu. If you really want to live with Pikachu forever, you can't interfere with her. Therefore, Xiaoxia was playing crazy in the past few days, just thinking about happy things every day. Special training with Pikachu at all physical strength. This is just to cherish the time spent with Pikachu. However, happy times are always short-lived. What should come always come. Pikachu, it's finally time to leave. Be obedient. Wait for me obediently. After kissing Xiaoxia affectionately, Mu Chen disappeared in Wallen Taoist Hall without looking back. No way. Xiaoxia's sisters were watching from behind. It took less than a minute for Lao Su to transform. This is going to suddenly turn into a Pikachu. Don't you scare these three girls out. As the departure was imminent, Mu Chen had no intention of teasing that calf. Pick up pick up tilde. Following the disappearance of the handsome blonde guy, the figure of a yellow-skinned mouse reappeared in Wallen City. I saw that this yellow-skinned mouse was running fast, but its mouth did not stop, and the sound of Pika tilde. To outsiders, this is just an instinctive cry of Pikachu. But is this fact true? System. Hurry up, Daddy. Who is the first person I want to turn over? Challenging the ultimate boss. Kill some other bosses first. Increase the winning rate when challenging the final boss. Although it will be a lot of trouble to say this, it is not as straightforward as directly challenging the ultimate boss, and it is not so simple and rude. But Mu Chen had no intention of rejecting this proposal of the system. Just kidding. How can I reduce the difficulty and don't go? I am looking for excitement. Even this incomparable system said that the ultimate boss is not easy to deal with. So what should I do if I rashly went up to deliver food? At that time, what about Lao Su's Xiaoxia? If this ends up being cheaper for others, don't I want to cry to death? Host, your first opponent is the closest Chengdu super god, Feng Wang, said to be small boss, in fact, are also super beast. Only by killing these existences that control the rules of a certain domain can the world line of this world be destroyed. As for the 3 stupid birds and 3 stupid dogs, it's just a younger brother. It's no use killing chicken feathers. Pick up tilde. Feng Wang, no problem. Go you. He had never seen other super divine beasts. Mu Chen. He had confronted this Feng Wang once, so he probably knew the strength of this guy. Thinking that this thing is the existence of the flight type plus fire type, Mu Chen's confidence suddenly rose. Flight department. Dad favorite. Little bird, let me turn you over. Traveling fast all the way. In just one day, Mu Chen returned to the Gold City in the Chengdu area. Just when the time was restored, Mu Chen, the handsome blonde male protagonist who made his debut, got on the suspension train alone to the Chengdu area. Pick up tilde. Where is Lingling Tower? I don't know the way. I don't know. There was no accident on the way of the suspended train. At most, it's just a few nympho little sisters who want to develop a super friendly relationship with this handsome blonde male protagonist and come to such a passionate, special training. If it was normal, Mu Chen would be a little impulsive when he saw so many young ladies who were delivered to the door. But when is this time? Thinking of saving up his strength to fight that Feng Wang decisively, Mu Chen didn't have time to spare, reluctantly refused the request of the young lady, and came to Mu Chen in the Chengdu area, and got lost. Before on the road, Mu Chen was always lying in Xiaoxi's arms. Now that he is on the journey alone, he realizes that he seems to be barren and does not know the way at all. How can this be broken? I don't know Lingling Tower. I still fight a barren Phoenix King. Host, Lingling Tower is to the northeast of you. At your current speed, you can arrive in about 2 days. Finally, looking at Mu Chen who was running around like a headless fly, the system was speechless. Why is this Nima challenging all kinds of bosses? Damn, you don't know the way. Challenge an egg. Pick up tilde. Can't finish talking. The system was helpless, and Mu Chen despised it. How do you know where to go and don't tell me? Go to the theater. Knowing the location of King Feng, Mu Chen's eye ran without any hesitation, and charged towards the northeast. Without Xiaoji's stupid bee, Mu Chen, who was on his way, could not only increase his speed to the maximum, but also avoided all kinds of unnecessary challenges along the way. Finally, 2 days later, Mu Chen came to the Lingling Tower where he once fought. Pika tilde pi. Phoenix King, get out of here. I've been so hungry for days. I want to eat electric roast turkey. As soon as he arrived at Lingling Tower, Mu Chen shouted at the void in a grand manner. Feng Wang, this bee is hidden in other dimensions, but Mu Chen knows that as long as he keeps shouting here, that guy will appear. Hey tilde oh tilde. Who is it? Who dares to disturb the great Ho-Oh? Who dares to come and make trouble in my territory? Under Mu Chen's pick up tilde. There was an angry cry in the sky above Lingling Tower. Apparently, King Ho was awakened. Pick up tilde. It's your grandpa, my Pikachu. Come out quickly and offer your chicken wings. I'm hungry. Chapter 529 pretending to be struck by lightning. Sci tilde oh tilde. The lowly yellow-skinned mouse. This is offending the majesty of the god. Being provoked by Mu Chen, Feng Wang, whose temper was not very beautiful, became angry. What to play? Offer the king's wing, or chicken wing. Is this human? Pick up tilde. Why are you talking so much nonsense? I came here on purpose just to turn you on. Don't bother to pay attention to this big bird thumping on it. Mu Chen decisively entered the battle mode. Zila tilde. Do whatever you want, just do it. As the thoughts in Mu Chen's heart turned, sparks of electricity began to jump over his cheek. Hey tilde oh tilde. Arrogant yellow-skinned mouse, I want you to pay the price. Seeing that the yellow-skinned mouse was in a direct battle shape after provoking him, Feng Wang was even more furious. I saw Feng Wang shouting angrily at the same time. Its huge pair of wings suddenly vibrated violently, and it slapped Mu Chen below. Under Feng Wang's fierce shot, a gust of wind suddenly rose, as if it was about to tear apart the space, and roared away in the direction where Mu Chen was. Pick up tilde. Nima, is this still a beat? Do you want a bee face? What about your dignity? I haven't made a move yet, so why did you make a move first? He was still brewing here, but this King Feng was shot by a storm first, and Mu Chen was speechless. What the heck? What barren divine beast don't have a bee face at all? Needless to say, in the face of this terrifying gust of wind, Mu Chen certainly had no interest in resisting with his small physique. Moving at a high speed, the electric light flashed on, and Mu Chen faced the edge of the storm and let him go. I'm agile. My speed is fast. You little wind, let go alone. Relying on his swift body, Mu Chen effortlessly avoided Feng Wang's storm attack. Pika tilde chew. Now, it's my turn to fight back, right? As for the divine beast, it was also the first time that Mu Chen fought against it. What is the strength of this King Feng? Mu Chen is also clueless. Seeing that King Feng took the lead, Mu Chen resolutely responded with a 100,000 volt. No matter what, I will try the death first. Zila tilde tilde. I saw that at the same time as Mu Chen uttered a tweet, an electric current rushed out from each of his cheeks. The electric current gathered in one place and blasted it towards Ho-Oh, who was in the air. Psi tilde tilde oh tilde tilde tilde. Ignorant rat. It's only up to you. How could it be possible to challenge the god? Oh tilde tilde tilde. As the so-called pretended to be struck by lightning. At this moment, Hoang experienced what is called the thrill of being struck by lightning. Originally, in Ho-Oh's view, even if this yellow-skinned mouse far surpassed the average of its kind, it would definitely not be his opponent. But who would have thought that this does not seem to be a thick current, and its power would be so terrifying? It was because of the thick skin and flesh of King Ho, who was good at resisting special defense, but after this shot, it still caused him to suffer unbearably. Pick up tilde tilde pi tilde. Feng Wang. God. Super beast. What barren place should be. But that's it. As soon as the instant hit of 100,000 volts went down, he screamed at this beat playing the electricity, and Mu Chen's heart was instantly settled. What the matter? I thought I was going to work hard. It seems that this so-called super beast is just like that. However, how does Mu Chen know this? The strength of King Ho is not weak, and even among the super divine beasts, he is considered to be in the middle and upper reaches of the ranking. Why is it so ineffective? One is because Mu Chen's special attack ability at this time is too terrifying. 255. Coupled with the double boosting effect of the electric ball. How terrifying is this? Not to mention Ho Wang. Even if the ultimate boss powers it up, it will definitely not feel good. This is also the reason why Mu Chen can instantly kill Chao Meng with a charged electric ball attack. At this moment, this product has become so powerful that it is terrifying. As for the second reason, that is naturally because of this racial attribute. Although it is said that after the ability is strong to a certain extent, the racial attribute restraint can be completely ignored. But this is also only relative, not absolute. In the face of Mu Chen's terrifying special attack electric shock, the attribute of his flight is restrained, that is, it is infinitely amplified. This, also known as Feng Wang, replaced it with another flying type Pokémon, and Mu Chen could easily kill it with a single shot of 100,000 volts. Psi tilde 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 oh tilde 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 tilde. Damn yellow-skinned mouse, you succeeded in angering me. Of being struck by lightning, the relieved Ho-Oh responded decisively. Knowing the terrifying attack power of this yellow-skinned mouse, of course Ho Wang won't play a foolish game with him like you or me. If you want to defeat this sudden provocateur, you can only use your most powerful attack to kill him in seconds. This is the right way. Needless to say, after learning the strength of this pickup, Ho-Oh, who became serious, made a decisive attack. I saw that while it was roaring, a flame full of holy power suddenly began to condense from its body. Obviously, this is King Ho's ultimate move, Holy Fire. Pick up tilde pick up. What the hell? To be so cruel. This looks a bit fierce. Looking at the Fina King who kept condensing flame, Mu Chen knew that this must be his big move. What else is there to say? Feng Wang has made a big move. Why are you being polite? Pika tilde tilde chu tilde. Zila tilde tilde. Seeing that King Feng started to charge up and was about to play this holy fire, Mu Chen was not polite and entered the charging state decisively. With the continuous improvement of Mu Chen's strength, with the inexplicable completion of the main quest 2 by Mu Chen, and as this guy has become a high-level skin god, Mu Chen has become more proficient and quicker in the use of charging skill. In an instant, Mu Chen was fully charged. Seeing that Feng Wang's charge was also about to end in midair, Mu Chen made a move. Pika tilde tilde chu tilde tilde. I said, I want to eat grilled chicken wings today, so why don't you run? An electric current went straight into the sky, and a large black cloud appeared in an instant. Crackling tilde 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 tilde. Bursts of electricity flickered in the dark cloud. Obviously, Mu Chen used the ultimate move, Thunder. Hey tilde tilde oh tilde tilde tilde. I'm Ho-Oh. I can't lose to you yellow-skinned mouse. Seeing the terrifying power of the thunder, King Feng, while panicking, threw out his brewing big move, Holy Fire, at Mu Chen below. Chapter 530 Krypton Gold Player. Fina King. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Nima. Fight with me. Are you a player? Looking at Feng Wang, who was scorched to the ground and twitched constantly, Mu Chen showed deep contempt. Of course, Mu Chen's appearance is not beautiful at the moment. The terrifying attack power of the Holy Fire is no joke. Although Mu Chen avoided the frontal attack of the Holy Fire, he only suffered a slight scratch, which turned Mu Chen's proud lightning shaytail into a fire stick, which was not for Simuchen. Care. Just kidding. Who is his opponent? Fina King. Super Beast. Being able to win this big turkey at such a small price, Mu Chen said that he could no longer be satisfied. Pick up tilde pick up tilde. System gentlemen, come out. This big turkey is lying in the nest. Has the world line been broken again? What about my reward? Daddy, you almost should help me improve. Right. Feng Wang had no grudges against him. Even if this guy had installed AB on himself back then, that was all in the past. Regarding that incident, Mu Chen, who had a lot of skin, said that he didn't care about it for a long time. What is the purpose of attacking this Ho King now? It's not to change the world line so as to enhance the strength of the system, and finally improve yourself so that you can get a greater chance of winning when dealing with the intermediate boss. Congratulations to the host for successfully defeating the super divine beast representing life, Ho-Oh tilde. Following Mu Chen's call, the sound of the system came Shanshan. Just listening to its voice, you can tell how excited this system is, and it even almost opened fireworks and opened red wine. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. Don't play trick with me, you Sabaleng, come to some affordable. Congrats on chicken feathers. Can you eat? Tasty. Mu Chen is very realistic, and he only has the most practical interest in his eyes. Ho Wang is not dead. The mission has not been completed, and the reward cannot be issued. Hearing that Mu Chen wanted a reward, the system's voice sounded again, but this time, it was all kind of ruthless. Pika tilde. What's your special look? This has become an electric roasted turkey. You tell me this Ho Wang hasn't been taken down yet. Hearing what the system said, Mu Chen quit. What wrong? What's the situation? Why do you want to default on my debt with me? Seeing the smell of barbecue, the crispy Feng Wang was still steaming with his feet in the sky, and the special system told him that he hadn't killed yet, and Mu Chen was in a hurry. You're so reckless. You're not so reckless, are you? Can you make a face when you do the system? Can there still be some integrity between Pikachu and the system? That's it. You still let me challenge the final boss. Why don't you stab me in the back? King Ho's power is the power of life, and King Ho at this time is just suspended animation. You know, as a phoenix Pokemon, resurrecting from the dead is what it is best at. Facing Mu Chen's doubt, the system was very patiently, and Mu Chen was done. Pika tilde tilde Pika tilde. Can it be resurrected? Nima, is this still fun to play? When will it be resurrected? How much strength recovers after resurrection? In order to quickly take down this Phoenix King, Mu Chen used the thunder after charging. Although Mu Chen's strength has become countless times stronger at this moment, the super trick of thundering after charging still basically empties the electricity in his body. As far as Mu Chen's current state is concerned, he uses electromagnetic waves at most, and electric shock is a skill that consumes very little, and he can't use 100,000 volts. Hearing that King Feng could still be resurrected, Mu Chen was anxious. This is such a special feeling. I just hit a loneliness after such a dashing thunderbolt. Ho-Oh is accumulating the power of resurrection, and in its current state, it will be resurrected soon. As for strength, the resurrection of Ho Wang can reach full-blood resurrection. This time, the system's answer was even quicker. However, this sounded not so beautiful to Mu Chen. Pick up tilde. I'll go to your uncle. Hearing the system say that, Mu Chen twisted his butt without hesitation, and was about to run away. What are you kidding? Full HP resurrection. This rogue Krypton Gold player. How am I going to fight? What the hell? I can't put out 100,000 volts now. Don't you hurry up and wait to die. Don't worry. Seeing that Mu Chen was about to run away without a word, the system hurriedly stopped him. Pika tilde pi tilde. Fart. Immediately resurrected. Lousy. Why don't I wait to die? Seeing that the system had to stop him, Mu Chen suddenly cursed. Nonsense. Lao Su electrified it to become a roast chicken. If this guy is alive, can he bypass Lao Su? The moment King Ho is resurrected, its strength will not be restored immediately. As long as you can seize the moment of its resurrection, you can easily defeat it. This is your only chance. Ignoring Mu Chen's abuse, the system explained it again. King Ho was resurrected, and his strength could indeed be restored. But at the moment when he was just resurrected, Ho-Oh was the weakest. If you want to defeat Ho-Oh, you can only take this opportunity. Pick up tilde pick up tilde. You didn't lie to me. Truth, no joke. I can tell you, Lao Su, if you can't get it right, you can really die. Hearing what the system said, Mu Chen stopped its galloping pace. I didn't lie to you. Is it good for me to lie to you, young master? Get ready. This big bird will be resurrected soon. Seeing that Mu Chen was still asking endless questions, the system finally lost patience. It's also clearly explained. Where does all this barren nonsense come from? Pick up tilde tilde tilde. Okay, look at my performance. After being confirmed by the system, Mu Chen was not ambiguous. It's not urgent to run away. So what if you run away? In the end, don't you want to re-PK with this Phoenix King? If such a kryptonite player is revived with full blood every time, it is cool. How can I fight? The system also said that when this bee was just resurrected, his strength did not recover, and he was extremely weak. Isn't this his chance? No need to say. Without any hesitation, Mu Chen stepped forward quickly, and posed for Feng Wang, who was about to be resurrected. Yes, I can't even use 100,000 volts, but you have just been resurrected. Aren't you also without strength? When you have no strength, I will give you a gentle little electric shock, and send you a few paralyzing electromagnetic waves just to be on the safe side. Psi tilde 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 o tilde 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 tilde. Finally, under the expectation of Mu Chen's application, Feng Wang really showed the style of a Krypton Gold player. Fu Wang, who had been scorched black by the electric shock, suddenly recovered, and a long howl that shook the sky came from his neck, as if announcing his resurrection. However, Pika tilde tilde chu. Zila tilde tilde zila tilde tilde. I saw countless electric shocks, rock, as if they didn't want money, and slammed them on Feng Wang, who had just been resurrected and whose shape was not concave. Chapter 531 I wish you a pleasant journey. Congratulations to the host for successfully killing Huang. The reward is issued. Please accept the host. This time, Mu Chen finally received the long-lost sound of congratulations. Feng Wang can play Nirvana Rebirth, and after rebirth he can be resurrected with full blood, and most people really have only one way to go against it. However, this guy was unlucky. He met Mu Chen, and he encountered a system that knew its details. Through the system's reminder, Mu Chen easily took Feng Wang away with a small wave of gentle electric shock. There is no way, just reborn. Strength is 0, and there is no resistance. It is strange to not die after an electric shock. After flipping over King Feng, Mu Chen finally got the reward he was looking for. Pick up. What is this barren reward? Looking at the reward content in his head, Mu Chen said that he was a little confused. What kind of joke is this? The power of Ho-Oh's blessing. Bullshit. I have turned it over. Can it still bless me? Not so cursed. I'm snickering. For this reward content, Mu Chen said it was very difficult to understand. Host, this is just a name. Why care about the details? You can look at the specific utility first. Seeing that Mu Chen started to struggle because of the name issue, the system had no choice but to remind him again. If you don't make the word clear, why do you think that you, Master, I used a routine to blackmail you, so why don't you talk to Master and I endlessly? Knowing Mu Chen's temperament very well, the system is clear. This bee can definitely do it. Pick up. Detailed introduction. Let me take a look. If you dare to fool me, I will strike. Leaving a harsh sentence, Mu Chen focused his attention on the so-called Feng Wang's blessing. Seeing this, Mu Chen was excited. Receive the blessing of the power of Ho-Oh. Within 10 minutes, the user can fully obtain all the abilities of Ho-Oh to themselves. What the hell? So cow. Lao Su is already strong enough, and with the power of King Feng, isn't he going to heaven? And all these abilities, do you mean, what kind of holy fire? And that Nirvana Rebirth, can I experience it once too? Thinking of this, Mu Chen finally knew what he had obtained. Although it's supposed to be a one-time thing, but it's really awesome. Pick up. Hurry up. Sir, who is our next target? Come on, let me turn it over. Knowing that killing divine bees has such benefit, Mu Chen is even more motivated. If I were to turn over all the divine beasts, wouldn't I be able to bless all the divine beasts' abilities in one? What is this concept? I want to experience the sky, the ground, and the air in second. The next target host can choose one of the three, or you can fight the enemy at the same time. Pick up. Choose one of three. Against the enemy at the same time. What should be played? Tell me the story. In the Fengyuan area, there are 3 super divine beasts representing the sky, the earth, and the ocean. As long as you can flip any one of them, you can greatly change the world line. Of course, if the host asks you to challenge the 3 beasts of sea, land and air with 1 enemy and 3, I, as the system, will still support it very much. Seeing that this guy Mu Chen actually volunteered to fight, the system was not polite. Pick up. Nima, what are you talking about? Sea, land and air. Let Lao Su and I challenge at the same time. Are you talking about people? Hearing the system say that, Mu Chen decisively rolled his eyes. Bullshit, I know my own strength. It's okay to deal with 1, but to deal with 3 is really looking for abuse. Lu doesn't need to worry about these 3 mythical beasts of sea, land and air. They represent the earth. I can't use electric shock. I can't go up and play hand-to-hand combat. The sea and the sky are all restrained by themselves. But what? Pick up. I'm going to be empty, Daddy. The sea should play. Everyone knows that if you want to fight, you need to enter the water. Mu Chen's water. Mu Chen would not choose such a battlefield that greatly reduced his strength. As a smart person, Mu Chen's choice was naturally very simple. No problem. It's just empty. I want to do the air force. The mission is confirmed. The host chooses the opponent as the god of the sky, Kizakuza. Because the battlefield with the rift is quite special, this system has a special treatment and can directly transfer the host to it. Is the host ready? A single flip can change the world line, and the system doesn't even force this guy to really play the feat of 1-on-3. In short, it's enough to be able to turn over 1, isn't it? Pika. What to play? Why are you waiting? Let's discuss and discuss. Don't be impulsive. You don't need to walk by yourself. Just teleport to the past and start the film directly, which is a good thing for Mu Chen. But the problem is, what the matter? I just fought and played with King Ho, and my physical energy is infinitely close to 0. At this time, I was sent to the past. Is it a special delivery person? System, let me take a day off, and I'll call him tomorrow. Needless to say, the recuperation before the war is a must. Without a word for a night, the lonely Mu Chen could only transform into a handsome blonde guy in the middle of the night, relying on his own strength, fantasizing about Xiaoxia. Pick up. Bring it on. I'm ready to challenge that barren fisher. After a night of rest, Mu Chen was resurrected with blood again. At this moment, the only thing he looked forward to in his heart was to turn over over the Fisher seat that represented the sky. Then, see what the rewards are for yourself. Is it the blessing of the empty seat? Bring it on. All kinds of blessings. Shoot at me. The mission is confirmed. The transfer is on. Please prepare the host. Have a nice trip, Tilda. In the joking voice of the system, Mu Chen quickly came to a void of nothingness. Before he could react, a turquoise oriental dragon appeared in front of him with a length of dozens of meters. Roar tilde 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 tilde. Pika tilde tilde tilde. Nima. Such a big dragon. I am happy. Nima approved. Chapter 532 _ silly cracking seat. Wow tilde tilde tilde. The intruder. Here is the territory of my empty seat. You entered this place without permission. Do you want to die? Skinned mouse in front of him who was not enough to stick his teeth between his teeth. Kaikongza could be said to be stunned. What's so special about this? Benlong slept well. Why did a yellow-skinned mouse suddenly appear? You must know that this is the legendary ozone layer, and ordinary Pokémon, not to mention that they come here, are afraid that they can't do anything like breathing. But the yellow-skinned mouse in front of him not only moved smoothly in the ozone layer, but his breathing was not hindered at all. Is it still a yellow-skinned mouse? It's just how Kizukuza knows that the reason why Mu Chen can ignore the ozone layer and even walk here like a flat bottom is all because of the system. Without the help of the system, he is exhausted, and it is impossible for this product to come to the ozone layer that is much higher than the cloud. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Where does all this nonsense come from? I am the legendary flying rat. Come to your site. What? Dissatisfied? Fight if you don't agree. After a brief period of shock, Mu Chen gradually recovered. What about the split seat? Why isn't it a Pokemon? If you are too big, you will be cowed. Who are you frightening with this? Anyway, he wanted to call to turn it over, and of course Mu Chen refused to show weakness in his aura. Roar tilde 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 tilde. Damn flying mouse, you are courting death. Obviously, the words that Mu Chen casually beeped out. This split empty seat, who doesn't often walk and sees only with time, believed it to be true. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. I'm just looking for death. You bit me. Look at your big teeth. The gap between the teeth are so wide. Can you bite down to Lao Su? Tis. As expected of a Pokemon living in the ozone layer, such a bad breath is so strong. By the way, big green caterpillar, how long have you been brushing your teeth? Do you want me to recommend you a dental hospital? Professional correction of various dental deformities, as well as cleaning, whitening, etc. The price is affordable. Doctors and nurses, and a group of beautiful and frozen young ladies and sisters. Looking at this cracking seat that was always screaming, Mu Chen turned on the beep mode again. Of course, Mu Chen did this not to anger this guy. Whether or not Kaikongza is annoyed or not has nothing to do with him, Mu Chen. There is only one reason for Mu Chen to do this. Procrastination. That's right, it's procrastination. While stimulating the empty seat, Mu Chen has already turned on the charging mode. Although it is said that after the continuous strengthening of strength, Mu Chen's charging speed has been much faster than before. But doesn't it take a lot of preparation time, doesn't it? Now, relying on his own blind beep dafa, Mu Chen has successfully procrastinated for the time he needed. Wow tilde 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 tilde. Give me a death. After being beeped by Mu Chen like that, it would be a lie for Kai Kongzai to say that he was not dumbfounded. After being stunned, the cracking seat suddenly erupted. What does this mean? Dislike Benlong's bad teeth. Benlong, I'll let you see if my teeth are good. There are no two words. In order to prove that his teeth are absolutely powerful, Kai Kongzai even gave up using the long-range attack method it is extremely good at, and shot the legendary flying mouse away. I saw Kai Kongzao opened his bloody mouth, and a strong evil energy was bred in his mouth. It is obvious that what Crackseed is going to use is an evil big move. Smash it. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. This barren IQ. I really feel sorry for you, lousy. Seeing the split empty seat rushing up screaming, Mu Chen showed deep contempt. That's it. What about the legendary god of the sky? What a super beast. Is your brain full of ozone? The crushing of IQ gave Mu Chen a great sense of achievement, no matter what the strength is. First of all, in terms of IQ, I am not comparable to your group of beasts who have not yet fully evolved. After despising it for a while, Mu Chen finally made a move when he saw that the cracking seat had been thrown down in front of him. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. Wow, what a big dragon. What a big mouth. Such sharp teeth. I'm afraid tilde. This sentence, of course, is what Mu Chen said to the split empty seat. Silly batch. Chase it. Chase hard. After a while, I will let you taste what is called a tail flick attack. While running, Mu Chen, who had finished charging, concentrated the current on his tail. At this moment, all Mu Chen has to do is to speed up. Accelerate. Speed up again. Dealing with this split empty seat is not like dealing with Ho-Oh. Feng Wang's bee was hovering in the air, and Mu Chen was on the ground. It was not easy to attack it, so Mu Chen finally chose thunder. However, what about the current rift seat? Although this cargo is also flying, even Mu Chen is in the clouds at the moment. However, with the help of the system, the cloud is a flat ground for Mu Chen, and of course he can use the super electric ball after charging very smoothly. Coincidentally, the guy called Kipkongza opened his mouth wide and followed behind him, screaming, trying to prove his teeth. This gave Mu Chen an even more chance to play. Wow tilde tilde tilde. Damn, flying mouse. Stop for me. Aren't you laughing at the mouth of this eat? Then come and experience it for yourself, whether the mouth of this eat is good or not. I slept soundly, but suddenly an intruder came. Be on my side. I was buried and eliminated for a while. How could Kaikongza not be angry? Flying mouse that was galloping fast in front of him. The only thing in Kakuro's mind was to catch up quickly and take a slap at it. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde tilde. Want to prove your teeth? Well then, please open your mouth. I am here. Through the blessing of high-speed movement and the increase of flashes of electric light, the energy of the electric ball has continued to the maximum. Seeing that the empty seat was still in hot pursuit, Mu Chen decided to end this silly game. Roar tilde tilde tilde. Ha ha ha. Little mouse, go to hell. Seeing the flying mouse running at a slower speed, Rikongza was even more excited. Flying mouse in front of it fiercely. Pika tilde tilde chew. And just when the split empty seat was about to merge with the big mouth, Mu Chen suddenly did a front flip. At the same time as it flipped forward, a black electric ball blasted into the inside of the mouth that was about to merge. Chapter 533 Awakened Final Boss. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. Shouldn't this game be able to play God's blessed resurrection? Looking at the cracked empty seat who had eaten a black electric ball and completely rested his food, Mu Chen's eyes were full of contempt. What should be played? That's it. The momentum is very unexpected. But is this IQ? What's the matter with you? Is the electric ball delicious? To eat it without hesitation, you really have pursuit. Just recalling in his mind the image of the black electric ball being swallowed by the split empty seat before, and then starting to roll around, Mu Chen was speechless. Playing with careless eyes, a stomach lavaged with electric balls. Is it soothing? Congratulations to the host. You have successfully won the split empty seat. Please rest assured, the host, the cracking seat does not have the ability to revive. Finally, under Mu Chen's constant inquiry, the system gave this guy a positive answer. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. Oh yeah, I'll just say, can't all of these supernatural bees be resurrected? Bring it on. What is my reward? Daddy, blessing of the Rifty, anti-cat despicable, successfully defeated the cracking seat. The reward will be issued. Please check the host. Although the system was sometimes very disgusting to Mu Chen, when it comes to the distribution of reward, he has never been stingy. Pika tilde pi tilde. Award. Haha, come on. What am I waiting for? Not even this cute reward. Let me see what the reward is for today. When the long-awaited time finally arrived, Mu Chen was excited. Rewarding this play should be the most pursued by Mu Chen. What's more, with the accumulation of reward, when dealing with the ultimate boss in the future, can't the grasp be better? However, what Mu Chen didn't expect was that the reward this time was different from that of King Feng, the heroic soul of Kakuza. This is Mu Chen's reward. Previously, the reward of King Feng was to allow Mu Chen to add the power of King Feng in a short period of time, and he could even play one shot and come back to life, which can be said to be a life-saving skill. But this time, after the grief and anger of the cracking seat, what it left behind was a heroic soul. As for the role of this heroic soul, the heroic soul of Kaikongza, he died unexpectedly, and it was formed by the resentment in his heart. It can summon the soul-shaped receipt in a short time to help the user in battle. Of course, because this thing is condensed from anger, and it is in the form of a soul without consciousness. Therefore, its attack target may also be the user itself. Friendly reminder, users must choose a suitable time, otherwise they will not be responsible for the consequences. Alright, very simple, very crude, very clear. This game should, to put it bluntly, can summon a mindless Risikuza to fight. However, because this B player should not be conscious, it is impossible to command after being summoned. If one is bad, it may directly attack Mu Chen. For this reward given by the system, Mu Chen was generally very satisfied. Through the system, Mu Chen has already learned that the strength of this cracking seat is far stronger than that of King Feng. The reason why he was killed by himself was just because this guy was not clear-headed. He pretended to be a B dresser, and devoured the black electric ball in one bite. Otherwise, it's really not that easy for Mu Chen to defeat it. Pick up tilde tilde pi tilde. Sir, what is the next mission? Hurry up. Let's strike while the iron is hot. In a few days, he had already won the vacant seat of King Feng Jokai, and Mu Chen was full of confidence. At this moment, Mu Chen just wanted to quickly challenge the next opponent, overturn him, and kill him all the way to the final boss. Boss is eliminated. He will be able to live a happy little life with his wife and children on the hot Kong head with Xiaoxia. Host, I have a very unfortunate news for you. I hope you will be mentally prepared. Just as Mu Chen was excited and actively seeking battle, the system that had been silent for a while finally spoke up. Pick up tilde tilde. Unfortunate news. What is wrong? What going on? It's Xiaoji, that stupid bee is cool. I have regained my freedom. Hearing that the system suddenly said this, Mu Chen instinctively became nervous. In order to ease the tension in his heart, Mu Chen could only only make jokes. Sorry, that stupid bee of Xiaoji is still alive and well, and can even be said to be very happy. If the system was a human, he would definitely roll his eyes decisively. You still miss Xiaoji's naive bee Liang. Do you think it's so good? Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. What the hell is that? You are so hasty. Can you explain it to me? Because the world line on this side is constantly being destroyed. The world on this side has become extremely unstable. It is precisely because of this instability that the strongest person in this world has completely awakened. I'm afraid we don't have time to continue to challenge one opponent. Pick up tilde tilde. Walter, is it human? Why didn't you tell Lao Su before to constantly challenge those super divine beasts and then strengthen Lao Su and my own strength? In the end, I only fought 2 Baron, and you told me to face the final boss directly. I'm not ready for this. Can we still have fun? System, hurry up. When will the final boss come? Hurry up and strengthen me. How to strengthen it? How to strengthen it? And aren't there many superheroic beasts in this world? This is the little brother of the final boss, right? What if it came with a lot of younger brothers? I can't stand it, man. After being shocked and complaining, Mu Chen chose to face the reality. The final boss has awakened and will come soon. If I'm not good at this kind of old man, wouldn't I have to overturn the car? According to the awakening speed of the final boss, it will be able to reach your host location in at least a day later. So, you now have a day off. As for the group of super beast little brothers, don't panic about this. Super boss arrived. I will completely close this base. Boss in this base, those super divine beasts, they will not be able to get in at all. As long as the host can be empowered, it is good to defeat the super boss. But, because of the closed base, I can't give you any ability improvement. Facing Mu Chen's question, the system once again gave a positive answer. Pick up tilde tilde. One day, get together. Come on, let's not talk about barrenness. I want to sleep. Chapter 534 _ boom tilde. Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. What should be play? What are you fussing about in the middle of the night? I really want to go to sleep. While he was in a state of recuperating, there was a sudden roar, and Mu Chen said that he was in a very bad mood. Host, the final boss has arrived, and now it is destroying my enchantment. The question on Mu Chen's side was just raised, and the system's response was immediately made. However, this time, the originally bland system also contained a trace of nervousness in its word. Pick up tilde tilde. What to play? This is coming. I'm not so ready, man. Hearing what the system said, Mu Chen panicked. What the hell? I haven't rested for a day. I'm about to face the ultimate boss. Is it so sudden? Although he knew in his heart that he was going to face this ultimate boss, the game was too sudden, and it still disrupted Mu Chen's rhythm. However, the guy who frantically destroyed the barrier outside didn't pay any attention to Mu Chen's feeling. Host, please be prepared. My enchantment can last up to 5 minutes. This ultimate boss, it has been fully awakened, and its strength is a bit beyond my expectation. Just when Mu Chen panicked, the slightly urgent voice of the system came again. Pick up tilde tilde. Are you kidding me? Hearing the system say that, Mu Chen couldn't accept it. Nima, the ultimate boss is deadly enough, and it is even more unacceptable that I didn't rest well when it came suddenly. Please, forget it. I will endure it. Anyway, what should come is always coming, but it is only morning and night. But the problem is, now what kind of barren nonsense are you talking about? Strength beyond your expectation. You are not killing me. You know, Mu Chen has the confidence to fight against this so-called ultimate boss. That's also because of systematic help. Destroying the world line and defeating the ultimate boss is a must for him and the system. After facing the ultimate boss, the system will naturally not continue to make any mob. That is, it will definitely use all its strength to help him to deal with the enemy. But the problem is, now that the system says that the strength has exceeded his expectations, this is a big trouble. If the system is not strong enough, and the ultimate boss has not been rectified in the end, who is the tragedy? Isn't he Mu Chen? Brother system, how dare you tell me the truth? What are the chances of us winning against that ultimate boss? How much can you help me? Can you improve my strength quickly? The ultimate boss would break the barrier and break into the ozone layer at any time. After complaining a few words, Mu Chen immediately chose to face the reality. Now, what Mu Chen was waiting for was the system's reply. To deal with this ultimate boss, everything depends on how the system responds. Oh, sorry. In my current state, I cannot continue to improve your strength. So in the face of this ultimate boss, you can only rely on yourself. As for cooperating and dealing with this ultimate boss together, I can only say that when necessary, I will make a shot. This time, it is also the only time I can make a shot, so I must have the certainty of winning before I make a shot. Finally, a tip for you. This ultimate boss is surrounded by 18 slates with different properties. These slates will make it immune to the corresponding attribute attacks on the slate. In other words, this ultimate boss is invincible when it has a slate. Deal damage to this ultimate boss, you must first find a way to destroy its slate. At the very least, you have to destroy its electric property slate, otherwise you can't do any damage to it. With the emergence of the ultimate boss, the system system also began to become extremely serious. Obviously, this ultimate boss brought him a lot of pressure. Pick up ... I go to your grandpa. What do you mean? Let me be singled out. Hearing the system's word, Mu Chen's first reaction was to quit. But the helpless is the cruel reality. This is not giving Mu Chen the slightest chance at all. In this ozone layer, if it weren't for the system, Mu Chen would have fallen directly to the ground and completely fell into a Pikachu-shaped specimen. Letting himself singled out the ultimate boss, Mu Chen already had 10,000 unwillingness in his heart. What's more, the system even told himself that the ultimate boss, the B-playing response, turned out to be the legendary absolute immunity. 18 attributes late. Immune to 18 attributes. Your uncle. How many attributes does he have in total in the Pokémon world? Exactly 18. Is this a shit? Destroy other people's late. Are people stupid? Standing there to spoil you. Isn't this special bullshit? What's more, the system dog B actually told himself that he could only attack one. This is even worse. But he was filled with all kinds of unwillingness. And Mu Chen could only face the upcoming ultimate boss. Pick up ... Okay, I don't expect anything from you. I don't care. Let's have something affordable. Hurry up and tell me, does this ultimate boss have any weaknesses? What kind of barren slate? How to destroy it? You can't escape. You can only face it. The tragic Mu Chen asked his last question. The weakness is nothing. Since it is the ultimate boss, its strength must be much stronger than those of the beast. You don't need to consider this host. As for how to destroy the slate, this isn't actually bad. It coming. Host, you have to be careful. I withdraw first. In order to give Mu Chen the 1 in 10,000 chance of winning, the system patiently helped him explain everything. However, when the system explained the most critical moment, there was an action on the final boss. Perceiving that the barrier was broken by the ultimate boss, the system decisively abandoned Mu Chen. As for how messy this product is, the system can only say sorry. Is that you, constantly destroying the world line? Say, what is your purpose? Just when Mu Chen was in a mess, a low voice suddenly appeared. Immediately, the huge alpaca appeared in front of Mu Chen. Chapter 535 Arceus. Pick up ... What kind of barren play are you? Alpaca is also the ultimate boss. Are you here to tease me? Also, look at the row of apertures behind you. You are a chicken. What about you and me pretending to be a Buddha? The ultimate boss has appeared, and Mu Chen abandoned all distracting thoughts in his heart and put all his mind on the ultimate boss. Before the fight started, what Mu Chen had to do was, of course, to turn on the beak mode. First, to interfere with the boss, disturb the mind of the ultimate boss, and cause it to function abnormally. I don't ask too much, even if it is a little bit of a malfunction. Our saliva is not in vain, isn't it? Ah, damn rat. Who is it? Who gave you the courage to provoke the great Arceus? What to play? This bee is called Arceus. Hearing the name taboo of the alpaca, Mu Chen was slightly taken aback. This name seems a bit domineering. Zeus, isn't this the main god in Greek mythology? You really dare to call? Pick up ... I am your father. Little alpaca, I give you a chance to kneel and lick. Hurry up and call grandpa. I will forgive you. The shock in the heart is in the heart. In face, Mu Chen will definitely not show any weakness. No matter who wins or loses in the end, let me say that I don't suffer any loss. Little mouth, prepare to face Arceus' wrath. After asking for a long time, I didn't answer a useful sentence, but I was constantly provoking myself. Let me ask, this is called Arceus, the god of creation. When has it been so disgusting? At this moment, Arceus was too lazy to continue asking. No matter what the situation is with this yellow-skinned mouse, let's talk about abusing it first. I saw that while Arceus was roaring, a ray of light full of destructive power shot out at his forehead and hit Mu Chen. This is the big move of the general department, destroying the death light. Ordinary Pokémon using this skill may also suffer from a certain backlash after using it because the power of destroying death light is too powerful, causing it to fall into a short-term state of rigidity. But, in this case, it definitely does not include Arceus. As the god of creation, Arceus used the destruction of death light. It was completely like Mu Chen was shocked at the same time. A beam of destruction and death shot out. Arceus didn't even look at how the yellow-skinned mouse reacted, and another shot was fired from his backhand, and he slammed up in the direction where Mu Chen might escape. Obviously, Arceus's move is to subdue this abominable yellow-skinned mouse with one move, and let it know who is the real father in this world. Pick up ... What the hell? So cranky. Seeing that the power of Arceus' casual blow can reach the first shot of the holy fire that Feng Wang had been brewing for a long time, and even after using it, he could use the second shot without stopping, and Mu Chen panicked. This is so special. The ultimate boss is awesome, so it shouldn't be so awesome, right? Do you really want Lao Tzu's life? The power of Arceus far exceeded Mu Chen's expectations. Seeing that Arceus, who was so embarrassed and angry, came up with a big attack that he could not accept, Mu Chen didn't bother to continue talking nonsense, and decisively turned on the flash of electric light and drilled out between the attack gap of the two skilled. Pick up tilde. System Kun, hurry up and save your life. If I am barren and cold, I will definitely not be able to handle it. Dangerously avoiding Arceus' attack, Mu Chen turned on the beep mode again. However, this time, Mu Chen's target was the System Lord, who had already run away. The power of Arceus is far beyond what Mu Chen can bear. How to fight this? You must know that the two destructive rays of death that Arceus had just handed off had already reached the power of Mu Chen's electric ball after charging. As a result, Mu Chen had to concave again and run faster, so that he could use it with all his strength, and then he clicked on the nest. On the contrary, what about people? This is such a gentle little electric shock. He wasn't an opponent at all, so the only thing Mu Chen could do was to ask for help. Sorry, host, this Arceus is the master of this world, and the power of the entire world belongs to it to be deployed, and I have no ability to fight against it. If you want to defeat it, you must destroy the circle of slates surrounding it. You don't need to destroy all of them, as long as you can destroy one or two pieces at will. When I find an opportunity, I will naturally launch a fatal blow to it. Okay, this guy is humming again. Don't say any more. Farewell. Good luck to you, Tilda. In terms of attitude, there is absolutely no choice for the system at this moment. But what did he say? Pick up tilde. Can you speak human words and do some human affairs? Hearing the system say that, while Mu Chen rolled his eyes, it was as if he had quit his job. Arceus is not used to his stinky problem. Oh Tilda, damn little mouse, I really underestimated you. Well, try this trick. Arceus was slightly surprised when the light of destruction was avoided. This little mouse is so dexterous. Can it be avoided? Pick up tilde. Wait, stop fighting. I don't try it. Hearing that Arceus told him to try his next move, Mu Chen ran away and shouted again and again. What the hell? This time I dodged all the thieves with a lot of effort. Are you still coming? Everyone knows that as long as Arceus shoots again, the power of the attack will definitely be stronger than the last time, but Mu Chen has no mood to experience it. Tilda, what? Do you have anything to say? Then, just tell me, who is it that assigned you to do these things? Why? You have to keep destroying the world line. How does this benefit you? Seeing Mu Chen calling to stop, Arceus hurriedly asked him. Obviously, Arceus was full of endless doubts about the behavior of this guy. This is so special. A yellow-skinned mouse is as powerful as a beast. This is not scientific at all. Although Arceus' strength is not considered by him, but Mu Chen's behavior of destroying the world line has brought him great pressure. This is destroying the root of the energy of Arceus. Chapter 536 Arceus in B. Pick up tilde. Alpaca brother. The little brother's surname is Pai and his name is Pikachu. Appearing here as a complete accident. Before answering your question, brother Alpaca, can you explain my doubts to my brother? It definitely not dry enough. At this moment, in the face of Arceus, the alpaca that he can't match at all, Mu Chen's choice is to outsmart. First of all, the problem that Mu Chen most needs to solve is the invincible slate of Arceus. Through the system's prompt, Mu Chen already knew that if he didn't get rid of the slate of Arceus, he wouldn't even have a chance to resist. Fail. That is absolutely unacceptable. Therefore, Mu Chen could only bite the bullet and start cheating, trying to see if it worked. Alpaca brother. Funny name. Hearing that Mu Chen called him so, Arceus, who had never been called so before, became interested. Ask you, do you have any doubt? Although he was angry at Mu Chen, the yellow-skinned mouse, for destroying the world line, the broken world line could not be repaired. After confirming that the yellow-skinned mouse could not pose a threat to himself at all, Arceus was not so eager to solve it. After sleeping for countless years, it is rare to meet someone who can speak, and he respects himself very much, and his speech is very interesting. Arceus expressed his doubts about Mu Chen. It is okay to listen. Pick up tilde. What? Great alpaca brother. Is such that. Little brother, I see that the aperture behind you is very beautiful. What the heck is this? Why have I never seen it on other Pokémon? The so-called aperture is naturally the 18 slates of Arceus. Seeing that Arceus was a fool, Mu Chen asked him excitedly. Bring it on. Play B with me. Show it off. At this moment, the only thing that Mu Chen wanted was to reduce Arceus' vigilance towards him. Anyway, Arceus is invincible, and the slate is also a secret, and Arceus is even more conceited about it. As long as the vigilance of this product can be lowered and Mu Chen finds a chance to approach it. So this is it. This is not an aperture. This is a slate representing my strength and majesty. Seeing Mu Chen's countryman's face, Arceus' intention to pretend to be AB was indeed aroused. Arceus, but known as the god of creation, is the ruler of this world. Such a cowhide status also makes Arceus usually called a lonely. Who dares to provoke it? Even if I see it, it is also respectful. No bullshit. Let me do what I want. Therefore, Arceus' vanity took off instantly when he heard Mu Chen's few words that were not guild flattery and had the opportunity to show off himself. Ginny Night Walk. That is not pure. Who doesn't have the heart of pretending to be B? The thought of dressing B, Arceus further relaxed his vigilance towards Mu Chen. Anyway, This little mouse poses no threat to him. Isn't he fragrant when he pretends to be bee or something? Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. Woo, so arrogant. Representing power and majesty. I said it looked so dazzling. Alpaca brother, can you let me take a closer look at it? Opportunity. Seeing that the alpaca was in a pretentious mode, Mu Chen's eyes suddenly lit up. Now, for Mu Chen, all he has left is the last step. As long as the alpaca continues to have the heart of dressing bee, he will have a chance to get closer to Arceus. As long as you dare to let me get close to you, tilde, to pay homage. Interesting. It's really sweet and flattering, and Arceus is even more fluttering. The reason why this guy is like this is because he has absolute confidence in his own strength, and he doesn't think this yellow-skinned mouse knows the secret of his slate. However, how did Arceus know that there was a wretched system hidden in Mu Chen's body, and he had already told the yellow-skinned mouse its secret? Pick up tilde tilde pick up tilde. Alpaca brother, your slate is so beautiful tilde tilde. Arceus the alpaca relaxed his vigilance, and Mu Chen finally had a chance to approach this guy. While flattering and pacing, Mu Chen had already started high-speed movement. Finally, as Mu Chen moved up by step, the distance between the goods and the alpaca Arceus was getting closer and closer. Oh tilde tilde tilde, have you paid your respect? Now, to answer my question. Damn, what are you doing? Seeing the yellow-skinned mouse running towards him with a look of admiration on his face, Arceus's vanity was greatly satisfied. However, as the goods got closer and closer to him, Arceus finally felt a little uncomfortable. But just when it was about to ask a question to Mu Chen, the yellow-skinned mouse suddenly accelerated, almost turning into a phantom, and charged towards the slate behind him. It happened so suddenly that even the existence of the level of Arceus did not react, and the price it paid after installing B was a piece of golden yellow, a piece of white, and 2 slates that the yellow-skinned mouse used to save from its 18-encircled formation. The 2 pieces represent the electricity system. The slate of the general system was thrown out of the 18-circle formation, and Arceus was done. What the situation? Didn't this yellow-skinned mouse admire and respect him very much before? Why did this happen all of a sudden? Or against your own slate? Does it know something? Pika tilde tilde chew tilde. Break me up. Crack. Although the slate can make Arceus invincible, it naturally does not have a strong defense. Under the bombardment of Mu Chen's 100,000 volt, the 2 attribute slates shattered in response to Arceus' astonished gaze. Damn it. Damn rat. Do you know what you're doing? The slate was shattered, and it would take Arceus a lot of time and energy to restore it. At this moment, Arceus was angry. Pika tilde pi tilde. What are you doing? Of course it's you. You idiot. Do you really think I adore you? Now your invincibility is gone. I think you are still pretending to be Baron. After successfully removing 2 slates, Mu Chen's aura has risen. Chapter 537 shocked Arceus. Damn yellow-skinned rat. Accept the sanction from Arceus. Installed a wave of B, and the result was a perfect overturn, losing 2 slates, and Arceus fell into a rage. Under the anger, Arceus's body flashed brightly, and he blasted Mu Chen with an energy wave full of destructive power. The skills this time are different from the previous destruction and deathlight. Destroying the deathlight is just terrifyingly powerful, but its straightforward approach makes it not difficult for Mu Chen to evade. However, this time, seeing that the power far surpassed the destruction of the deathlight and the speed of energy that was chasing after him, Mu Chen panicked. Pick up tilde. Nima, what kind of B play should this be? Is it special tracking again? Chao Meng's mind power tracking. Mu Chen can still endure it. After all, the power of the game is still within the acceptable range. What are you wearing now? Looking at the terrifying energy that even the void and ozone devoured it, Mu Chen knew that with his small physique, as long as he was slammed on it, it would definitely be cool. Master, please be careful. This is Arceus' big move. Punish Guangli. Just as Mu Chen was running away with his light, the sound of the system came at the right time, reminding him. Pika tilde pi. What to play? Big move. Nima, I have a small physique. Isn't it fragrant when we play and destroy the dead? Even if you are not satisfied with 1 shot, you can do 2 shots, even 3 shots. Aren't you so deadly? Hearing the introduction of the system, Mu Chen was even more speechless. This is so special, it will cost me my life. System gentleman, hurry up. Think of a way. How can I get rid of this game? Sanctioning the light gravel is Arceus' ultimate move, and it also has a tracking function. What's more outrageous is that in the process of flight tracking, his speed is getting faster and more powerful. Seeing that he couldn't get rid of it, he could only ask the system for help when he was eager to see Mu Chen. Your uncle. You are so fooling me to come to work, so you have to give an explanation, right? Sorry host, I don't have much energy. If you block an attack for you, then the energy to launch a surprise attack on Arceus will not be enough. But you can rest assured that Arceus's big move is not like the previous destruction of death. Even it cannot be used without restriction. Pick up tilde pick up. Rest assured, I don't worry about you, sir. Even if this B game should not be able to be used without restriction, wouldn't it kill Lao Pikachu to use it this time. Seeing the system comforting him so much, Mu-chen helplessly rolled his eyes. This is so special. Obviously I don't plan to play happily with me. Damn it. Isn't it just a skill attack? I still don't believe this evil. The system didn't find it, so Mu-chen could only play to improve himself and rely on himself. Evasion means that you can't avoid it, and you can't stop it. Then, the choice left to Mu-chen was naturally the blessing of King Feng. This game should enhance that bit of combat power, but Mu-chen really doesn't like it. However, to be able to obtain the power of King Feng in a short period of time, to be reborn into nirvana, this is the most important thing for Mu-chen. Nothing to say, just do it. Decisively using Feng Wang's blessing in his mind, Mu-chen only felt the power of flames instantly covering his body. Boom. At this time, Arceus' attack has also arrived. The violent explosion sounded, and Mu-chen's slender body was instantly overwhelmed by the sanction. Damn rat. Killing you like this is so cheap. One blow instantly killed Pikachu, and the anger in Arceus' heart eased lightly. At this moment, this guy has a hint of regretful interest. It is easy to kill this yellow-skinned mouse in seconds. But then what? In the end, Arceus still didn't know why the yellow-skinned mouse wanted to destroy the world line. This, for Arceus, is the most important. However, this yellow-skinned mouse is already dead, and it is useless to think about it more. Arceus can only shake his head and sigh. But just when Arceus was about to withdraw and return to his old nest to study how to repair the 2 stone slabs damaged by Pikachu, a crisp chirping sound suddenly came from the void. Pick up. Your uncle. Are you cool when I'm old? I let you down. I am an immortal Xiaoqiang. I am alive and well. With a concave shape, Mu-chen appeared again. Damn, how is this possible? What the hell are you? Pikachu can't stop my attack, and it's impossible to have the ability to resurrect. Seeing that this Pikachu appeared in the void in the form of resurrection, Arceus was not calm. Could this be Pikachu? What about bullshitting me? Didn't I tell you, Daddy? I'm a flying mouse. Looking at Arceus with a face of astonishment, Mu-chen was even more sour. This stupid bee, you know how awesome it is. Tisk tisk. Hoking's resurrection is really Nima's perverted guilt, and even Arceus didn't notice it at all. Damn it. Give me death. Turning back with confidence, he was slapped mercilessly in the face again, and Arceus was even more angry. Not sure who will die. Go. Cracking the empty seat. Give Lao Su, I'll kill him. King Ho has already used it, so the Kakuro seat can't be left idle. Needless to say, Mu-chen decisively used the heroic soul of the cracking seat. Although this B player should have no sanity, and it is even more indistinguishable between enemy and me, but it doesn't matter at all to Mu-chen. While Arceus was done, Mu-chen summoned him decisively. However, with the high-speed movement and the flash of electric light, Mu-chen instantly retreated a long way. As Mu-chen retreated, the cracking air seat without even being able to attack naturally placed all the targets of his attack on Arceus, who was shining brightly in front of it and had a very strong wind. Roar. An angry roar came out, and Risikuza rushed towards Arceus. Korakuza, was it Ho-Oh just now? What did you do to them? Kakuza suddenly appeared and launched a ferocious attack on himself. Although Arceus was not afraid, it was still extremely shocking in his heart. Pick up. You don't care what I did to them. Eat my super electric ball. At the time of his resurrection, Mu-chen had secretly started the brewing process of charging. It just so happened that he escaped from the perception range of the cracking seat before, and Mu-chen got enough acceleration to run. Everything is ready. What more to say? Black electric ball. Send it. Chapter 538 _ season finale. Damn. How dare you hurt the great Arceus? Because of the slate, Arceus has really been invincible for tens of thousands of years. Now that he was hairless, he was violently through a black electric ball by Mu-chen. This sour feeling was truly indescribable. After the sourness was over, the only thing left in Arceus' heart was anger. Ignoring the screaming, Arceus just wanted to quickly kill and crush this hateful yellow-skinned mouse. However, it ignored the Rifteat, and the target of the Rifteat was all placed on Arceus, who had perfect lighting effect. Roar. The dragon family is a proud creature. Not to mention, this is the supreme among the dragon family, the split empty seat. Being ignored by Arceus gorgeously, the puppet of the cracking seat, who had no consciousness at all, was even more furious. Needless to say, it is almost instinctive. Kakuza used the skills that can attack the opponent at the fastest speed, amazing speed. It just so happened that among the 2 slates that Mu-chen destroyed, there really was one that was the normal type. What else is there to say? The anger in his heart carries the unparalleled size of Rifteat. With the blessing of the speedy skill, Rifteat seems to have turned into a pitch-black meteor, and collided with Arceus. Yes, that's right, it's pitch-black. The body of Rifteat is mainly green. However, at this time, the Seat has turned into a puppet and lost his mind, and its proud emerald green has also disappeared. In its place, it was an incomparably dark color. In other words, the current rift seat can be called the Dark Rift. Boom! Like a black meteor, Risikuza successfully collided with Arceus, who was wearing a B-pack. Oh crack the sky. You are courting death. Just when he set his eyes on the yellow-skinned mouse Pikachu, he was stunned by this cracking seat, and Arceus's anger was soaring. This is so special. Has this god of creation been out of the mountain for too long? The younger brother of the cracking seat dared to take action against himself, and still this cruel. To know, this is an empty seat. Although it seemed that it was very easy to kill the cracking seat by Mu-Chen before, it was only a superficial phenomenon. Crack seat was first of all careless to underestimate the enemy, and Mu-Chen's restraint on his race resulted in the final kill. But what about now? Losing his sanity, Kai Kongzai played with all his strength instead. That pair of Arceus collided, really used the strength to eat milk. Such a ferocious impact is absolutely unbearable for Arceus. In a fit of anger, Arceus temporarily forgot to drop the yellow-skinned mouse Mu-Chen, and focused all his attention on Crack Kongza. At this moment, Arceus just wanted to shred this blackened cracking seat to vent his anger. It's just that Arceus didn't know it. In this way, it gave Mu-Chen a chance, and it gave a chance to the system hidden in the dark. The opportunity is here. Arceus is now focusing all his attention on Risikuza. Dash forward. As long as you can rush to its side and hold it firmly, I can launch a fatal blow to it. Seeing the opportunity presented, the system was excited. After waiting so long, what are you waiting for? Isn't it just killing Arceus, thus completely destroying the world line so that he can recover? Pick up tilde. Is it reliable? The chance is only this time. You give me the alignment. I can tell you, if you can't kill this B-game in second, then let's all be cool. Hearing the system's prompt, Mu-Chen was also excited. The last moment, the important is coming. Of course, even if it is excited, basic confirmation must be done. Don't worry. If you're not sure, I won't let you go up and die. Pick up tilde. What else do you say? Let go. After being confirmed by the system, Mu-Chen's last doubt disappeared. Without further ado, with the blessing of high-speed movement, the electric light flashed on, and Mu-Chen twisted his butt, facing Arceus, who was fighting with the Korakuza, which was an extremely soul-destroying back-run sprint. Oh tilde. Crack the sky. You rebel. Give me death. Kakuza, originally the younger brother of Arceus. Now that the younger brother is looking for his own life, after a short period of discomfort, Arceus broke out. Under the attack of Arceus that erupted, even if it was as strong as Kakuza, it was equally unstoppable. CD that sanctioned Wang Li was restored just fine. Arceus slammed on the cracking seat. Roar tilde. If you hit it, this is a big move that can annihilate almost everything. Put the empty seat. Pawn. Pick up tilde. At this moment, a golden electric light, accompanied by bursts of chirping, came to Arceus's side in an instant. Little mouth. Now, even if you beg for mercy, you will die. Looking at Pikachu, who was holding his thigh firmly and looking on his face, Arceus was full of murderous intent. Pika tilde pi tilde. I choose to die. However, you are dead. Full of affection, he swore a declaration of love to Kai Kongzao, and Mu-Chen's body suddenly burst out with an energy that does not belong to this world. Tilde. Damn it. What is this? Origin. This is the energy of origin. How is this possible? Skinned mouse. Arceus was done. This is the power of the origin of the world. Rao is because it is Arceus, and it is impossible to control it all. How could this yellow-skinned mouse be? Pika tilde chew tilde. Give me to die. The power of the source exploded, and it was naturally the power that the system had accumulated over the years. The distance is so close. Arceus has not made any response. This power of origin, Arceus can be said to have eaten a real deal, and this made the sky suddenly darken. Boom! A violent explosion came from where Arceus and Mu-Chen were. Being at the center of the explosion, Mu-Chen was decisively stunned by the impact of the explosion. Pick up tilde. You are paralyzed. Why didn't you tell Lao Su that this game should be able to self-harm? This was Mu-Chen's last thought before he fell into a coma. Pikachu, are you awake? After an unknown amount of time, when Mu-Chen opened his eyes again, what appeared in front of him was the anxious face that disappeared. How long have I been in a coma? How can I talk? I haven't transformed. Seeing Xiaoxia, Mu-Chen instinctively asked. After asking back, Mu-Chen responded, yourself, it doesn't seem to be transformed, does it? You've been in a coma for half a month. Here's a note left by a strange man who brought you here. Looking at Pikachu, who can speak words, Xiaoxia was also slightly taken aback. Note, hearing this, Mu-Chen forgot the pain and stood up decisively. Stinky bastard, thank you so much. Now, the power of my restraint on you has been completely lifted, and you can transform at will. By the way, when training with Xiaoxia, don't use Jujuhua all the time. The road is too wide, and if your Jujuhua becomes a CD in the future, you will have no sense of experience. And finally, have fun. Maybe I'll come to you again. Open black lens bracket. End of full text reading. Close black lens bracket.